What's happening, fam? Back in Louisville with it today, man. You hear me? Bro, I'm telling you, I'm so tired, man. They had me in the airport for like 12 hours, man. I got stuck in Houston, man. Man. I was supposed to catch the first flight here, man. They had a lot of weather complications. So when I got to here, they had a plane already at our gate. Or when I got to Houston, they had a plane already at our gate, man. We couldn't even move, you feel me? And so we waited for about 30 minutes. So my original flight to go to Louisville had already left. So they put me on the next flight 30 minutes later, you feel me? And so then when I get there, something wrong with the hydraulic on the plane or something like that. So they had to like do a lot of maintenance and fix it. So they had all us get off the plane. We on the plane, man, you feel me? We on the plane. They told us get off. So we got off. That's more complications, dudes. Ice cream, you know what I'm saying? And so I checked the flights and they was talking about flights in the morning. I said, oh, no, I ain't waiting no morning, man. I gotta be there today. And so they kept pushing it back. They said, oh, we an hour away. We an hour away. You know, your flight's delayed. You know what I'm saying? So you hear me? It was doing it all the way from 6 o'clock, 6:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. By the time it was daggone 12 a.m., it was like, yeah, we finally ready to go. I said, I'll believe it when I see it, man. This is crazy. So yeah, man, Sunday should have just took a basic 4 hours, no more than 3-4 hours, man. It took 12, 13 hours, man. You feel me? I didn't get to the city till like 3 a.m., dude. And by the time it was 3 a.m., I had to be up for church. I said, hey, your boy sleepy on them keys. I said, that was good, though. But I said, man, it's crazy, man. That's why I said, it ain't like I'm going to Miami. I'm going somewhere nice, man. I'm going to Louisville. You can keep all this junk. Not in this city like that. I would see if I was going to San Antonio, but I said, I'm coming to Louisville. It ain't like I'm going to be in Kentucky like that, man. It's like, that's it. Did all this. I was listening to some of my beats, though. So let's see what I got here. But how y'all Father's Day doing, man? What's up with you? What's up, bro? What's up, y'all? Yeah, man. They was on, man. They had me stuck in the airport, man. That's why I said I hate airports, dude. Airports are the worst, man. I'm just trying to get back, man, and go to church, man. Just trying to do the church and do some work and whatever, though. Have me stuck all day, man. But happy Father's Day, man, to all the fathers I got out here watching, man. Happy Father's Day, man. If you a daddy, you know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day to you, man. You know, I know that's, I won't say look down on, but it's not as popular as a holiday as Mother's Day and everything, but you know what I'm saying? Happy Father's Day to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I support the men over here, you feel me? I support the real men. You know what I'm saying? The brothers going through it. We have Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, you feel me? So I hope y'all doing all right, man. Y'all talking to somebody, you know, taking care of business, doing what you gotta do, you feel me? So just blasting some beats I made. I got some old beats I've been listening to lately, man. It's got better in the car, it's got bass. Boom, 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 boom. What we finna do, man, I'm about to hop on the highway. I'm gonna take y'all downtown. I'm gonna take y'all to all the old spots, man. All the old spots where we started, bro. Where it made me. You feel me? Like, this is where it made us. So, I don't come back to Louisville as often like I used to. But when I do, man, I like to visit a lot of old spots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a common Negro no more. I don't like familiarity or common stuff, but stuff that make you, man, you always gonna remember that. You feel me? Like that's why I say a lot of rappers, when they move out the hood, they'll go back and visit their old hood, because their old hood reminded them of where they started. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was their start. When anybody make it big, they go back to their hometown because they remember that's where they started. You know what I'm saying? Just like Jesus, man. Jesus had a huge ministry. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus always was in, you know, he was always in Bethlehem. You know, he was always in Israel because that's where he started, man. That's his people. You know, whether you like it or not, that's going to always be home, man. I hate this city more than anybody else. But I said, but this city always gonna be home, man, because this is where I started, man. This is where everything happened. I was born here, and I said I don't really got to associate with it as much no more. But I said I'm always remember it as home because it's where I'm from. Somebody asked me, like, hey, man, you know, in San Antonio, like, you from San Antonio? Nah, man. I live in San Antonio. I love San Antonio, but I said it ain't my home. I said it's my home now, but I said, but I ain't from here. You know what I'm saying? So please, it is. See it right here. It's on, y'all. I just put it under the arm, okay? Gosh. Y'all just so technical. Okay, moms. Jeez, fully Father's Day. Okay, moms. The seatbelt, does it make y'all feel better? The seatbelt is right here. The breastplate of righteousness is on here, okay? Can you see? See or no? I know y'all looking up for my seatbelt. I love y'all. I love y'all. Some people wouldn't care. That's why I said, if ain't none of y'all said put my seatbelt on, I said, y'all don't care about my life. It's a test. I said, y'all don't love me, man. Y'all don't care what happened to Steve, right? Got a bunch of Mr. Moms in here, man. Come on, dog. Y'all know Stevie little paintball. But yeah, man. Sorry, I'm on the highway. It's probably gonna take about 15 minutes. Good day. How y'all day going, man? How y'all Father's Day or whatever? Do I got any fathers in the chat, man? Let me know what's good, bro. I want to interact with my fathers. Like, hopefully y'all ain't ugly and your daddy's son. That's so much I don't miss about this city, man. This city's terrible, bro. Like, I come back, it's like, you ever been somewhere where like it changed and it don't change at the same time? Like, that's what I feel like this city like, man. Like, a lot has changed, but a lot ain't changed. You feel me? Like, I don't know, man. This city, I feel like, bro, they could put daggone Hollywood here. It still was up. This city just ain't it, bro. You feel me? He said, you got a dog. That's what's up, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to your fatherhood, man. You feel me? Like, that's why I said, like, I know it's common sense, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, stay with your kids and your fam. But I said, but nowadays it's getting hard, man. It's getting hard for people to be family men, and society be against you, man. Women be against you. And not saying always necessarily it's a woman fault, man. Cause a lot of times they just bitter. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't know. They was taught that, they trained them. But I said, it's really hard for the fathers out here, man. You know what I'm saying? They got everything for women. They don't really got enough for men. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted to post the other day about men's mental health awareness. I said, man, if y'all going through it, man, just know Steve care about y'all, man. Steve love y'all, man. You feel me? Because I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Daddy was a man. You know, I seen Daddy, as much as people think he's a pastor, it's like, bro, he was still a human being, bro. That's why I told people, I said, bro, as much as you think you invincible and you saved and God-fearing, I said, bro, even Jesus had anxiety, man. Before they took Jesus off to be crucified, they said Jesus sweated like blood. That was a medical condition, bro. They said it's a real medical condition that people have. They was talking about Jesus. That was literally anxiety. Jesus probably had panic attacks, man. I mean, bro, you about to go get killed, bro. It's like, that's crazy. Like, we really doing this. Like, I've been talking for 33 years, but now we really about to do this. Like, bro, that's why Jesus didn't talk much when they captured him, because Daddy said he knew if he talked, he was gonna change his mind. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking, you don't get as bold no more. You know what I'm saying? That's why if a lot of Negroes talk to go do a crime, they would probably not do it, because they would talk some sense to themselves. Like, well, hold on, maybe I should do that. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they crash tests, they don't talk, they just go do it. You know? But that's why I said men's mental health is serious, man. Like I said, you know, we not taught to we taught to shut up and don't say nothing. It's just, oh, you a man, you know what I'm saying? You should, like, nah, man, you should express yourself, dude. If you feel this type of way, talk, man. I said, and we ain't gotta be oh, dude, ice cream, like, you know, crying all the time and laying on our mama all day. It's like, nah, like, but we can talk. If we gotta talk to our moms, if that's the only person we got, or we gotta talk to an old girl, or we gotta talk to another brother, you know what I'm saying? Talk to somebody at church, go to rehab, or not rehab, but therapy. If you need to go rehab, go rehab. You shouldn't be, but you know, if you got, that's why I say, even with that, bro, if you have an addiction or a problem, go. It's okay to go to therapy or rehab or something like where people are gonna help you. That's what those judgment here, man. Ain't nobody judge you, man, because you got mental health problems, bro. We are human beings, man. Once I realized that my Lord and Savior, man, also dealt with anxiety and dealt with stress, I said, dude, I realized that if Jesus, the greatest of all time, is gonna deal with it, what makes you think you not? We're not robots, man. Even a robot gets stressed out. That's why you got to keep reprogramming their CPU. They overheat because they do too much. Everything, bro, everything has to get updated, get renewed, because if not, it's going to get stressed out. If your phone don't get updated, your phone going to start slowing down. It's going to start burning out. Everything, bro, needs a reset. It's okay to go to therapy, man. Talk to somebody if you need to, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That don't make you soft, man, because you express how you feeling as a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, I told you, we ain't all ice cream dudes, but we still people. You know what I'm saying? And I said, women are different. See, when women crash out, they usually all just like, you know, women can cry all day. I said, but men, it's like we only usually have one emotion, that's anger. And when we don't deal with our feelings, man, like I said, we violent. We get mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only emotion I really ever dealt with is really anger. And I said, we don't deal with our life, man, or deal with our emotions, man. We do some stupid stuff. We punching the wall. Thank God we punched the wall, because we could be knocking a nigga out. You know what I'm saying? We could be walking around, riding around with the choppers, man. Somebody set me off today. That's just going to be it. You see how a lot of these white boys be? These white boys can take nobody saying nothing to them. They ain't going to go shoot up everything. You feel me? I was like, because they don't, a lot of people cannot control their emotions. The same with a nigga. If you step on his Jordans, he going to kill you. Because they not taught to deal with their emotions, man. And I said, listen, I don't think we should be crying all day, but I said, but I do think that there's a point where we got to express ourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? I said, we in a society now where they taking that away from everything, man. It used to be sports. And now we can't, like I said, back in the 90s, you watch the NBA, everybody's brawling and fighting, you know what I'm saying? And they shake hands out there and play the game. That's how the game was. Now they get a tech for just looking at the referee crazy. They get a tech for barely even bumping into each other. They flop, they get a tech. You know what I'm saying? They say something, they get a tech. They sit there and bounce basketball, they get a tech. Like, they taking away anything, man, from the men. They making the NFL all weird and soft. You know what I'm saying? They making people participate in all these events that people don't want to be in. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this, you got to do that. Taking away true sports, true feelings. The one thing that men had, man, they making that soft. Then they doing it with video games. I don't even play video games like that no more, but I said, but then they doing it with the video games. Video games, daggone soft and woke. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the movies been like that. And then it's just like, that's the one thing that men had, man, that they were, that's why a lot of the fellas get together, man, watch a game on Sunday. And then you can't even do that, man, without it being so daggone weird. You know what I'm saying? And I said, listen, I'm all for, like I said, I believe I'm strong in women's empowerment, man. I'm very strong when it comes to, because I believe, man, God uses that woman, bro. God uses his women. But I said, there's also a time for the men. We got things for the women, and then we got things for the men. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's the same thing. Like, I love everybody, but I said, but there's certain things that just black folk need to be on. There's things for black folks, things for white people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe in there should be certain, you know, it don't always got to be inclusive. Some things are just for us. Men's ministry is strictly for men, you know what I'm saying? Women's ministry is strictly for women, you know what I mean? And I said, shout out to the mothers, man, that play the mother and father role at the same time because they got to. But I said, but you're not a father, man. You're not a man. You know what I'm saying? I know you do what you got to, and I ain't knocking that. But I said, but your son needs a real man in his life, man. You know what I'm saying? You can only do so much, man. So that's why I said, like, I feel like as men, man, they got to be taken a lot more serious, man. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I seen the numbers this year, man. They was talking about, I think, 440, I think it was like 400-something thousand men that already took their life already, dude. That's crazy, man. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. They said 400-something thousand men just this year. I don't know if it was worldwide or just the United States or something. It don't matter where it is. We got 8 billion people and still 400-something thousand, a lot of people, man. That's just sad, bro. And I said, I'm praying them numbers are wrong, man. Because I'm like, I don't never want to hear stuff like that. I don't care what color you is, man. Black, white, Asian, Hispanic, green, purple. I don't want nobody taking their life, bro. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? People getting on drugs real bad, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's just because, again, man, they can't deal with their life, man. They don't, and it's not really that they can't, they don't really know how, man. I feel sorry for a lot of people because it's just like, dang, man, like they know there's a God, they don't know what God, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like they might not have been led in that right direction yet. And it's like they going through hell, man, just trying to find answers, man, trying to just get better, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said, like, I support a lot of the men, man, you know what I'm saying? Even if they're not the best men, it's just like they still men. They can be redeemed. Like, bro, look at Pastor Darby, man. Pastor Darby is a good example of that. Pastor Darby was a dope dealer, man, growing up. He ran the streets. He was a terrible person. he said, bro, I was a wicked dude. And God turned him around, and he's the most mighty man of God we've seen on this modern earth today. So that's why I said, be careful who you call a thug, who you call a nigga, or you call somebody that ain't worth nothing, somebody that's worthless, somebody that ain't gonna never be nothing in their life. I said, bro, look what God did to him. Daddy should have been facing over 30 years, man. Daddy should have probably been in prison for life. But God seemed fit to have a different plan for that man. And because of that, he was able to influence a lot of other men, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said, like, you look at it, it's like, bro, if God can change him, man, God can change you. There was people, man, like I said, it was cartels, all that, they get saved. People stopped the gang, man. They stopped the dope dealing. They stopped the horn, man. They stopped the scheming, the scamming, all of that. And I said, if God can change them men around, he can change you around, man. You ain't did nothing that crazy like some of them. It ain't to knock nobody, but I'm just saying, like, but a lot of your crimes ain't got nothing to do with theirs. If God can take a murderer and use, like he did David. David was one of the worst people in the Bible, but he was also one of the best people in the Bible. Then I said, he can use you. It said David was a man after God's own heart. So I said, if God can use a man like David, then he can use you, man. Don't ever think that you worthless or that you less than, man, because you struggling. That's why I told people, I said, just because you go through it mentally, don't make you a bad person. Just because you go through stuff mentally, don't make you not saved. We got these weirdos, man, telling people they ain't saved if they got demons, if they going through stuff. It's like, look, I don't believe you should be demon possessed, and I don't believe you should be dabbling in that stuff. I said, but if you dealing with life, you gonna deal with life, man. Jesus dealt with life. Jesus had to deal with 12 Negroes all day. He had to deal with multitudes of people all day that was messing with him. You know what I'm saying? I told you, even Jesus had anxiety, man. Jesus had to deal with a lot of stuff, man, in his life. I'm pretty sure there's books that ain't even been put out yet, that ain't even in the Bible, that was talking about what Jesus probably went through. You know what I'm saying? Jesus probably had to upcut one of these fools, because again, they was trying to throw him off the cliff. Jesus was a man just like all us, bro. Just because he was the son of God didn't mean that he didn't go through stuff, man. He was still a natural human being man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said you can be saved all you want to. If you put your hand in that stove, you're going to burn your hand, man. If you take a razor and cut yourself, you're still going to bleed like everybody else. That don't make you special or immune, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why I tell men, especially men, because I was taught like that too. I was like, nah, man got to be quiet. A man got to suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Man, we got to just sit there and take it. Now, I believe we should be stronger than women when it comes to that. Like, we ain't as emotional. But I said, but when it comes to just being a man, bro, it's like we still a human being, man. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this off my head. I gotta get my hair done Wednesday, y'all. So I know it's looking a little weird today, but it's that love to everyone. Pray for another. Yeah, man. Pray for people that's on these addictions, man. Like, that's just sad too, bro. That is so sad. And that's why I said I love everybody, man. That's why I said, like, I know what's going on, man. Whether we can see eye to eye with white and black or whatever. But I said I pray for my white brothers, man, just like I pray for my black brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? I said at the end of the day, whoever need God more, we all still need God. You feel me? And I said, I just want people to just do better, man. I don't want to see nobody strung out on the corner doing dope, man. That's crazy. Like I said, I was young when the crack epidemic happened. I was born in 94. So the crack epidemic been going on since the 80s. I think the last of the crack epidemic, especially here in Louisville, I think it was like the early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? So I was a kid, I don't really remember, but I have family members that was on crack, you know what I'm saying? I have family members that was pushing dope, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just like, you know, it's a sad, terrible situation. And so to see some of them, man, you know, like I said, a lot of them is changed, clean their life up, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to, hold on. But that's why I said, like, when it comes to a lot of this fentanyl and stuff like that going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of stuff is judgment, man, but I'm just like, you know, I be praying people get redeemed, man, change their life around, bro. Like, I really be praying that, man, you feel me? Because I'm just like, man, I don't want to see nobody strung out on no dope, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I said, like, bro, anyway's a terrible way to go out. But I said drugs, man, that's a very terrible way to go out, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Drugs is a very bad way to go out, man. I don't want nobody going out that way, bro. I'm just like, dang, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, if you a man, talk, bro. Talk to people, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with talking about what's going on in your life, man. You a human being, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Take y'all over here. You better get out of the car, dudes. Like, I'm getting nostalgia already. I'm in not old block, but I'm in the old block. The old block. The olden days, dudes. It's different down here, boy. I ain't been down here in a minute. Hold on, y'all. Hold up, dogs. Put everything in my pocket, you hear me? I ain't gonna take my stand out yet. I'm gonna take my stand out when I get that time. Check it out. Let's see where we at, y'all. Y'all said, Steve, where we at with it today? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm gonna show you. So, if you must know, dudes, like, so I brought you back to where we at? I almost forgot where I'm at too. I ain't been there in so long, man. I don't know nothing no more. So I brought y'all back to the old hood. This is where we at. So this is the middle school I used to go to. This is where I got in my most trouble ever, dog. This is where I was just a terror. You wouldn't want to know Steve back in 07, 08. Them eras, man. That was a bad Steve. I was bad. So as you can see, we used to come out, bro. This was the specific doors right here. These specific doors, man. Because my class was I was in 6th, 7th grade at the time. My class was on the 2nd floor. So the 7th graders, I think the 6th graders, I forgot how it worked, but I just remember my class on the 2nd floor. We used to come out these doors all the time right here. We come out the doors fighting. We have buses lined up all over here. So we be out here fighting. We be down there sometime. And so as you can see right over here, this is all grass area now. This used to be the hood. Like you see, it's like townhomes now, you know what I'm saying? But this was like one of the hearts of the hood, you feel me? And so we was literally, that's why I said when I tell y'all I was right across the street from the hood, like my school was across the street from the hood was literally right here. Wasn't no grass, dog. Literally, as soon as you step right here, this was all hood projects, man. It was all straight projects. This was called Shepherd Square. This is where I was born over here, but I spent a lot of my life on the West End, which the West End is even worse. But I was born over here in this section over here. And so yeah, like I said, it wasn't sweet, man. It was pretty bad. It was pretty bad over here. And so, like I said, when you go to a hood school, what happens? You do hood rat things with your friends, man. And so, like I said, we went to this school fighting all the time. I used to get in so much trouble. So daddy be like, hey, man, didn't I tell you not to go to school, start fighting? And he knew, but he knew we was in the you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But yeah, it was pretty wild out here, man. So that's why I said, like, all of this area, man, all of this was hood. This is all, like, changed now. But it was still hood for a minute even when they changed it. But, you know, they tore a lot of that down. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, our old house is over there. So I'm going to take you over there in a little bit. But if you can see that building over there, that's our first church. Like I said, bro, everything we did, man, we had, I feel like it's a small city, man. It's just coincidental. We did a lot of stuff in the same, like, radius, you know what I mean? And so yeah, daddy used to do a lot of his outreaching over here, man. Like I said, this was the hood. And the hood he's from is right over there, you know what I'm saying? And so we did a lot of church conference. I don't want to say like church conference, but we did like a lot of outreach, you know what I'm saying? When we first had a church back in 2003, and daddy used to come over here all the time, man. He was out here reaching the homies, man, the thugs, you know what I'm saying? Baby mamas, baby daddies, all that, man. He was reaching everybody over here. Like I said, it ain't here no more. But this was straight hood. I'm talking about, bro, you literally look. You walk straight out them doors. Most of the kids walk straight out the doors, walk right here to they hood house right here, bro. It was literally it was just bad, bro. So, yeah, a lot of people were scared in this area, man. A lot of people were scared to be over here, you know what I'm saying? You got occasional white kids that went to our school, but they were scared to be over here. Like, you go to the hood, man, it's like, there's a lot of stuff you see over here, man. It was just constant fights, man, and shootings, man. I know one dude, he used to live over here. He would come to school whenever he daggone felt like it. If he didn't feel like coming to school today, he wouldn't come to school. Everybody kept saying, like, bro, where dude at? I remember his name Anthony. We kept saying, where Anthony at, man? Like, this is a dude nobody wanted. He wasn't numbered like a short little dude, but he had a lot of respect. Nobody wanted to try dude because he was really from the streets. He was really about that life. And so he would come in like, he wouldn't show up to school for like 40 days. He'll come in randomly one day, and everybody's like, bro, where you been at? And he was just like, he ain't even care, bro. Even the teacher's like, bro, where you been at? He was like, I don't know. And I said, that's sad, bro. That was normal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids didn't want to go to school. A lot of kids bring weapons to school. You know what I'm saying? It was wild, man. I'm gonna take you over on the corner. As you can see, that's the infamous Muhammad Ali right there. This wasn't right here years ago, but I don't remember when they put that right there. But yeah, this was the block, man. And then this right here, y'all see that? That's the famous building, bro. That's the very first church we ever had, dog. That was where they painted over there now. You feel me? But this is where it all started over here, man. Right here. Well, this is the second where it started. I would take you over to my original house where we was. Like, that's where the very first service we ever had started. And then right over here, if you look over here, this was a Dollar General. Again, most of this stuff ain't here no more. Right across the street from the church, bro, it was a Dollar General right here. They kept getting robbed, man. They kept getting robbed. You feel me? And so after service, we would come outside and we'll go over there and like get some chips or like some Coda cakes when stuff was actually 25 cents. You know, this is 20 years ago, so economy was a little different. So yeah, like I said, all of this stuff, man, it's a lot that's tore down now, but a lot of this was hood area, man. Like I said, there was a Dollar General right here. And so, but I'm gonna take you over to across the street. Hold on, let me show you. So look at this here. So at the time, I don't really remember what the color of the building was, man. Like they did that. I think they recently did this. But it used to be brown. And so I remember we used to always like park right here somewhere. And so we was kids, man. So daddy, I remember these two double doors, man. I remember these two double doors. So what daddy did was the stage was more on this side. So daddy wanted to keep, he didn't want that's loud. I said he didn't want people to walk straight in on this side over here. So what he did was he built a wall like right in between these doors right here. And so you had to walk through here. His office was like over there on that side. You had to walk through here to get to the, and then there was a wall right there. So you had to walk around the wall and get to the into the stage. And so, you know, Negroes ain't care, man. So a lot of Negroes, man, they would just walk straight through them doors. And I was like, bro, that's kind of inconsiderate, man. Like, I mean, we was in the hood. A lot of people didn't have manners, man. They ain't know nothing. But that's why I said, right out here on this block, man, this is where it started, bro. We was kids out here, man, playing, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, after service, run over and get some munchies, you know what I'm saying? Get some Coda cakes, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is very nostalgic, man. That's why I said people don't realize, like, this area is very nostalgic, you feel me? And so that place been right there forever. They always had that. But yeah, they had a lot of stuff over here, man. They tore down, you know. A lot of this area, man, is it's different, bro, because I don't know if it's just the fact that it's been getting gentrified. I mean, this is over 20 years ago, so, like, it was 2003, so what's that, like, about 22 years ago? So a lot changes within 22 years, man, but, you know, like I said, this is all hood, bro. This is all hood, man. This is where Daddy was coming and doing some of his greatest, his first works, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, and then right up the street, I'm gonna take you up there. But right up the street, that's where he was doing a lot of his little ministry and stuff, man. Like, I'm gonna take y'all to the very spot. Like, it looked different now, but at the time, it was gated off. It was like the end of the street. They had that street gated off. You couldn't even go down there. And so, like, even seeing it now, man, it's just like, it don't even feel like 20 years later, man. It don't, man. It don't even feel like that, dude. It feel like it was maybe like 12, 13, maybe 15 or so. Like 20, man, that's crazy, man. So that's why I told people, like, as much as they talk about his ministry, I said, bro, his ministry been popping off way before YouTube. Y'all just wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell people when they talk, they don't know nothing. You wasn't there, man. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it was like, man. You don't know what we did. You don't even know where it all started. You know what I'm saying? But these was the hood days, man. This is where I got in so much trouble. That's why I said right around the corner. That's where Daddy moved us at, man, when we was living over in Indiana and I thought I was white. He moved us over. I said, man, why would you bring me back to the Negroism? I said, man, I just got free from that. And then I became a Negro again, slowly. I said, man, I blame Daddy, man. He done brought us back to where Negroes be at. I was like, yeah, man, it's school over here, man. Like, we used to play ball over here. And so, like I said, all we did when we went to school, man, like, we was smart, we did our work, but we used to just fight, man. All we did was fight, throw jokes, and fight and throw jokes, you know what I'm saying? So, hold on. I'm gonna take up the street, hold on. That's why I said, I feel like it's such a small city here, man. Like, everybody know everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know where you're talking about, where you been at. It's like Memphis. Like, we ain't too far away from Memphis, so it's kind of the same, though. And so, I just didn't like it here, man, because there's a lot of familiarity. I don't like being familiar with stuff no more, man. I like new, better, adventurous, you know what I'm saying? Like, being in this city, man, it really does something to your mental, man. That's why I said, like, my mental was getting toyed with, man, being here. Take this parking lot over here. Shut up. This seatbelt warning is annoying, man. Don't shut up. It's just ding, 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 ding. Be quiet. I know one of y'all Mr. Mom's gonna be in the comments. Put your seatbelt on, Dave. It's trying to warn you to put your seatbelt on. Like, nigga, I'm just going up the street. I'm just trying to show y'all. I'm trying to help y'all out. Dang. So impatient. Jeez. Huh. A lot's changed over here, man. I'm gonna show you how fast you can get to everywhere here, dude. Like, it's literally up the street. I'm about to get at the car right now. Yeah, I'm smoking. Hold on. Yeah, so already, see? This is how fast you get somewhere in this city, man. Again, this city ain't like Dallas, like Houston. You gotta take the highway and everywhere. Like, you really don't, man. This is, I don't want to say it's a small city, but it's a common city, which is something I don't like. But so I'm gonna show y'all now, though. So this right here, this is where I did my one of my vlogs at. I did it right here at this little spot. Of course, this wasn't really here years ago, you know what I'm saying? And so that was stuff right here. Again, they tore a lot of stuff down, man. It was like homes and houses here. They tore a lot of that down. So I'm gonna show you something. Look at this. Check it out. So you see this over here? So y'all see that little sign in the back right there? Hold on. That little statue or that little gray thing. That used to be right here. This street right here used to be cut off. You feel me? This was like a cutoff. And so, because again, this was all the hood. All of this was all hood area. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they had a lot of this stuff cut off. The motorcycle club. But they had a lot of stuff like cut off over here. You know what I'm saying? And so Daddy set up right here, man. He set up like right somewhere right there. And so he had put like a it wasn't like a stage, but it was like a little setup. And so when he keep in mind, this is still kind of the hood. This is still pretty hood area, you know what I'm saying? But it was hood back in the day. And so he had put like a little stage right there, you know what I'm saying? And he set up with the microphone. This is 2003. Right here, bro. That's why I said, if y'all want to see something iconic, this spot right here. This is the most iconic spot, one of the most iconic spots. Because again, there was a gate right here. So you couldn't go down this street right here. It was a gate right there, you know what I'm saying? And so he put that little gray statue that was over there. They moved it, but he put it right here. Or they put it right there. And that's where he set up on this street, man, doing ministry, you know what I'm saying? And so all of this wasn't here, man. This was all projects. This is straight projects, man. They tore all of that down, but they just put these here. And so he would be out here, man, preaching hard, talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just out there, just And so people was just sitting there. They was like, who is this dude? They would come out like, who is this dude out here, man? This dude out here just, you know what I'm saying? And he had people on the porch. We was giving out candy. I remember it was candy bags. He had little candy bags, man. He was giving them out to the people on the porches, man, and the gangsters, the homies, you know what I'm saying? Like kids, all of it, man. He was reaching people, you feel me? Like he was reaching a lot of people. And so if you know this area, man, this area is historic Smoketown. This is one of the, I think, oldest black places in the city, you know what I'm saying? And so we always kind of been a part of this part right here because the church was up the street. So all of this, man, like I said, all of this is where we was doing ministry, man. We was doing ministry on all these blocks, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said a lot has changed over the years, you know what I'm saying? A lot has definitely changed over the years. And y'all see that over there? So, and I used to live right around the corner from there. So if you see this spot right here, they shot a video, if y'all know who, what's his name? We got a rapper from here called ESTG. He signed to Yo Gotti. And so Yo Gotti and them shot a music video right there. Because he's from, I think he's from the east side of Louisville or whatever. And so they shot a video over there. And of course, video did numerous. So I seen somebody that posted something. I said, hey, I know what it is. I said, right around the corner from my house, man. I said, he had all them over there. I said, I know this is right around the corner from my house, dude. We have Bruno Mars up here too, you feel me? But yeah, man, it was this city, man, it's like at its ups and downs, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's cool and then it's not, you know what I'm saying? I just don't like being here. I said, it reminds me of a lot, man. These blocks be dangerous, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in San Antonio, I don't really care, but even when I'm back here, I gotta watch my back too, because I'm like, it changes every time I leave. Louisville gets worse and worse, and then sometimes it'll cool down for a minute. So a lot of times you don't know. I don't got to do this all the time when I'm in San Antonio, but when I'm in Louisville, you have to, man, because everybody be getting robbed out here, man. They be running everybody's pockets, man. You might see a little Negro, man. He might be like 7 or 8. He might run your pockets. Like they ain't got nothing better to do, man. You feel me? And so that's why I said, like, bro, this is all just historic hood area, man. You know, it's still the hood for real. They changing a lot of it, but you know, all of this stuff wasn't there. This wasn't there, man. This was different, man. And so when Daddy had a vision, man, he had it for this. I kept saying at the time, I said, Daddy, why don't you want to go somewhere in Indiana? Why don't you want to go around the white people? I'm like, why you can come over here? And then I realized why he did, man, because you know what I'm saying, a lot of our people need help, man. Some of them don't want to be helped, so we ain't worried about them, but you know, a lot of them did want help, man. So Daddy took a lot of these dudes from here, bro, and he was changing their life around, you feel me? And so we had hood dudes that would use it. We had a sister. This is our very first member. She's still a member of our church, for real. And she was the very first member, man. She was scared to come outside, man. She was scared to even go outside, you know what I'm saying? Our church was right across the street from where she lived at. And she came in with her son, you know what I'm saying? She was a single mother. She came in with her son, man, and she stayed and listened to the word ever since. She still supports us, man. That's why I said people don't know how impactful Darby is, man. You know what I'm saying? Like he was reaching so many people, man, you know? And it's hard to really do that in this city, man, because like I said, this city is a special type of stupid, man. People just don't care about nothing. About nothing here. What up, Big Mike? Back in Louisville with it today. Let me take y'all, So yeah, man, that's why I said, like, this city, man, it's a bittersweet. You feel me? Like, it's definitely bitter. What's up, dog? It's a bittersweet, man. So, hold on. Take y'all for here. So yeah, like even with see up the block, man, this used to be crazy central up here, man. Like this is blocks you don't want to be on, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, we used to live, like I said, we used to live in this area, man. I used to hate it. I used to hate it, bro. This is a straight hood, man. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is brand new, like not really like brand new, it's been here for a little bit. But most of the stuff wasn't here years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember I was like, bro, I hate this place. I remember too. I used to love it like when I was a little nigga. I used to love it because, you know, I went to the hood school with all my hood friends. And then, like I said, when I was trying to be white, I was like, oh no, this ain't it, dude. This nothing's gonna fly. I was like, we live in a loft with the white people. Hold on, I'm gonna take you out here. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. And that's why I said I'm gonna show you how fast you can get to anywhere in this city, man. You can get to anywhere in the city. We always in a radius, man. Like I said, I just pulled up now to the next spot. Like, you can get anywhere in this city. I'm gonna show you. Man, I hated this city so much, bro. But check it out, check it out. So, hold up. So this block right here, man, this is the one that I used to live on. Like I said, it look nice now. This is all nice now, but a lot has changed, bro. A lot has changed, man, in this neighborhood, man. Because again, I think they've been doing a lot of gentrification and whatever, and just cleaning up the city. Like I said, you don't see stuff here no more. But these used to be homes, man. These is buildings. These is trap houses over here. Like there was one over here, man. It was the largest trap house I seen, man. It was like this one was huge, man. This was like a building. I think it was like a warehouse at first, and they tore that down over there. So I remember Daddy said that. He said, because Daddy grew up on this block over here. Or he used to run this block over here back in like the 80s and 90s. He said that building that used to be right there, he said there was a dude called Cuban Jimmy. He said Cuban Jimmy was where they got all they supply, all they drugs from, you know what I'm saying? And so it was a building right there. It was another one right there they tore down too. But he was like, he said Cuban Jimmy then was over there. And he said, this is a street right here. He said this alley over there, he said this was one of the worst alleys in the world. Like, this is one of the worst alleys, I think, at the time, you know what I'm saying? He said you could not be caught dead walking down this alley, because they was finding people all the time, man. Like, you couldn't walk down that alley. Nobody was going down that alley, man. And so, and it was the same alley we lived on. I said, man, why we guys gotta live in the worst spots? That's why I said, like, now I live somewhere nice, so I'm like, it feels good to kind of be somewhere cool. But I said at the time, we always lived at the worst spot, man. And so, like, even, there was so much that happened on this block, y'all. So I came back into town. Keep in mind, this is when I first moved back to, or I moved to San Antonio, and I came back to check on something in the old crib. My mom wanted me to check something out. So I came on the block, and I said they had the whole block just blocked off, police, everything. And I'm like, it's people all outside. I said, what happened, dog? They got a car that was ran up in the yard. One of the little YNs he done ran to somebody's house down there. And then he was throwing up cripping them when they caught him. I was like, bro, you know you about to go at it. Your crip affiliation ain't gonna save you, man. Like, they said, oh, he's from Victory Park. He's from Victory Park. I said, bro, Victory Park, you going to jail now, bro. So you going to jail. Bro, that was so many times. I kid you not, man. Look at this. I said, my accent is strong. It is. We Southern, man. We like Memphis. We ain't as bad as Memphis, but we when you come back home, it all come out. I don't know why, it just all come out. So right up on this block, man, the year before I moved was one of the worst years on record, man. It was one of the worst years. I hated it. So I was living up the street up here. So that was that Sunday, man. I heard a whole bunch of gunshots, man. It was like, that was a whole bunch of ruckus, man, a whole bunch of noise. So I went outside, man, and then, like, you could see a whole bunch of shells over here, man. They done shot this dude's house up over here. And that little transformer, I don't know if y'all can see it up at the top. That little transformer, I don't know how they shot that. I don't know how you shoot that when you shoot straight. But they had shot homie house up, man. And so he came outside with his AR and everything. Like, he was strapped up too, looking for who did it, you know what I'm saying? So it was one of them newer, not a Dodge Charger, but like them Durangos, you know what I'm saying? The black Durango. And they driving up the street crazy, man. They circling, driving up the street, bumping rap, and they, man, trap music, everything. And so I'm like, what is going on, man? So they like looking to see if they got the job done. I don't know if that's what they was doing. And so they was circling back. So I came outside. I'm always in the middle of everything. I don't know why I'm in the middle of everything. So I came outside to see what was going on. Everybody came outside. I'm walking up the block just like filming what's going on. And so they was circling back. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, they circling back. They say circling back. So I was over here. I was like, man, let me go and walk. I walked in the alley. I said, look, let me go and walk in the alley, because I just be sitting right here, man. Done got hit again. I was like, man, I ain't trying to get hit again, man. Like, but nah, real talk, man. It was dangerous over here, man. It was dangerous living here, man. Our very first year we moved back, I hated it, man. Oh, I hated it so much. And so you hear people outside arguing, man. Somebody, man, get off me. Pow! You know what I'm saying? People out there, pow! Like one night, man, we was I think we was playing the game. We was about to go sleep. And so somebody got into a fight outside, man, got into an altercation. So Joe ran into my room. He said, hey, man, somebody's got shot outside. I said, what? He said, yeah, man, somebody's got shot. And I said, for real? And so we look outside. I mean, women out here screaming. Everybody, oh, my God. Ah. Like, it sound like hell out here, dude. People out here screaming, man. And so I'm like, bro, what is going on? You feel me? And so Joe had called Daddy. He was like, hey, Daddy gave us a little house phone. He said, hey, Daddy, somebody's got shot out here. And so he's like, all right, lock everything, lock all the doors, you know what I'm saying? Make sure the property's good. I'm talking about, man, they had a choppers. Like, they always had a chopper. It's normal here to hear choppers. They had a choppers outside just flashing, like, just, I mean, they looking for, like, when they look on the hunt here for people, it's a manhunt, dude. They had a choppers outside looking for everybody. Police swarming the street. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So then the week after this dude house got shot up, I was on FaceTime. I was in the house with my ex at the time. We was on FaceTime. So we in the house, we hear a whole bunch of do. I mean, bro, it sounded like a war zone. Bro, I promise you, it sounded like a war zone. It sounded like 2 pistols, 3 assault rifles. Just do. Even she was like, she said, bro, what? She said, what is that? She's on FaceTime. That's how loud it was. She said, what in the world is that? I said, I don't know. I said, I'm about to go check it out. And so I grabbed my piece because I'm like, I'm making sure ain't nobody on my property because I'm like, you know, these little Negroes will run up in your house. And so I'm making sure ain't nobody on my property. So I went ahead and got my piece. I got my rifle. I went outside looking. I'm like, what's going on? So then when I went outside and I came up the block, man, right here on the block, they had a whole bunch of shells, man. Just a whole bunch of shells. Cause I'm like, you know, I'm coming outside to see. I'm like, if anybody got shot, like, we need to call police. I'm right across the street from the fire department. I said, let me make sure they ain't got no, you know, ain't no dead people out here, people dying. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't see no bodies or nothing. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Janelle? I ain't see no bodies or nothing, but I came outside and it was a whole bunch of shell casings. And so the police that came up the street, and of course they see me with my gun. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. You can do that in the state. You can walk around with your gun. And so they was like, you see anything? I said, nah, I ain't see nothing, man. And he said, bruh, we've been getting a lot of reports. It's the young, he said, bruh, it's the young kids doing this. He said, these are those young, small kids. He said, these kids are so young. He said that when they put the strap on, like when they carrying their gun, he said the barrels are touching the ground. He said, that's how little they are. He said, these kids are the one that's doing a lot of the shootings and the violence now. And he said, the family had moved in up the block, that nobody likes this family. They always doing stuff. And so he said, it's a big, like, dispute, turf war or something, like, just stupid, man. Like, it used to be back in the day, this was big blood territory, you know what I'm saying? Daddy them was from over here, so Daddy them was Bloods and them. And then on the west end, it was Crip territory. So it was more like, you know, Blood versus Crip. They don't do it no more. It's more like neighborhood. It's like an area city, you know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a Blood and a Crip and a Vice Lord running with each other, but they might not like them Blood, Crip, and Vice Lords that live over here, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, now it's a neighborhood thing, man, you know what I'm saying? Ain't really no more colors. It's just more like sets, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of senseless stuff, man, you know what I mean? And so a lot of people, unfortunately, man, they died up here, man. Like, a lot of people lost their life up here on these blocks, man. And so it ain't just the 90s, man. This is recent. Like, this ain't just no long back in the 80s and not like, nah, this ain't just a crack epidemic. This is recent, man. Like, every city's been experiencing a rise in crime, man. It's been getting a lot worse. And so that's why I told myself, I was like, bro, with 2 shootouts within 1 week, literally, bro, it was a Sunday. The next Sunday, that was that shootout I just told you about. I said, bro, this is not normal, man. And I told everybody, I said, bro, I got to move out of here. I said, I can't live here no more. Like, I cannot live in this city no more because you're going to either have to catch a case or you're going to end up being the case. I'm like, bro, this is bad, man. It's really bad up here. And so that's when I used to have a little white girl. When I talked to the white girl, and so, like, she used to come over. She used to park somewhere over there. And so I would come outside to get her. You know what I'm saying? She'd come to the crib, so I come outside to get her. I came outside one day to get her. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We was about like right here somewhere. She probably like right here somewhere. And so I came out to get her. I was like, hey, what's up, girls? What's up, baby? So I came out to get her. And then somebody was at her. It was like, I think it was coming from over on that side. But somebody was over like, and so she stopped. She said, she was looking around. I said, hurry up, get inside. I said, get inside before you change your mind. Come on in. Come on, it's not safe. I said, come on, get inside, girl. It ain't safe out here. She was like, is that normal? I said, listen, it's normal to me because I live here. But I said, you know, I know you ain't used to it. You from Indiana. So I said, just get in the car. Get in the car. I said, get in the house, man, because it ain't safe out here. But I said, that's how normal it was, man. I said, now where I live at, I don't have to worry about gunshots no more. You feel me? I ain't got to worry about, like, drive-bys, man. I ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of stuff I used to, man. Burglaries, breaking and entering. I ain't got to worry about that, dude. Property crime and hearing sirens all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I said at first, it was my first night living in San Antonio was one of the most normal but not normal nights at the time. I said it was hard to even believe it was possible to have good sleep. I said, bro, I used to live right across the street from the fire department, so it was always going off. And then I said it was fighting outside, people out here cussing, you know what I'm saying? People out here just throwing hands, people shooting each other. Like, it was like it every day. Sirens, you know what I'm saying? Just people crazy walking up the street talking out their mind. Like, it was like it all day, man. And I said, now that I live in a place where I ain't got to do that, I said, my first week living in San Antonio, I was like, I don't know if I like this. I'm like, I like it, but I was like, it was not normal to know what normal was, man. Normal to us was this. This was what normal was, man. And so I'm like, you mean to tell me I can go to sleep up here and people ain't outside crazy? People ain't outside trying to kill each other? Like, that was not normal. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said, like, I changed a big definition, man, of what normal is, man. So that's why I said my mindset has changed. So every time I come back to Louisville, man, it's like I dislike it even more and more because my mindset has changed a whole lot, man, like a ton. You feel me? And so that's why I said, like, I just been different, man, being on a different wave. You know what I mean? And so yeah, man, just like even being here, man, even I'll show you something else. So we used to live over here in this area. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my southern coming out hard too, man. Dang. It's like it when I come back into town, my southern comes straight out, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm around the white people, like, hey, how you doing? My name is Steven. You know, like when I'm around y'all, I'm just like, I start talking like this. And I even talk like this to them. So I sound like Moneybag Yo, man. Just that's how we talk up here. But you see all of these, man, like these was trap houses. Like I said, these was the trap houses we had to run everybody out of, man. Like some of these wasn't here, like those wasn't there. But these was all trap houses, man. This was straight gutter, all of this. So I remember one time, Daddy, I'll show you. Daddy was up the street, man. And so it was one of these houses that's fixed up now, but he was up the street. And it was one of these houses he had turned into. He said, man, he told mom, yeah, because we seen some white dude walking up the street. So we was like, what's he doing? And so he looked kind of scared or something. And so Daddy came back. He said, yeah, man. He said that white dude was over trying to shoot up over it. He had his needles and everything trying to go over it. Because, again, they don't do it in their areas. Because up the street is like more of the nicer white side. He said they don't do it in their areas. They want to come down to our areas and do that. And then, want to go back to their areas like they cool. He said he was over trying to shoot up. So Daddy was like, hey, man, what you doing over here? Daddy confessed, hey, man, what you doing over here? So dude was just not. Daddy said he flashed his gun. He said, "Hey man," he said, "Get out of here." He said, "Get out of here." He said, hey, the white dude here and packed up and ran. He said, white dude got scared here and packed up his needles and ran. I was like, he looked like a basic, like a white dude you would see at the library. You know what I'm saying? But they heavy on drugs down here. You know what I'm saying? And he said, nah, man, these white people want to come down to our areas and go shoot up and go do crazy stuff. He said they don't want to go to their homes up there and do that. He said they want to come down here because they know this is drug territory. He said he flashed his gun like, hey, get out. He said, boy, get out of here. He said he already packed up and ran. I said, yo. I said, Daddy ain't have sympathy for Negroes, ain't have sympathy for white people neither. That ain't care about nothing, man. But all of this was, like I said, all of this was bad, man. It was drug territory, you feel me? Uh, that was the spot, man. I'm trying to think it was a spot up here. Uh, I ain't been here so long. I said, I ain't been here so long, man. So I don't really know what's here no more, man. It's been so long, man, but it's like it's coming back to me slowly. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely coming back to me slowly. So, and this is the route I used to walk, man, going up to the store. Daddy would have me, I was going to the store. Man, I hated this dude. Because that's when we first moved over here. And I said, no, I miss Indiana. I miss the white people. I remember, bro, I was walking this way before, man. I was so mad because he had us moved over here. And I said he moved us from the hood to somewhere nice, kind of, and then back to the hood. I remember walking this street. I remember walking this same spot. I said, man, it's got to be another way. I remember that too. I said, bro, it's got to be a better way. It's got to be a better way. I said, no, I don't want to live my life like that. Because I said, bro, if I stay here, I'm going to turn right back into a Negro, man. And then slowly but surely, I was turning back into a Negro. I was like, man, dude. I said, you can take a Negro out the hood. You can't take the hood out of Negro. Nah, man, we stay out here in the dark. You hear me? You heard me? We stay out here in the dark. Nah, man, but this is like I said, this is where a lot of it started, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, part of me kind of likes it, man. I kind of miss a lot of this, like the times. I would say I miss the times because it was good times. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't me no more. You know what I mean? Like, it don't mean that you got something against it. I would never knock where I come from, and I would never knock the struggle we had because, again, that was what made us, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't all the way good either, man. You know what I'm saying? Mom and daddy did what they could. And that's understandable because they was new parents, man. They was new Christians. They were starting out. You know what I'm saying? So compared to a lot of other people, we had it real good. You know what I'm saying? But we still had our trials and errors, man. That's why I told people, I said, just because we wasn't gang affiliated didn't mean that we weren't around gang affiliated people, man. We may not have been from the streets, but we lived here. You feel me? We always lived in the streets. And so that's why I said, like, when we live here and your surrounding areas, it's like you might not be affiliated. Just like off Good Times. Like Good Times, they lived in Cabrini Green. They wasn't affiliated, but they had to deal with a lot of the stuff that happened there. It's the same way with us. You feel me? Like, you got to deal with a lot of the street stuff, a lot of the Negroes, man, a lot of people that don't act right, you know what I mean? And so you got to throw hands, man. You got to throw hands at an early age. You got to know jokes. You got to know how to defend yourself. You got to defend your property because, look, people in Louisville, man, they steal anything. They was robbing everybody for bikes, man. They robbing toys, man. They robbing grills, daggone toilet paper. They was stealing anything, bro. I promise you, they steal anything. So that's why I said, like, you got to know how to maneuver up here, man. And that's why I said all of these, man, all of these was trap houses, dog. You know what I'm saying? And we rode into the city for years like, man, y'all need to come and do this because, again, we own our property. I said, look, y'all need to come do something about this, man. We getting tired of these junkies coming in here, dude. It was junkies in here every day. And me, Daddy, and Joe had to go chase them out. So we had to go guard the trap houses, man. We had to board them up. We had to knock Negroes out of there. I'm talking about, bro, it was so many needles, you could not fall in there, bro. I was scared to fall in there because I said, bro, if you fall in here, you're going to have to go to the hospital. I said, it's so much, man. Damn, thing's loud, man. Oh, loud bites, man. That's why I said it was so many needles, man. That's why I said this is a bad heroin spot. And so me and Joe got fed up one day. So we took our guns and our baseball bats. And we went in there and we was like, bro, I said, Joe, we gotta officially board these up, man. I said, because they in here, they cooking, bro. They cooking in there. Bro, they in there literally got a stove, everything, man. I'm talking about, bro, when I tell you it stunk, bro, it stunk so bad. It was a smell. I don't know what that smell was, but it was like everything mixed with everything, dude. They in there cooking up dope. Literally cooking up dope. We found their stash. Man, we went in there and smashed everything in smithereens, man. We took our baseball bats. We smashed up their stations. We smashed up the glass. We smashed up everything, man. And then we went ahead and I said, Joe, we probably just need to burn this. just burn it all. I said, I didn't even want the baseball bat. That's how bad it was, bro. Even the bat stunk after we got done because we smashed everything. I was like, Joe, I said, we just need to burn everything, man. I said, we can't do this no more. Because I remember what Daddy said. He said, son, because again, we was getting off graffiti. Right over here, we was picking up the glass and the graffiti. And I kept saying, I said, Daddy, why are we doing this? Ain't even nice. He said, son, if you don't take care of where you live at, he was like, they gonna come do it to your stuff. And then when you started seeing when the city didn't step in and do what we was telling them to, they start coming in and try to do our stuff. So them same junkies stole a package in front of our house, man. And so we tracked dude down. And I told dude, I said, bro, if you don't give me my package, I'm gonna knock you out. I told you, me and Joe was like, hey, man, where our stuff at, man? He knows, I swear to God, I don't know. I was like, bro, I just seen you. And so I was like, yeah, I said, so we called the police. Even the police told us, they said, you know what, y'all should have knocked him out. They said, because we can't technically do nothing about it. They said, we get calls like this all day. And because they soft on these Negroes, because again, these are they kids that they locking up. So they soft on this crime stuff when it comes to that. They're like, oh, well, technically we can't do anything. But they said, you should have just took him in the alley and just whooped him. He said, I ain't gonna lie to you. He said, you should have just whooped him. And he said, because they came and they said, we got to let him go because technically we can't do nothing about it. And I said, that's messed up. Like, that's crazy. So he was like, yeah. So he was like, you know, next time y'all see that happen, he said, I would just keep calling if I was y'all. Just keep bothering, messing with them. He said, because they not going to do nothing until y'all really annoy them. He said, but if it happens next time, beat him up. I said, it's a white cop telling us that. I said, aye, yes, sir. I said, I got your permission. You know what I'm saying? I tried to show some grace because I was about to knock him out. I was about to knock his people out. And so they all walked up the street. And so Joe was just like, nah, man, just call police, man. He's like, just get them, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to settle this problem once for all. But that's why I said, like, bro, this was bad, man. Straight hood area, man. So I'm going to take you up the street to the actual church. The actual church. What's up, y'all? Who's still in here, man? Who's watching Steve-O? Happy Father's Day, man. All my fathers out there, man. If y'all just came in there, happy Father's Day, man. My southern accent coming out strong, man. Dang. It's really like that when I come back to Louisville, man. My southern accent is strong, bro. Like, yeah, I would tell you this, like, hold on. This block right here, man, I always hated the street right here, bro. This street one of the worst, man. Like, I remember I was walking up the street, man. This is like a couple of months before Daddy died, man. I remember that. And so I was walking up the street for him, man, to go get something. And this street right here, this street is heavily known for accidents, man. This is heavily known for accidents, dog. You feel me? And it's crazy, man. A lot of stuff going on the street. And so I came up the street, man, and I seen somebody laying in a white sheet over it, man. Right there. Somebody was laying right there in a white sheet, man. And it was It was a motorcyclist, man. That's why I said if y'all drive these motorcycles, man, like please be careful, man. Like man, please be careful. But somebody tried to beat him to the turn, man. I don't know if he was speeding or whatever, but somebody tried to beat him to this U-turn up here. And he hit them with full force, man, and he died right there on the spot. I said, dang, man, that's crazy. I don't like seeing none of that, dog. I don't like none of that, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I told everybody. I said, man, if you going out, man, like I said, if you driving these motorcycles, if you driving a car, man, be careful, man. Cause, you know what I'm saying? Somebody lost their loved one that night, you know what I'm saying? And I was wondering, I said, bro, I wonder how they feel, man. And then, like I said, a couple of months later, we lost Daddy. And I said, I know exactly how they feel, man. That hurts. You know what I'm saying? I think he was a father, too. He was a white dude. I think he was a father, man. You know what I'm saying? He was a husband. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, dang, bro. Like, that's why I said that year, 2017, was the year of death, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like, that's why I wanted to get out the city, too, man. Because this city has a really strong death spirit, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's like Memphis. Like, it's like St. Louis. It's the same, bro. Like, everybody dying up here, man. Everybody getting locked up. Everybody getting shot, man. Everybody getting stabbed. Everybody getting robbed. Like, it's not a place you really want to be at, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not a place you want to raise a family at. You know what I mean? It definitely ain't a place you want to find a wife or a significant other here, because everybody here trash, man. So not only is the women and the men trash, but I said the housing market is, like, the people driving here sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really a place you want to really be at, man. This place is trash, man. I don't know what people see it. He said, I want your beats. I told you, lock in on my Discord, man. You know what I'm saying? I sent you the link, didn't I? How much are you willing to pay? Nothing's free in this city. Yeah, see, I'm showing you how fast you can get to everywhere here, man. Everywhere here is fast, you feel me? Like, so watch. You hear me, man? It's all like Memphis, man. I love the Memphis. Hey, shout out to Memphis, nigga, man. If I got anybody from Memphis watching me, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all some of my favorite people, man. Real talk. I feel like Louisville and Memphis are cousin them. So I'm gonna show y'all something that's crazy. So if y'all see this is our church, man. This the church right here. Hold on. I spit. But yeah, this the church right here, man. This is where how you say it? This is the last place. This is the last place that Pastor Darby preached at, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the church. It's been a church since 2009. So I don't know if y'all can see it. The sign is kind of faded right now, man. I know you probably can't see it. It's been up here for some years. But like, you can kind of see his face a little bit. Like a little bit, his face and that mama. And then it says like Destiny Ministries. It's kind of faded, man. The light's in the way. But yeah, this is why. Like, I'm gonna show y'all something. Look at this, though. Look at this, bro. We never changed this. We literally never changed this, dog. This has been the same since I think it's been up here since 2009, bro. Now this stuff is even different. Like I said, we don't really do some of these over here, but that's why I said we never changed this sign, bro. This sign been here since 2009, bro. And so I'm gonna take y'all back and give y'all a good look. But like, this is the church, man. This is literally Barbie Ministry, Destiny Ministries. You feel me? Like, this is where it I won't say this is where it all started at, but this is where this is the peak of it. This is the peak of it, man. And so that's why I was like, you know, just being in this area too, man, it's iconic, man. It's very iconic, you know. We used to do so much, man. Look. We we used to play basketball. We had a rim over here. We used to play basketball over here, man. And we be over here fighting too, bro. All we did was fight, man. That's what all we did was fight. But I used to be dunking on fools over here, man. And so Joe used to be fighting, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, a lot of it happened in this parking lot. This is a blessing, man. That's why I said I'm blessed even showing y'all this, bro. I always wanted to show y'all a lot of my background and my family and whatnot, man. And so I remember one summer, man, I think it was the summer of 2011. I think it's 2011 or 2012. And so that day, Daddy was frustrated, man. Daddy used to be mad about stuff sometimes. He used to be mad. And so we was pulling a wire out this window, but it was turning the screen. And so he was pulling, he told me to run a wire outside. I think the brothers did it, but they blame me. But you know, Daddy blamed me for everything. And so he said, hey, man. He said, why you got the wire hanging out the window? I said, Daddy, I didn't do that. He said, dude, you turned the screen, dude. I was like, Daddy, I didn't do that. He said, what's your fault? Dude, he used to make me mad. And so I remember there was some girls over. I said, he's embarrassed me in front of these girls. And so I got mad. I said, he said, you got a problem? I was like, well, I do now. No, not Daddy. Daddy's made me mad with that stuff, man. I said, Daddy, you know these brothers did it, but it didn't matter. He wanted me and Joe to be responsible for everything. I forgot to get the keys, man. I was gonna take you upstairs and show y'all some of my music up there. What's up, Zenobia? I was gonna show y'all some of my music up there. Hey, Mike. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something now. I know I got a lot of Pastor Darby fans here. But I was telling Mike, I told my chat, I said, bro, I got a whole bucket of Pastor Darby messages that ain't never been played. This is back in 04, 03, 05. It's a big old crate, just full of his tapes, full of his CDs, full of his, I'm talking about, this is the tapes you usually have to put in and turn it over. Like when it's done on one side, you turn it over and put it in there. Because that's what Daddy put me over that, when we first started our church. He trained me on the audio visual at the time. And so it'd be 2 tapes recording when he's preached. Daddy would preach for like 2.5, 3 hours at that time. So I'm talking about Daddy be up there just fire preaching, you know what I'm saying? So you would you would put it in. I said, I got right now, this talking about 04. It would be messages, John Killers, part 2, 03, 04, you know what I'm saying? And I said, these are messages that ain't never been touched. And I told you, I said, yo, niggas want to talk. I said, I got the Holy Grail of stuff. I said, I got the Ark of the Covenant of messages in there. I mean, to us, it's messages. I'm like, it ain't really much to me because I'm like, well, it's us. But to y'all, man, y'all some fans, man. Y'all some fanatics. And y'all like, where can we get them? We need them. I'm like, y'all, it's just a message. It's like, you don't understand, Steve. You don't understand. I need that. I'm like, it's the same message he preached back in 2017. Like, it's the same thing, right? Y'all just a bunch of fans. I'm gonna show y'all this though. So we was doing our 5 prayer intercession, man, back in 2012. And I remember we had somebody come out of town, man. We had some African folk come out of town. I'm talking about we praying all week, 5 praying all week. Tell me why the last day of the 5 prayer. I ain't gonna lie to you, cuz look at this. This apartment right here. Somebody had a hostage standoff over there. Somebody literally had a hostage standoff over there. They had the whole street blocked off right before service. They had a whole street blocked off. Nobody can get up here, dude. They had the FBI here. They had the SWAT. Everybody right across the street from the church. Keep in mind, across the street from the church. Stuff that never happens, bro. That never happens up here. Never happened. It just happened to happen the last day. And so I remember Daddy was watching the news before we went to church. He said, man, the devil petty, man. He said, this is the devil being petty because we breaking stuff. So that's him trying to show. That's him trying to show like he got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like he throwing a temper tantrum. And so Daddy, I called the dude. He said, hey, man. He said, there's a lot going on up here. And he was like, yeah. He said, it's the devil just pretty much being petty, man, because he's mad because he can't get what he wants. You know what I'm saying? So he just does coincidental stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I said, we ain't never had that happen over here. So dude went in there, went crazy. He set the apartment complex on fire. I don't know if he lived or not. I think everybody else did, but I don't know if he lived or not. But I was like, bro, it's always sun. It's always sun in the city, man. And so then I'm gonna show y'all something else. I'm gonna show y'all something better. So I came back for Christmas, Christmas of 2023. So me, my sister, and them. My sister from Costa Rica, so I had her and her husband. I was driving them over here. So I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna show you something. So that's why I said every time I come back to Louisville, somebody do something stupid. Because again, this was normal. I forgot what normal here was. So we at the street. Let me show you. Put these up. It's itchy. I said we at the street, and so I parked here on the side over here. Again, we on the side of the church. So that's all these police running around here. I'm like, they driving crazy. That's like 20, 30 cops up here running. So I said, what's going on, man? So I'm out here in the street. Keep in mind, I'm parked right here. So I get out the car. Look at this. I didn't see, it was dark. I didn't see over here. Right over here, there was a white dude. There was a white dude sitting right here with an AR-15. It was dark over here. This light wasn't on. I don't think this light was on here. But it was a white dude sitting right here with an AR-15, man, in the dark. Just sitting there. So allegedly, from what everybody said, he was, because again, in Kentucky, you can do that. You can walk around with an assault rifle. You can walk around with your guns out. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But I think he was threatening people. Or he was shooting at somebody, because I think he was shooting at somebody in there. And so these police is riding up the street. I'm like, what are they looking for? So again, I got out the car. I ain't even see him there. You know what I'm saying? So I get out the car about right here. You know what I'm saying? I get out the car. And so they told me, keep in mind, let me show you. So I get out the car about right here. They running up this way. I'm talking about, bro, they running by like the 15, 20, like deep, coming out with shotguns, AR-15s and everything. And so I'm just standing right here. And they point their guns. They said, show me your hands. They coming this way. Show me your hands. Show me your hands. Got the street blocked off and everything. And so I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, I'm laughing because I'm just like, bro, what are y'all doing? I'm like, because this is normal to me. So I'm just like, what are y'all doing? I'm laughing. I'm just like, all right, here's my hands, man. Like, what y'all want? Like, what I do? I said, show me your hands. What do you got? Show me your hands. Just pointing these guns all in my face and everything. And so I'm like, all right. And so my sister and them in the car, you know, they scared. She got the babies and stuff, so they scared. You feel me? And so I'm like, what are they running to? So then I turn around and I didn't. It was that white dude that was just sitting there. He was sitting there like that. He was sitting there in the corner with the AR-15, like he was trying to duck down and hide from somebody. And I said, I was like, bro, I didn't even see him right there. And I said, usually I always keep my Glock on me. But I said, if he would have, imagine if they wasn't right there, dog. Imagine if they didn't come at that time. I said, I just got out the car. I said, what if he wanted to do something? I wasn't quick enough to react. My Glock was in my back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even quick enough to react. So that would have been a bad situation, man. I'm like, that would have been kind of crazy. You feel me? And so they coming this way. And so they, get down, put it down. I said, if he was black, they would have shot him. But they said, put it down. And so mama just put up, she way back here. She's like, Steve, get out, Steve, get out. She's hollering. I said, Mama, no, Mama. I put my phone out because I'm a journalist, so I got to record everything on Snapchat and everything. I said, nah, Mama, because I'm like, in case they pop him, I got front row seat video. I'm like, I'm going to sell this to World Star, or I'm going to sell this to the new tabloids, TMZ or something, you know what I'm saying? And I said, nah, when I'm right here, I got to document. I always seem to document everything going anyway. And so I said, nah, Mama, I got to see what's going on. She said, get out. I said, nah, Mama. I said, Mama, boo, let me talk. And so I'm thinking they going do, you know what I'm saying? But they was able to take him in custody, you know what I'm saying? And so even some of the police ran up on me after. They said, yeah, sorry about that. Sorry for putting that gun in your face. I said, listen, I've been through a lot. It's not the first time a gun was pointed at me, man. It's not the first time a gun was pointed at me. We did that all with the BLM movement. And then somebody shot me. And then on top of it, right across the street from here, dog, 2 little YNs put our guns on us right here, dog. I promise you everything, bro. 2 little YNs put our guns on us right here, dog. Back in 2020, man, before all of this stuff was going on. They pulled out, they was talking about where y'all from. And so I said, they knew one of the homies we was with. They knew him. They didn't know us. Like I said, we a good church. We just got out prayer. We cooling. They talking about where y'all from. I said, what you mean where I'm from? I said, nigga, I'm from here. I'm from wherever I want to be. And he was like, well, he said, what? I said, what? Like, I was talking, because I talk crazy. I was like, what? What's up? And I said, look, homie, if you want to do something, what's up? I said, if you was a real stepper, you would have stepped by now. And so we was standing out here. So he had a little homie with the sweatshirt. He had a little hoodie over his face. And so he looked like he about to do something. He looking around like that. And I said, these are the 2 weakest little wines I've ever seen. And so we was like, so another OG, he was OG with us. You know, he was OG back in the street. He's like, yo, let's just go, man. He said, we ain't even trying to start nothing, you know what I'm saying? And so we went back to Ops Park down there. Now, all of us happened to leave our guns in our car, left it at home that day. All of us. Maybe it was God trying to save this little nigga from getting murdered. Because I was like, if we would have had it on, we would have Swiss cheese this little nigga. He would have read a newspaper through him. But I said, dog, we literally left all our guns, you know what I'm saying? And then my homie's wife was parked right here in the car. She was a pregnant woman. She was parked right here in the car. It was a kid riding a bike up here. And I said, they just jeopardizing everybody, man. They don't care about nothing. So they pulled our guns, waving in the round. And so I was like, I said, these 2 little weak Negroes. I said, if God gonna let something happen to me, he ain't gonna let nothing happen to me on church property. So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna cool it. You feel me? I said, I'm gonna cool it and just do it. Hey, what's up? What's good with y'all? I see y'all in a minute. Hey. Hey, y'all, how y'all doing? How you doing?
Well and blessed. Can't complain.
This the one y'all was telling y'all. She's been our faithful member, man, for like ever since the church opened, man.
How's it going?
Good.
I'm still listening.
You good? You good?
I literally just gave them food. I dropped off somebody. I was like, oh man, let me run up on.
That's what's up. Y'all still in that same spot up here?
For a short time.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. So, yeah. All right, well, tell Derek gang I said what's up.
I heard you at first before I dropped them off. We would have definitely. They would have went crazy.
Yeah. Tell my mans I said what's up, man. I see y'all in a minute. Love y'all. Y'all be safe. But yeah, man, that's why I said like this is iconic area, man. And so that's why I was telling people. I said that's that woman I was telling y'all that she was scared to come out the hood. Like when we had our first church, she been part of our church for forever, dog. You feel me? And so like I said, people are loyal, man. People loving. You know what I'm saying? And so we changed a lot of her life, man. Like Daddy married her and her man's off. You know what I'm saying? Like she always been a good sister. Daddy liked her. You know what I'm saying? When Daddy like you a good person, bro. Because again, Daddy ain't like everybody. Bro, I tell you, Daddy ain't like everybody, man. You feel me? And now I'm the same way. I don't like nobody neither, man. I know why Daddy ain't like foods, man. Negroes is dumb, man. People just be slow. And so every time something happened, Daddy would be like, he said, man, niggas. He said, I can't stand niggas. I was like, hey, man. He said, happy Father's Day to one of the best men. Appreciate that. Happy Father's Day, man. All my fathers out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I said it would have been self-defense, man. But we all left our guns on us, man, or in the car. And so I took my time walking back to the car. I told Joe, I said, Joe, I told him, I said, Joe, they ain't gonna do nothing. I said, these little Negroes want to be stepping so bad. I said, they ain't gonna do. They would have did something by now. They ain't gonna walk around acting like they gonna do something. But knowing them, they will. And so I told Joe. Joe was like, hey man, be careful, man. He said they pulling out their guns more. You know what I'm saying? When we get to the car, and I told him, I said, I had mine in the car, so I had mine cocked on my lap because I left it in the car. And I told Joe, I said, Joe, I said, I'm gonna tell you like this, Joe. I said, if I ride past him, I said, I'm gonna leave. I said, if I ride past him, I said, Joe, if he point this gun at me, I'm gonna kill him. I said, because we stand your ground. I said, Joe, if he point this gun at me, I'm not gonna roll the window down. I'm just gonna air it out. I said, he don't even know I'm sitting right here with one in my pocket. And I said, if he point this gun over here, I said, Joe, I'm gonna kill him. Like I'm for real. And so I watched him the whole time when I rolled past, and I said, homie, if you and your little homie raise his gun, I said, I'm gonna shoot y'all. And so my homeboy, they rolled past, and he was just like waving around, but he ain't pointing. You know what I'm saying? If he would have pointed, he would have been dead man for sure. But I told my homie, I said, hey man, y'all see what happened? He said, yeah, man. He said, bro, do we need to go back and get them? I said, nah, man. I said, just nah, let it be, man. And so somebody we knew, it happened to be his people. So he went up the block and talked to his people. He said, hey man, he said, don't you ever let them little YNs do it again. He said, brother, next time they come up here, he said, we gonna do them in. He said, we don't care. He said, the next time they come up here threatening people and stuff, he said, we gonna do something to them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, you're not immune to nothing in this city, man. I said, bro, we in front of one of the best churches in the United States, and they still pulled out guns on us in front of her. So that's why I said, like, you ain't, like, bro, people here are crazy. They don't care. See, in other cities, y'all, they love past Darby. You know what I'm saying? Daddy go to Dallas, get all type of respect. That's why we went to Dallas all the time, because Daddy got a lot of respect there. You go to Louisville, niggas don't respect you. They don't care about nothing. All they care about is status, man. Who got the most bodies, man? And who got more money? And you know what I'm saying? Like, who can harass the most people? Like, they don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, like, you come here, man, it's different, bro. People here are just, like, slow. So, like I said, a prophet is without honor in his own city. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get a lot of honor here, man. People don't care about you. They didn't care about Darby Ministries when they was here. They still don't. But everywhere else they do. You know what I'm saying? They love Darby everywhere else. They just don't care. They don't really care about him up here. You know what I'm saying? Because he's common. You know what I mean? You know, like their hometown, man. That was so many times Daddy was trying to move from Louisville, man. That was so many times Daddy was trying to go to other cities. Because don't nobody want to be here, man. Daddy didn't want to do his ministry here. That's why God was calling him somewhere else. That's why he has a bigger impact elsewhere, man. You ever wonder why Jesus did so many conferences and outreaches in other lands, man? Because he couldn't get the people in his own hometown to listen to him, man. They kept, that's Mary them, bro. That's Mary's son. That's Joseph, Joseph's son them. That's James' brother, man. That's other Mary's sister, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, nobody want to do that, man. That's why I say he couldn't reach the people, because they was common with him, man. It's the same with Daddy. Like, that's why he hated when they kept calling him his nicknames and stuff, because they kept trying to be common with him. He said, man, I ain't common with y'all Negroes, man. You know, Daddy ain't like Negroes. And I said, nah, I don't either, man. Now I felt like I almost inherited his Negroes. Daddy didn't even want his own audience. I don't want his audience even more than he didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool with people that know Darby. I ain't got no issue with y'all if y'all watch, y'all know Darby. But I said, some of y'all some freaks, man. Y'all be weird. They swear up and down they know us. I'm like, boy, you don't know us. Like, you ain't never seen me before. You ain't never shook that man's hand. You will never shake my hand either. I don't know you. I kind of chilled out on a lot of that stuff. Because like I said, I was going crazy on this. Like, right? I used to be crazy. Man, this is going to be cooler now. I'm going to take y'all somewhere else up the street. That's why I said this city is just awful. This city is awful, man. Like, I don't know. It's just, maybe it's not that bad of a place, but when you've been here your whole life, man, you ain't trying to be here, man. Ain't nobody trying to be here. You trying to go somewhere else, man. You try to experience life, man. Ain't no life living here, man. People live their life here for 60 years and they did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing here. See what other beats I got. I've been listening to a lot of my beats lately. I'm put on my Memphis folder. That's all my Memphis beats. But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy up here. What we got? So now we coming up on 4th Street, which is also a terrible street. This is where all the drunk white people be at. That's why I said in Louisville, you got everybody act the same. In Louisville, you gotta deal with the with the Negroes, and then you gotta deal with the white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, the white people be atrocious up here, black folk be atrocious up here, man. Everybody just people just the weirdest up here, man. Everybody weird. You know what I'm saying? Like he said. I say, you in the Army? Where you in North Carolina? Where in North Carolina? I got a lot of North Carolina folk, man. What's up with that? What's up with that? I got a lot of Texas folk, a lot of North Carolina folk. I'm gonna show y'all something up here real quick. If I can find a parking spot, this parking up here sucks too. I might be able to park up here. Hold on, I'm gonna show y'all something. It's gonna be a funny story. It's gonna be a funny story. That's why I said I'm showing you how fast you can get to everywhere in this city, man. Like, it's just how everything happens within a block radius. That's sad too. Everything happens within a block radius, man. Everything is crazy up here. Hold on. Hopefully they don't tow me for being up. I'm just gonna hop out the car real quick. I ain't trying to be up here that long. All right. No, in this city, they ain't got nothing better to do, boy. They'll tow you, ticket you, lock you up, arrest you. Just all type of stuff, man. They don't care about that. All right. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Welcome to Louisville, freaking Kentucky, home of the Whopper, land of the free, home of the Whopper. Literally what it is. But yeah, man, that's why I said this city, man, it's crazy, man. It's like I said, it ain't really a place you want to be at. You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, I said Louisville is a place where dreams come to die. Like, if you have big inspiration, don't come to Louisville. Like, your dreams will die with it so fast here, man. People don't care about nothing, man. They don't care about nothing. Hold on, one. This is itchy, man. It's itching my got like a little itch right there. And no, it ain't fake. I'm just saying it's itch. I'm like, what's up, Aaron Brian? Nah, man. Like, it's so I'm gonna show y'all something. I'm gonna show y'all something funny that happened up here. So this whole back in this whole area right here, back in 2020, this was like up the street was the Breeway, Breonna Taylor Way, what they named the street after her, the girl that got killed by the police. So this whole area up here, man, was wild. You feel me? This whole area was crazy. So I'm gonna show you something real quick. Getting better. Hold on. 5 year. Where is that's what it is? Fayetteville? Is that Vietnam? Fayetteville? How you say that? I know a nigga I can't read now. I'll show you something up here though. So check this out. So back when I got shot, dog, I was up here. I remember I was where I was. So I remember I remember where I was. So I was like somewhere right here in this area. So I was walking up this way. And as I was walking up this way, I was getting stiff leg, you know what I'm saying? My back was starting to stiff. So I was getting stiff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm walking up the block. And so I'm like, I'm about to go home. I'm like, all right, well, I'm thinking it's a rubber bullet outside and I'm gonna pull it out, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go home and sear it up with a hot iron, you know what I'm saying? Take some tweezers, take it out, you know what I'm saying? So I remember being, they be racing out here, man. So I remember I was right here, man. I was right here. And there was some police. They had a lot of street block dog. There was some police up here with it's like 10 police up here with like assault rifles or whatever. And so I went to this one officer. I said, hey, man. I said, hey, was that y'all that was down there shooting and stuff? He said, nah, that wasn't us. I said, well, somebody done shot me, man. You know what I'm saying? And so he was like, yeah, man. He said 3 other people said they got shot, man. He said, let me take a look at it. So I'm standing in the street about right there. So I'm about right there. No, not ICE. This is back in 2020. There is ICE protests up here, but this is back in 2020 with the BLM. So I was standing about right there. So he had turned me around. He said, hey. He said, yo, dude. He said, hey, bro, that's a real bullet, man. You got shot for real. I started laughing. I said, word. I said, word, Tom? He said, yeah, it's a real bullet. You got shot. I said, nah, man, it's crazy. So I'm laughing. I'm like, bro, nah, that's crazy, man. Ain't no way. You feel me? And so I remember they had me laid out in the street, double cheeked up, man, right here. Had me laid out all up in the street, man, tooted and booted, right there. And so I remember there was some Negroes walking across the street over there. And so they was looking, they said, hey, little homie. They said, hey, man, what happened, bro? What happened? And so the police was like, he's been shot, y'all. He's been shot. And so one of the ratchet chicks, she said, that's because y'all niggas shot him. He got shot because of y'all. And they was like, yeah, man, y'all shot him. All the other YNs in the back, yeah, y'all shot him, man. It's messed up. And so I'm on the ground. Like I said, they got me all tooted up. So I'm on the ground just like scrolling through my phone because I'm just like, it's whatever. And so I remember right here, there was a black woman right here. She was, I don't know why she was crawling to me, but she was like crawling from right here. She crawled all the way up into like the middle of the street. And she said, she was like, hey, are you okay? And she's like, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just scrolling my phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And so she was like, she said, hey, I just want to make sure. So the police had told her that he was like, hey, can you go tell them over there that we didn't shoot him because we don't want them to think that we shot him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when them niggas start throwing water bottles, bro. Keep in mind, I'm sitting right here. The police about right there. They about over there. I'm sitting right here. Negroes is hitting me with the bottles from over here. They throwing them from like, Negroes ain't got no aim. So they throwing them bottles and stuff from like right there. They hit me while I'm laying out right here. I'm laid out right there. So they done missed the, hey man, they done missed the police and everything. They done got me instead. So I'm like, bro, they keep hitting me. So I said, hey. I said, hey, look what y'all doing, man. I said, y'all hitting me. Y'all making me more of a victim than I am, man. I said, so not only am I tooted up and booted, I got a bullet in me. And then I said, now I'm soaking wet from y'all nasty water. Y'all done hit me with the water bottle. You hit me with the water. Hit me with the bullet. And then they was the ones that was recording me on the ground. So when I woke up in the morning after my surgery, and I seen on the news it's talking about 6 protesters got shot, and then I seen they had my face blurred out, but they had me over at Tooted. I said, man, these niggas. I said, oh boy, they had me double cheeked up on a Tuesday, man. I think it was Tuesday too. I said they had me double cheeked up on a Tuesday, man. But I said I remember just laying out right there, man. I was laid there, and so there was this big old SWAT tank, man. This big old SWAT tank came this way. It like did a U-turn with it, came this way. And that's when that it was big old giant white dude, bro. This dude was huge, man. He was tall. Big old giant white dude got out. And then he had on the glasses and everything. He had on the headset, the helmet, everything. He got out. He slammed the door. Douche. He said, you been shot? Bro, I swear. He said, you been shot? I said, by the looks of it, you would think, right? I was on the ground. I said, yes, sir. Steve ain't scared of many people, but this nigga was scary. I said, he was like a white passerby. I said, yes, sir. I said, yes, sir, I've been shot. He said, okay, let's get him to a hospital. I was like, Jesus, this guy's aggressive. And so I'm thinking he's about to come and raise me. I said, bro, I'm the victim here. Like, he got out real aggressive, but this guy was huge. And so, yeah, like I said, they had me laid out over here, man. And then they put me in they had a cop car right there. And so they raced me up the street. The hospital's like, I think the hospital's like more that way over there. And so they had me running through the red lights, man, like 100-something miles an hour, man. Like, we was going quick, you feel me? And so the cop was just in the back, man. He was talking to me, man. He was over there talking to me. Let me make sure I don't get, I'm up the street up here. But yeah, that's why I said I remember I was walking all up this street up here. And because the shooting, like I said, the shooting happened up here. I'm gonna take y'all where the shooting is. Shooting was right up the street up here. But I ended up somewhere over here. I don't even know how I got over here. Like, I was on the phone. I was on FaceTime with my best friend at the time, because she seen the phone go black. So her and her mama thought I got killed. So they was like, oh my God, they had a call. They said, oh my God, we thought you got killed. I was like, nah, I'm good. And so, like I said, yeah, they had me laid out in the street, bro. Now this street is called Booty Street. Because they had to position me a certain way, man, to get the bullets in my back. So they had to position me a certain way, had to cut my joggers, and they had to like lift my shirt up and stuff like that. And I'm just like, dang, bro, y'all could have put me in a cop car and did it. It's like public indecency, man. Like, dang, niggas have me all out here. I was like, bro, that's crazy. But I'm gonna show you where it happened at. So what we got here? Yeah, it was the crazy. Like I said, man, this is the street you didn't want to be on, man. This is a crazy street too. Because again, everybody was getting in fights, man. Everybody's getting locked up. Police is beating people out here. People fighting the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot going on, man. Everybody fighting each other. You feel me? And so, hold up, I'm taking y'all up here. It's really right up the street. I'm just gonna move the car up here just to make it closer. But yeah, that's the street that I was laid out on, man, when they had to take me to the hospital or whatnot. I'm talking about, man, there was so much blood, man. I had a lot of blood leaking out of me. You feel me? And so, it was just coming everywhere, bro. Like, it was so much blood, it was like a dark red. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever seen, like if you cut yourself, it's like a light red. But if you cut yourself deep, you see that dark red, and then blood mixed with clothes and stuff. Like, it was like a soaking dark red. You know, it was almost like purple. You know what I'm saying? So it was dark colored. You know what I'm saying? What? Hold up. So yeah, hold on, y'all. This city, man, was. That's why I said you get. That's why I said we be having anxiety and PTSD and don't even know it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize I was dealing with some of that too. But because I mean, again, in our community, in Black community, we talk like, oh, it's just, you know, it's tragic, like it's tragic or it's unfortunate. It's like, nah, that's real life. You know, I thought that was for the military boys. It's like, nah, this is the same stuff they experience too, man. And I said I didn't realize why I was having like these, you know, not like episodes, but you know what I'm saying? I was feeling some kind of way about stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get a little paranoid, you know what I'm saying? You got to be paranoid to be in the city, man, because people don't act right. They don't act right. Like I said, even Daddy was paranoid, man. That's why Daddy bought all them guns, man. Daddy bought the German Shepherd, man. He bought the security cameras. He bought security everything, man. Like, Negroes is crazy here. And so, like I said, Daddy started securing everything. He started locking the doors, started making everybody get a key to get in the sanctuary in church, started making stuff real secure, started installing cameras, all that, man. Because like I said, people just, they reckless here, man. They don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? They'll rob your stuff just for fun. They don't even want your stuff. They'll rob it just to say they robbed somebody. You know what I'm saying? They don't even care. You know what I'm saying? It's just to see who's a better robber, who can get more licks in one day. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it's like. You know what I mean? Hold on. And don't tell me to put my seatbelt on. I'm riding up the street, y'all. So y'all shut up. Bunch of Mr. Moms. Hold on, I'm trying to pass this light. It's red right now. So. Come on, man, pay attention. You walking on the green light. And people don't pay attention here either, man. That's the thing. People don't even pay attention. So yeah, a lot of craziness, man, happening in our downtown area, man. I'm about to pull over here, but so yeah, hold on. Now we are getting out the car again. I told you, I see how close everything is. Everything closer. You feel me? Hold on. But yeah, this is our this downtown, boy, with all the skyscrapers. They got some other, you can't see them from because these buildings are on the way, but there's some more skyscrapers over there. But this part, this spot right here, it's hard to determine, man. So this is the spot where I got shot at. This spot right here. So that was that big old vehicle y'all see in the video. The big old vehicle was, I think, like right here. So keep in mind, me and the homie, man, we came, we was down, it's like New York City out here, man. Everybody and their mama out here, you know what I'm saying? So we was further down on the end of that sidewalk over there. And so, and then the feds, bro, this is the funniest part. The feds was right there on top of that building. You see, the feds was literally right up there watching people. They was on top of that building. They was on top of this building over here, like this little spot right here. I believe they was on top of that little Vadok over there. Like, I'm talking about, bro, they got like 4 different angles. They watching the nigga out here, man. It's like really surveilled out here. And so the FBI, everybody just watching us, you know what I'm saying? And so it's so many people, man, you couldn't even see a drop paper clip, man, or a drop cup. Like, it's so many people, you can't even see the ground, you feel me? And so over here, this is where all the police and the riot police, all the riot gear, everybody, all the SWAT, everybody was over here right there. And so this was ground zero. This is a place you wasn't supposed to be at. I was in ground zero, which was kind of dumb. You know what I'm saying? But I was documenting everything. So over here, they had a statue, not this statue, but it was a statue of King Louis or whatever. So they went ahead and vandalized that thing. Well, they tore that thing up. So I took a picture in front of that with my homie. I had my homie take a picture. And so he had told me, he said, hey, man, he said, there's reports they about to start tear gas and people shooting them with beanbags and rubber bullets because it's getting a little crazy. And so I told him, I said, all right, I said, well, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So this idiot, his name is Juan. Let's just say Juan. This nigga Juan had parked right here. Now, keep in mind, it's New York City out here. You cannot get out here. You can't, it's too many people. You cannot move. So we got in the car. We was actually leaving at first, bro. I was leaving. But it was so many people, we couldn't move. So I told him, I said, Juan, why'd you park right here, dude? This is dumb. I said, why'd you park? You can't even move, dog. He said, I don't know. I said, so then we got out the car. I said, Juan, we can't go nowhere now. We got to stay here. And so that's why, bro, if I actually would have left, I wouldn't even got shot, dog. Like, I would have left. But because of this Negro, he parked right there. And I was parked all the way over there, so I was going to have to take him back to my car or whatever. And so, yeah, drummer Juan. Yeah. And so, we was all over here, you feel me? Yeah, the drummer, yeah. Drummer, he's a wild boy. But yeah, right here they had it was right here. It was the, you can see his little patch right there. But there was a statue right there, and they vandalized that thing and broke it. You know what I'm saying? And so somehow we made our way up here. So Juan, I think he found somebody he knew. He was like, hey, I'm about to go back up here, man. And I told him, I said, all right. I said, all right, cuz I'll catch you. You know what I'm saying? So I went back, I went up here further. You know what I'm saying? I'm on IG Live with my peoples, you know what I'm saying? And that's when my best friend at the time, she was watching me. And so, yeah, again, it's crazy. I'm talking about, bro, it's all ethnicity. Black, white, Arabian, Hispanic, everybody, Mexican, everybody, man, they mamas out here, bro. Like, man, it was crazy. So, again, the feds on top of the roof. Feds is on top of the roof on both of these roofs watching us, dog. They watching us. You feel me? What's up, Hazel? With the pretty brown eyes. No, they on the roofs watching us, man. I think they was even up here watching us, man. The feds was watching everybody. And so, like I said, it was getting crazy on the court steps because everybody and their mama was coming over here, too. You know what I'm saying? People's all up on the statues and everything, you know what I'm saying? And so I was somewhere in this area around here. They had that big old police vehicle like right here in this area. And so, again, this is where all the riot police was. All the riot police, the SWAT, ground zero where you don't want to be at. If they was to go crazy, I would have got locked up because I was right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm on IG Live right here. So then that's when I told old girl, I said, hey, I said, don't worry, girl. I said, you know, I'll be here because she said, be careful. And so when she said, I said, don't worry, girl, you know I'm gonna be here for your birthday because the birthday was coming up. And then showing up when I heard pop, 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 I was right here, dog. I heard pop, 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 pop. So I turned and I started running. Everything happened in slow motion. I don't know how stuff happens in slow motion when you in a life or death situation, but it do. And so I kept saying, I said, well, what do I need to do? Do I need to get up and run? Do I need to, I said, do I need to duck? Because I was going to get under the vehicle. It was a big old police vehicle right there. And so I said, I was going to get underneath because I said, if anything happens, I said, I'm underneath the vehicle so they ain't going to hit me. And so right when I was about to turn around too. I was about to turn around and I was about to get on the vehicle. And right when I did it, right when I was about to turn around, that's when I felt thoosh. And I felt myself get shot. I said, ah. And then I remember I got shot and then I fell. I said, ah. And I felt like that. I felt like face first. I said, ah. Then I fell, I got up. I said, I took off running. And I was like, oh man, why they hit me? I was like, bro, it was more of a shock. Like I said, it didn't really hurt. It was more of a shock. Like, oh my gosh, like something just hit me. You know what I'm saying? So my homie was right there on the steps. He was on the steps, man. He got shot 3 times. That's how I know a Negro did it, because he was on the steps. He got shot over here. I was over here. I don't know how you shoot somebody way over there when you shoot me right. I'm right here. That don't make no sense, man. And so homie got hit 3 times. He was in some real pain. But actually, hold on. I think somebody left a sign. Look, somebody left a sign out here. Yeah, that's must be the ICE protest. These niggas crazy. Yeah, they was protesting all down here too. This is a big protest spot. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man. I got hit. I said, oh. And so I fell, man. I took off, and then I took off running. What way did I take off running? I think I took off. What way did I take off running? No. I took off running this way. So I got hit, and I got up, and I ran this way. There's a curve that go over there. And I don't know how I ended up near the other spot downtown. I don't know how I ended up here. But I was running, man. I'm talking about like army mode, just running. You feel me? And I remember I'm thinking it's just like a beanbag or something. So I turn around, man, and I see all this blood coming out because my friend had called me. She said, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm good. And so the laugh stopped. And so I told her, I said, yeah, I'm good. And I turned around, I seen all this blood leaking, and I said, dang, man, that hit me hard, bro. I'm thinking it's a paintball. I said, maybe it's a paintball. You know what I'm saying? And then I touched it. I said, nah, man. I said, why it hurt? I said, it's hurt. And I said, bro, it was like hot. Because when you get shot, man, it's hot. The bullet's hot. So it's like hot. You know what I'm saying? So you immediately sweating because your body just took on a hot piece of lead. You know what I'm saying? And so you sweat. I'm all sweating, bro. I'm just like, man, I'm hot. So I touched it, and my hand came up. I said, dang, man, that's blood. I said, that's real blood. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think some of the meat, man, was coming off or something. It was like, I don't know if my flesh I tore off too. So some of the flesh, I think, was coming off of it. I was like, dang, man, it's hot. And so yeah, that's when I got stiff. Like I said, at first you cool. I was running, my adrenaline's pumping, and then as the bullet cools off, it starts to hurt. So then I start getting stiff. I start walking like it. So I got stiff. I was walking like a penguin, or old man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, I don't like it, man. So I said, what if this bullet travel and hit my spine? Because it was by my spine. I said, nah, man, let me go ahead, because I ain't trying to end up dead or paralyzed. You know what I'm saying? But it was. Hold on, let me see what it said. That was like a show, though, man. That's why I said it's crazy. Nah, man, but that's why I said that's where it all happened, for real. And then and then across the street, this is where they had it was like a big old Breonna Taylor memorial. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take you over there. A lot happened in the city, man. This is a bittersweet place. This is a bad city, y'all. This is a bad city. Oh, man, this city sucks, bro. That's why I said it reminded me of so much bad, bro. From childhood all the way up, man, it just reminded me of so much bad. That's why I had to move. I said, I can't live here no more. You feel me? And so they called this street Breeway. This is where they named it after Breonna Taylor. And this is where we have most of our protest headquarters, which is ironically right across the street from a police department. So they gave them the time of their life, boy. They gave them a run for their money, man. And so, as you can see, you can still see people writing out here. Like they got like Breonna Taylor. People still write like Breonna Taylor. Some of this stuff, I don't even know what that says. It's like, it's too bright to see. I can't really see it. But like they got like writing out here. I think it's another person that died. A couple of people died up on this block, man. That's why I said this is tragic, man. A couple of people died up here. Like you can see people now, they out here doing the ICE stuff. So they said abolish ICE. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody got these people crazy up here, man. But I was just like, you know, but this is the power to the people, man. You know what I'm saying? But over here, it was a big old picture of like Breonna Taylor, and they was like putting out flowers and everything up here. You feel me? And it was just a place where people can come and show their respects. You know what I'm saying? They play music up here, and they would kind of cook out up here. You know what I'm saying? It was a headquarters for like a lot of this stuff, man. And so Like, look, even people over here got stuff written over. Look what they got written over. They got they got the ACAB. You know what I'm saying? They got the Trump. They hate Trump over here, bro. They got ACAB. Like abolish ICE, because I know there's a lot that's going on with ICE right now here too. They doing that in San Antonio too as well. So they got a lot of stuff up here, boy. People are angry, man, but rightfully so, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they said maggots. They said maggots is not welcome here, like MAGA people. They got FDT, which y'all know what that stands for. Like people up here, but they just, I mean, everybody right now, even people that like Trump, man, everybody tired of him. Like they all hate this guy, you know what I'm saying? So again, I'm non-political, I don't want to get into that, but I said I don't like this. I never liked him either, but he's funny at times, but I said he a little wild, you know what I'm saying? But I don't agree with a lot of stuff that's going on here. But that's why I said the same that's going on now is what happened in the BLM movement, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we was dealing with, you know what I'm saying? And so we right across the street from the courthouse right here, and then the police station is right there, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, people used to go over and get them all types. It was more of a corrections. I think it's the one Mama worked at. Mama worked at the correction office before she started doing daycare work when we was younger. And like I said, the feds up here watching everybody, man. Everybody named Mama, man. They was up here watching them. You know what I'm saying? And so we had a we had an armed protest. Hey, man, that was funny. We had one armed protest first. So we all came out here, military gear, everything. You know what I'm saying? And so the National Guard, everybody watching us, man. And so some dude, hey, look at this, check this out. Some dude rode past in the car. He's honking his horn. These niggas, man. He riding past in his car. He got a rifle sticking out the window. He's beeping his horn, throwing his rifle at the car at the same time and driving. I don't know how he's doing it at the same time. He's beep, 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 beep. He's waving his car. And everybody said, yeah. I said, the feds up here on the roof watching him. I said, bro, they gonna shoot you. I said, you getting a little radical, man. He said, yeah, beep, 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 beep. It's like some Taliban type stuff. And I was like, this is crazy up here. And so, so some of these, bro, is these two YNs. They drove past. These two YNs had one of the loudest. They had some illegal firecrackers or something. This thing was loud. So they threw one out the window over here. And so it was doosh. So everybody thought it was a gunshot. So everybody got their guns. Oh, what's it? Like everybody looking at it, like they don't know what's going on. I was like, this is crazy. But look what they got. It said chinga la migra, which I think I know what that means. I think that's a bad word. Don't say that, y'all. I think. don't repeat after Steve. If I got chia, if you in here, if I got chia, or if I got any Hispanics, I think it means something with ice. I think that's a bad word. Now I think about it. It means blank ice. I think that's what that means. So, yeah, don't say that. I don't know yet. Don't say that. But yeah, man, a lot happened up here. So then I left home. My homegirl was up here, and so I left to go home real quick. She called me hours later. She said, hey, Steve. Yeah, immigration. That's what she said. Hey, Steve. She said, Steve, they shooting up here. Somebody just got shot up here. She said, they shooting. Come get me. And I said, what? I said, where your keys at? She said she dropped her keys in all the chaos. She couldn't find her car keys. She said, come get me. They shooting. So it was the day that a bunch of Trump supporters was going to come up here and rival us. So I thought they was up here shooting. So I said, oh, okay. So I said, okay, so how we going to do it? So I got my rifle put in the car. I said, all right, well, it's wartime. I said, let's go then. I said, they're going to shoot. I said, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So I put the rifle in the car, I ran around. I said, where they at? Steve crazy. I said, where they at? I rolled up like Pinky. I said, say one more time. Say it again. Like I'm over crazy, you know what I'm saying? And so I rolled. I said, where they at? And so she got in the car, and she said, dude, somebody just got killed in front of me. I said, word? She said, yeah, man, somebody just got shot. And it turns out it was a dude, which Dara even said, nigga's name was Steven too. This old idiot, man. It was a homeless dude. They was having a lot of homeless people come over here. And so a lot of them was over here like doing stuff they weren't supposed to be doing. And so he was in the camp earlier, man, and he kept doing stuff, like begging people, harassing people, or something. And so they had threw him out because he's doing too much. So he said, okay, I'm gonna come back. And I don't know why he decided to come back when everybody else got guns. He said, I'm gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? And so he came back with a handgun. Everybody was like, yeah, he walked past me, he ain't do nothing. He came back with a handgun and just started shooting up here. You know what I'm saying? And so people up here just start shooting him back, you know what I'm saying? And so it was a dude, man, that's sad, bro. It's a video that went viral. You might be able to find it. But I think he was over there. I don't know. I think it was over there, man. Something like that. Somewhere over there. And it was a white dude, man. His name was Tyler. I forgot his name, Tyler something. I think it was Tyler. It's Tyler something. He was just a photographer, man. He was just doing his job. He was a photographer. He was covering the stories, man. And he didn't see what happened, man. And dude hit him in the back of his head, man. And he literally bled out on film, dude. That pissed me off, man. That really pissed me off. And he literally like bled out right there, dog. And so my friend, you can see her, she's over top. She's, oh my God. She said, somebody call somebody. Somebody come do something. She's like, somebody get somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, ain't nothing you can really do, man. It's like he pretty much gone. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, you want to help, but you don't really know what to do, man. And he was just there minding his business, man, just trying to take photography of what was going on, trying to see what was going on. And he got killed, man. You know what I'm saying? And so she was traumatized over it, you know what I'm saying? And so that's why she had called me later. She was just like, you know, I sat and talked with her for a little bit, man. She was a little messed up from it. You know what I'm saying? And I said, hey, I miss anybody, man. You see somebody get murdered in front of you, you know what I'm saying? And so dude died up here, man, along with there was a couple other people, man, that died up here, man. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all, man, this is ground zero. This was a hot spot. You feel me? This was a hot spot of just violence, man, and crime, and just, you know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, we was up here fighting police, man. We was fighting everybody, man. Everybody just fighting everybody, dude. And so that's when we got fed up. And so these little white supremacists thought they was gonna come here and do that. Again, they thought they was gonna come here and do that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get somebody to make a documentary of my life. But they thought they was gonna come here and do that. So we had the black militia. Now keep in mind, these wasn't the Hebrew Israelites. I said, because I think some of them niggas be real too. But I said, but these was the Muslim guys. So they came into town. They said, okay, they went to Georgia first. And they said, now we coming to y'all. Grandmaster J and them. So we all strapped up. Everybody in they mama. Civilian, army, militia, everybody came out here, bro. It was so many guns. It was crazy, dude. I'm telling you, y'all. Remember I told y'all the other day about how many of us it was? It was like a mosquito to an elephant. Man, when I tell you, man, bro, I ain't gonna cap to you. We started down there. Walking all the way down the street. We came all the way up this way. This is our headquarters again, because this is ground zero for everything. I'm telling you, it was one of the most beautiful black things I've ever seen in my life, dude. It was over 300 of us with assault rifles, dog. It was over 300. It was an army out here, dude. Plus the civilians. And didn't include the army. This is the civilians, too. I'm talking about, man, bro, the West End starts down there. So we came from the West End all the way to downtown. Man, when I tell you, we had these Negroes scared. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Anthony? How you doing? Nah, we in Louisville with it today, Anthony. I'm just naming my trauma stories. I told you, I got shot up the street. No, I got shot, like I said, I got shot right across the street from here. A couple of people got shot over there. You know what I'm saying? A couple of people lost their life over there. But everybody over here that got shot with me, they live. You know, thank God. But it's ground zero for everything crazy. But yeah, man, I told him, I said, bro, it was so, we was over here in this area. So everybody named, I had masks, everything. I mean, it was black everything, man. People coming with 100-round mag drums, you know what I'm saying? And so they all went up there to that stage over there, the center. So we, hey, yo. So me and Joe, we came out here too. Like I said, we all came out strapped because it's like, this is our American. See, white people like to exercise their right. That's why I told y'all, exercise your rights. Because white people know the law says, so we didn't know the law too. So in the state of Kentucky, you can do that. You can walk around. Like, if I wanted to, right, if somebody wanted to walk outside with their AK-47, they can do that. It's not against the law. You just don't be threatening people. You know what I'm saying? So I said, y'all want to exercise y'all right? We're going to exercise ours. Because they kept saying, they thought they was going to have a Cal Rittenhouse. Remember? They thought they was going to have another Cal Rittenhouse up there. And so we told them, we said, well, tell Cal Rittenhouse come down here. We said, bring that little Negro down here and see if he do it down here. I said, that little boy would have got Swiss cheese. I'm talking about, boy, that boy Lynn would have fell off, man. They would have put so many holes in. You would have read a newspaper through the little Negro. Would have read a chapter book through this little Negro. And so what they did was they had a barricade right here. They had everything blocked off right here. So me and Joe was standing right here. Like I said, this is a militia. You couldn't see the ground, dude. Bro, you could not see the ground. There was so many people out here, dog. I think it was a little space like right here. Everybody else and they mama, it was black everything. Black everything. It was black everything, man. That's it, man. So, like I said, we was standing right here. Bro, when I tell you, man, the YNs, bro, these little niggas, oh my God, they were the funniest niggas in the world, bro. They had the best jokes, bro. Across the street over there, like across to the other side, they had their little small militia. That's when the little white people came out with their little small militia with their little firearms, bro. It was like, I'm not lying to you, bro. And then the police, it was all SWAT and police up here. They was barricading off everything, man. We still outnumbered them 5-1, bro. We outnumbered all of them, the FBI, the police, and the protesters. We outnumbered them 5-1, man. I'm talking about we all up on the sidelines and everything, man. We all up on the sidelines and everything. And so we sitting here, so we on the front lines. So these little YNs, bro, for 2-3 hours straight, I promise you, for 2-3 hours straight, they was throwing the best jokes. They was throwing the funniest jokes, bro. I was crying, bro. Even the police was laughing. That's how funny they knew it was. These niggas was funny. Oh my God, bro. They had them crying, bro. They was sitting there for 3 hours, didn't get tired. One would stop, the other one would come in. They say, "Hey, come here, man. Come get him real quick." They was Memphis roasting these niggas, man. They was just, "That's why you look like this." And look at you with your large. They was like, "Yeah, you large, got an extra large outfit on." And they said, "Dude," they said one dude like Samuel Jackson because he did. He was laughing, bro. Like they was laughing, bro. That's how funny it was. Like, bro, they was riding people out for about 3-4 hours, man, just straight up. You know what I'm saying? And so me and Joe was up here, bro. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something. So again, they came with a little small army, man. They came with a little small people. Because again, it was a lot of them, but they didn't outnumber us. It was more of us than them. That's why I said, don't let them think that ain't no there's power in numbers. Because again, if we talking about numbers, we have way more numbers than they did. So I'm telling you, man, we was right here, dog. So keep in mind, I'm by the gate. Me and Joe by the gate. This radical Black Panther nigga, he came up. I'm gonna show you. He came up right here, dog. He said, he came up and looked at him. He looking at the white people. He said, "Hey," he said, "What you looking at?" And so we said, "Hey, bro, just calm down." He said, "What?" Bro, he took one knee. He said, bro, he took one knee. Oh, this nigga he was ready to risk it all. But he had nothing else to lose, bro. He had dreads and everything. I said, "Yeah, this is a knuckle. This is a Killmonger right here, bro. This nigga ain't got nothing else to lose." He got down on, bro, it's the fact he got down on one knee. I said, "Oh, yeah, he came to kill." Like, he came to kill. Bro, it made the biggest sound when he did that. He had a 100-round mag, too. I said, "Oh, yeah, he's about to air something out." And I was like, me and Joe took it. I said, "Hey," I'm going to step back from dude. I said, "Hey, man, look, if you start shooting, I'm going to have to shoot with you. But it's going to be on you." I said, "You the one that started this." And so they was like, "Hey, stand down, man, stand down." He was ready. I mean, he was ready. I mean, his trigger finger was itching. He was ready to blow. So, "Hey, man, stand down, man, stand down." So the police is sitting right there. Even the police scared. Everybody, he's scared of the police. He's scared of white people, the police, everybody. He scared the niggas, everybody. We on his side and we was scared. We said, "Hey, bro," we say, "Hey, stand down." We say, we told police, like, "Hey, look, like, we ain't with him." I said, if y'all start doing indictments, we ain't with him. He crazy. And so his fellow brothers and them came to get him. I said, "Yeah, take him off the front lines, man." I said, "He gonna get everybody shot." I said, "I just got shot a couple months ago. He gonna get me shot again." Yeah, man. I mean, they had all the bro. They was over here. They was scared, bro. Everybody was scared, man. Everybody, their mom was scared over here. And so, like I said, they had a little small militia. They ain't do nothing. And so it was, it was a beautiful sight to see, man. Black folk, everybody with their firearms and everything, man. And so this was ground zero, man, where everything happened. And so, like I said, it was a couple of months ago, or from that time, like I said, right across the street, that's where me and some other people got shot at. You know, we got shot up here, and then some other people got shot up there. And then there was a little homie, man. There was a little homie around the corner, like a couple of days after I got shot, man. He got shot, and he ain't make it, man. He was a young dude. You think he was like 15, 16, man. He ain't make it. That's sad, too, man. So yeah, it was crazy up here, man. That's why I say it was just a city of just violence, bro. It's a city of death, bro. Like, Louisville's literally like a city of death, man. That's why I don't like it. So even after the little protest, man, like man, my Southern coming out hard, bro. Southern coming out hard here. But even after the protest, man, me and Joe was walking back to the cars because again, everybody's walking. It was two. I remember it was this big old fat white man, this big old fat white woman. They was Trump supporters. And so they decided because they like to taunt people. So they came down here messing with everybody with their shirts on. And so black folk, these niggas was like, "If you don't get your blanket and blank out of there," they was like, "Man, we about to shoot you." He said, "You better get out of here." And then they like, what? They over because they trolls. They like, "What do we do?" And so one dude was on the steps. He had on a Trump shirt, which again, that's your right. Again, he has the right to be out here. And so everybody was like, "Hey," they was like, "Hey, y'all." Everybody was like, he's a Trumper. Let's get him. They said, "Nah, y'all don't get him." They said, "Look, that's his right to be out here just like it is ours." They said, "Just watch him. Just make sure he ain't crazy because if he do something, we're going to light him up too." And so, yeah, they were scared they were scared to come outside. Right, niggas was scared, man. And so, I remember, yeah, they know what they're doing. That's why I said, but if we would have lit them up, it wasn't nothing they could do. It was more of us than the police and everybody else. Like, so I'm like, dude, you would have been helpless, man. They would have come get your remains after we done. Like, you know, wasn't nobody gonna be able to help you, dog. It was too many of us. You know what I'm saying? So we outnumbered, I think, the National Guard out here at the time. Like, bro, it was a lot of us, dude. You know what I'm saying? And so all they was doing, they was coming by the bus loads, man, and locking people up. They had buses. They was locking people up and throwing them on the bus. And then they would take them to the holding cells, but they had to let them go because they ain't do nothing. So they would get out pretty much the same day. It was senseless. It was like, y'all just bored. You know what I'm saying? And so, around the same time as a dude named David McAtee, man, he was up here too. He got killed by the National Guard for, I don't know what he did. It wasn't nothing serious. And so we were saying his name too. It was just a lot of death, bro. A lot of death going on in the city, man. And so even on the way back to the car, man, like when we came back we was going back to it because me and Joe parked down there. And so these two girls, these two girls rode up on us. There was a white girl and a light skin. Yeah, there was a white girl and a light skin rode up on us. And she was like, ooh, because I mean, I have my vest on. You know, I ain't wearing no shirt, so I'm listening. I look like the Punisher out there, have my vest on, arms glistening, carrying a big old rifle. So she came and told me, she said, she pulled up on us. She said, hey, what y'all doing out here? I said, it was a protest down there. And so she was like, oh, she said, okay. She said, hey, are y'all single? And so Joe, he was like, I'm married. He said, but he's single. He said, he's single. And so I said, yep, that's right. I am single. And so she was like, hey, take my number. She was like, hey, can I get your number? I was like, yeah. And so she let her take my number. And so I took her, no, I think I gave her my number. I said, I'm gonna give you my number. And so I gave her my number, man. I don't know if I gave her the wrong number or a messed up number or something, because I never heard none. So I told Mom, I said, Mom, I might have given her your number, check. I said, check, Mom, I need to know. I said, yeah, they was hollering at you. So I said, I track them everywhere. They keep coming to messing with Steve, man. They wanted me back then and they want me now. Bro, my life is a movie, man. That's why I said, like, y'all understand me. My life be a movie, dude. And so that's why it was crazy. And then after that, it kind of died down a little bit. Like, it was a little smoother. And then when they was reading the verdict a couple of weeks or months later, that's when they was reading the guilty verdict for the police officers that did this. And so they went ahead and had barricades set up. They had everything set up. So everybody knew. They was like, by them doing that, they might have ruled like a not guilty verdict. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew people was going to get mad. And so it was me and my white friend, we came out here. And so this is the night, like before, I think it was the night before it all happened. So me and her came out here and we was just exploring everything. And she got a mixed kid. And she told me, she said, listen, she said, the reason I do a lot of this, she said, I rock heavy with black folk. You know what I'm saying? She said, my kid is mixed. And she said, I want to tell my kid, like, when this goes down to history, where I was, like, that I fought for y'all, like, I was standing with y'all. Because, you know, one day, if the world's here by then, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is going down to history, in the history books. And you want to be on the right side of history. She said, hey, man, she said, I want to be on. She said, this is so wrong how they doing y'all. She said, I don't want my kid to experience the racism and stuff like that, too. You know what I'm saying? And so she started crying. She started getting emotional and stuff. She was like, I just don't want my kid to deal with that. And I said, look, I know. You know what I'm saying? And so me and her went around the corner we was wearing all black because, again, everybody was wearing black. You know what I'm saying? So I ran into, we went over around the corner. That's where a little homie got killed at. And so it was a skate park up there. And so we was just like, well, let's hang out here for a minute. It's like 3 a.m. So I'm like, we already out here. Let's be out here. And so me and her went up there. So we ran into a dude, man. It was a blood. This dude's a blood. And he came. He was cool, man. He was cool. And so he thought we was GDs because, you know, I think GDs were all black. And so he was like, are y'all gangster to sight with them? I said, man, nah. I said, I don't even think we even got that here in Louisville, man. We ain't even got those. For some reason, Chicago don't like us. They pass up and go to Memphis or go to Ohio. They don't come here. At least from I know, they don't come here. But I said, nah, man, we ain't no gangster disciples, man. Nah, man. I said, it's just a blackout up here. Everybody wearing black. And so he started talking. Me and him was just, I told you, I'll chop it up with everybody. I chop it up with everybody from the streets, everybody that's gang members. I don't care. I'll chop it up with you. And so he told me, he said, yeah, man. He said, I was a former blood, man. He said, I served a lot of prison time, you know what I'm saying? And so he was just like, yeah, he said, I don't really bang no more, you know what I'm saying? He said, but it was a tough life. And I just started talking to the homie about life, man. Start talking to him about the street, you know what I'm saying? Just start talking to him about what's going on, what we've been doing, you know what I'm saying? I told him like a little bit what was going on with me at the time because I just got shot not too long ago. So I told him, I said, yeah, man, that happened to me down there. He said, word, homie. I said, yeah, man, a lot going on, you feel me? And so that's why I said, I just be linking in with everybody everywhere I go. I don't even know you, but I'll talk to you because I'm cool with you, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said people got mad respect, man. You know what I'm saying? People got respect for me, you know, and so I respect them back, you know. But it was a crazy time, man. So that's why I said, like, go on, man. Bugs not on my face. But I said, like, it reminds you of a lot of good and then a lot of bad, bro. You know what I'm saying? 2020 was just a bad year. It was a bad year, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I was like, bro, I just wanted to get away, bro. I just wanted to get away. That's why I moved far away from Louisville, man. I'm by Mexico. For real, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to move far away because I can't stand that. It's like a irky feeling you get when you hear it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to live here, man. Nobody want to be here, you know what I mean? But it's just, it ain't it. I told homie today, I said, yeah, man. I said, the cost of living is about the same as it is in Louisville and San Antonio. I said, you get way more for your money there. You feel me? And I said it was, again, it wasn't normal not hearing gunshots, man, before I go to sleep, man. It wasn't normal not seeing fights and hell on earth, you know what I'm saying? Like even being back in these spots that I'm at, man, it's bringing back so many memories, man. It's just like, it just leaves you anxious, or it leaves you just like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to live here, man. Like, I really endured that, bro. Like, how do we live like this, man? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Yeah, they gave a lot of people a run for their money, man. That's why I say this city crazy, man. This city crazy. And so that's why ever since that happened to me, man, I tell everybody like, bro, be aware, bro. Definitely be aware of your surroundings and everywhere you at, man. Because I told you here, people will pull up on you in traffic and rob you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep yours on you, man. You got to stay alert. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever have your car in park, man. If you got to run it, run it. You know what I'm saying? If you got to keep your Glock on your lap, keep your Glock on your lap, man. If you got to ride around with a rifle, you got to do that. I know it sounds crazy, but this is what you got to do in the city, man. This is really what you got to do. Like I said, you might be safe, but you ain't got to be no fool, man. Don't be no fool. Like people crazy, dude. People will kill you. They will rob you up here. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing better to do, man. So that's why I tell everybody, like, man, be careful, man. This ain't nowhere you really gonna be at, you know. I mean, I was walking up the street up here, because again, you can walk out with your rifles up here. And so I was walking up the street up here back to the car. I had my big old, I ain't gonna say what I had, but a big old 75 round clip. And so I was walking back. I was walking past the hotel, and then there was a white woman. She was coming out with her dog. She said, "Ah!" She turned around and walked in. Oh, I scared the lovely white girl. Oh man, I scared her. She said, "Ah!" She turned in and ran back. I said, "Girl, I want you." Like, girl. I said, "Girl, this is for them down there." I said, "Girl," I said, "Look, lovely old white lady, I wouldn't hurt you." I said, "Your people's on. Can't say the same all, but I wouldn't hurt your little love white lady. You on my side, you heard me." Let me see where I'm gonna go at next, man. I think I might go to the walking bridge. I'm playing all my Memphis music, man. Like, this is my Memphis beats. Cause we close by Memphis, so a lot of our Southern is like they said, like we Southern, man. So that's how we talk. So a lot of it, man, I have to change the way I talk sometimes when I'm around people, because I talk fast. And so a lot of times people don't know what I be saying. They be like, huh? And I gotta slow it down. Not like I have to talk white or proper, but it's just like I have to kind of change how I say stuff, because I don't always pronounce my words a lot. So like I said, we don't say here, we say her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear me, we say you heard me. You like, that's how we say it. So you like, are you there? Like, we don't say are you there? We say are you there? You know what I'm saying? That's just how we talk. And so a lot of people don't understand it. So they be like, huh, what y'all say? Like, they don't know what we saying. And then look, we got they got a Derby casino here now. They turn this into Vegas. Bro, they be out here fighting too. Bro, they be going viral because they be outside fighting. Like, bro, Louisville just can't stop fighting, dog. All they do here is fight and just shoot and fight and just like, bro, they don't know how to act, man. You can't have nothing nice in the city, man. I was like, bro, y'all niggas is just the worst. Louisville can't have nothing nice, man, because they ain't nice people. It's not nice people that's here, bro. Try to beat this to the turn, man. Try to go over here. And then look, hey, man. So I remember when we was kids, man. And so I'm about to turn the corner up here. This goes to Indiana. This bridge go to Indiana. So I remember when we first did a church. And so after church, I be hungry. So we about to cross the bridge to go to Indiana. Because Indiana got all the white stuff. It got all the nice food, the Bob Evans, you know what I'm saying? The Golden Corrals, you know, you know, all them restaurants, you know what I'm saying? And so I remember we was about to go over there. And I said, oh, yeah, we about to go get some good food. Right when we about to cross the bridge, Daddy said, nah, I'm a cook, son. Skirt. He do a whole U-turn. Skirt. I said, no. I said, no, I cut you. I was like, man, it got me going back over here, man. Like, yeah, man, look at like, this is the bridge to go to Indiana. I remember, boy, I used to hate that, because we be right there. It's the turn lane right here. It's the turn. I'm about to get in the turn lane. I ain't going to Indiana, because get that. Indiana's trash. But it's the turn lane. He got in the turn lane. He said, you know what? No, I'm going to go somewhere else. He turned and went back home. I said, no. I said, no. And then, you know, Daddy take like 3-4 hours to cook, man. I remember he made one of the slowest meals. Oh, I was so mad, bro. I was mad. Stisha told me, she said, boy, shut up. You ain't got no money. I said, I don't care. I'm hungry. I said, we need to have fast food. Yeah, man, this is, let me see what we got downtown. I ain't been downtown in forever, bro. Like, let me see what's up here. See, I told you, all of this is in a close mile radius, dog. Like, this is sad how close everything is. That's why I said Louisville's not a big city at all, bro. Like, it's big, but it ain't like big, you know what I mean? Like, at least to me, I don't like it. Hold up. Do I got family that bang out there? Yeah. It was kind of like used to, but You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they change. I don't really know. I don't really keep in contact with a lot of my family, man. I got a big family. Everybody here I'm related to. That's why I said I would never date nobody here because we are related. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they do, they mainly bang on mama's side of the family because mama's side of the family is the worst, bro. Mama's side of the family is the worst. But, you know, like I said, back in the day, of course, daddy and them, they did. You know what I'm saying? But I think mama, I don't know. I think mama and them did too. Mama just ain't never talked about it, but mama was crazy back, and mama was just as crazy as daddy back in the day. So I don't know if she did or not. She never said it, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, mama's just the female version of daddy. Mama's just as crazy as daddy is. Like, yeah. Yeah, Kentucky Derby. Yeah, they got like a casino or something. Like, look, this is the KFC. You know what I'm saying? That's why they be doing all these college games, be having all these little crappy concerts or whatever. And when old little lame Beyonce came here, they are such losers here, bro. They said because she did the L, because we do an L here for the Louisville Cardinals, and so she did that on stage. They said, look, the news went crazy. Everybody went crazy. Oh, look, Beyonce knows Louisville. She's doing the L. I said, nigga, that L can stand for loser or Illuminati. You don't know what that L stands for. Like, y'all, like, why would we hype it up because Beyonce did it? Like, I don't care what Beyonce do. I don't like her. I said, you know what? Beyonce's not the problem. People that listen to her, like you, that listen to her music, you are the problem. Like, y'all are the worst. Said, our firm foundation, yeah. You won't break my soul. You can't break my soul. Don't. See, this is what we used to hear all day, man. This is what I heard all day, bro. Every day I come out the house, are you trying to go to sleep? This is what you would hear all day, every day. Man, that thing loud too. Dang, I forgot how loud these are. I ain't heard this in forever, man. That thing loud, bro. Bro, that was every day though, man. I promise you, it was like every day. That's what you would hear up the street, man. Somebody got shot, something happened. You know what I'm saying? You don't really hear a lot of it in San Antonio. That's why I said, like, the mindset changes. So I don't really get to hear a lot of that. So it's loud to me now, but at the time it was normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, check out the buildings, man. Like, this is part of our downtown. It's old skyscrapers and whatnot. I would get a better view. I need to actually go on the bridge, get a better view of this. But ain't much to see though. That's why I hate this city so much, man. This city's trash. Like, bro, ain't nothing here, man. I remember I used to come back after I broke up with my little white girl. I was like, oh. I said, I don't want to go too many places. I might see her out. Because again, in San Antonio, if you don't like somebody, you will never see them again, bro. I promise you. If you have an ex there, you will never see them again. The city is so big. So the odds of you running into them are very, very low. Super low. I said, but when you're in Louisville, man, you're going to see everybody, their mama, your ex family, your friends, all. You're going to see everybody. I promise you, dude. And so I kept saying, I was like, man, I don't want to see this beautiful white woman. She's going to make me feel good. I said, oh, no. Like I said, I'm cool, but I think Steve was kind of going crazy at the time. I said, I can't allow you to be with somebody else. I can't let somebody have you. You're mine. I said, ooh, I don't understand it. My heart can't take this damage. I'm right across the street, they run me over. Oh, hold on. Woo! Woo! We good. So yeah, man, this is ain't much here. This is sad, bro. That's why I come out to Louisville. This is just sad. It's like, bro, this is what we did. Like, hey, man, we ain't had no life here, bro. I ain't had no life here. So like, this is if y'all know the UK Wildcats, man, like this is Louisville though. Like, this is one of the biggest rivalries in the country, man. Everybody here hates the Wildcats. Like, it's the stupidest rivalry in the world. It ain't like it's no NBA. You know what I'm saying? But this college stuff, man, everybody named mamas, man. Like, I remember Daddy was a Louisville fan too. He said he stopped being a Louisville fan because they disappoint you. They really do, man. They disappoint you. They be winning, then they lose. You feel me? Oh no, niggas is out. They just ain't. You just don't see them. Niggas is in the bushes somewhere. No, the niggas are out. In Louisville, the niggas stay out 25-7. They stay out 28-9. Like, they don't care, bro. They out somewhere. They eyeing somebody. They probably eyeing me right now. Yeah, Daddy was a big Louisville fan, man. But he said they always lose, so he would get hurt, man. He said I ain't even gonna vote for him this time. He said I ain't even gonna be on their side this time. He said they be winning, and he said they let you down. And then we watched the 2012. It was the 2012 Final Four. It was with them in Kentucky, and they was winning at first, and they lost like the last 5 minutes. Oh, I was mad. That's when I didn't like Louisville no more after that year, and they won the next year. But I said after that year, I ain't like Louisville no more. I said I'm done. I'm done with these Negroes. They fans, bro, be some of the worst. They fans are like Dallas Cowboy fans, bro. They be some of the, like, they be cool, but I think with the football, because Louisville has one of the best football college footballs in the nation. You know what I'm saying? We have Teddy Bridgewater, and then you got Lamar Jackson, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got some of the best recruits. They got one of the best soccer teams, the best college soccer teams in the nation, one of the best baseball teams, you know what I'm saying? It's only when it comes to, like, the basketball, bro. Like, I don't know what they be doing, but the basketball be messing up, man. I don't know what's up with them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, it's mighty funny. I have not seen no Hebrew Israelites here. Like, I don't know. Maybe they was always out. I just never paid attention to them at the time. But they show on be out here. They be in San Antonio. Like, I don't see them up here. They somewhere. But yeah, I remember. Yeah, like I said, Bryson Tiller had came here back in 2017 because, you know, he's from here, and so he came and performed here. You know what I'm saying? And so I was on the premises at the time he was here, and so I was walking down the street, and then all these black girls they said, "Oh my God, are you Bryson Tiller?" They said, "Hey, look, it's Bryson." I said, "Girl," they said, "No, you are Bryson." I said, "Bro, if I was Bryson Tiller, why would I be walking down a dark street in Louisville by myself? That's a good way to get robbed." I said, "Bro, anybody got money here? Like, you can't be walking in the street by yourself. Negroes will rob you. You ain't got no money. They just rob you just cause it's funny." I told them, I said, no. Sadly, I wish I would. I said, no, I'm not. They said, are y'all related? I said, look, we from Louisville. I said, everybody here in my family, so I would not be surprised, man. Everybody here related, so Bryson can write me a check. I said, look, bro, I do music. Come buy a beat, Bryson. Like, I'll put you. Even Joe said it. Joe said when I first started doing beats, like, he would be recording me making trap soul beats. He said, like, he would be sending it to Bryson Tiller on Instagram. Like, you know, they probably don't check their Instagram. But he was like, he was sending to Bryson Tiller on Instagram. He was like, hey, man, this dude from Louisville, he made beats, man. Like, he said his sound is perfect for your sound, you know what I'm saying? Like, even Joe, I didn't even know that. Joe told me, I said, I didn't even know you would shout me out. Like, everybody be looking out for me. So I said, look, bro, if Bryson want to beat, you know where to find me. Bryson, my number is 502. I said, like he said, the 502 come up. If you ever heard that song, 502 come up, like, that's our area code. When he say driving back to Louisville to Lexington, mileage. Like, when he said driving forth to Louisville to Lexington, mileage. I'm like, see, that Louisville to Lexington, that's like a 45, 50-minute drive. That's what the UK Wildcats is. So everybody, when he said that, they say, oh, yeah, we know what you're talking about. And so when I tell people out of state, they be like, oh, yeah, he said. I say, yeah, that's where we from. That's exactly. Louisville people don't like Lexington people. Lexington people don't like Louisville people. I'm like, we ain't saying eye to eye, man. But, bro, we even had Rod Wave, bro. Rod Wave came here, dog. Rod Wave came here and performed here. You know, Rod Wave mainly makes, like, pain music. He make, like, pain music and, you know, stuff about life. Man, everybody and their mama out here fighting, dog. Bro, I can find a video and post it. Everybody and their mama out here fighting, dude. The girls out here fighting the girls, the dudes fighting the girls. Bro, everybody and their mamas out here fighting. You can't even have a daggone Rod Wave concert. Rod Wave don't even rap about that type of stuff. And I said, they out here fighting the Rod Wave. I said, this is just atrocious. This is sad, man. And I said, they out here fighting, man. Security coming out here getting them. They are, oh my God. Girls just jumping and stomping each other, wigs flying out. I said, this is just sad, bro. It's the typical Louisville. This is typical Louisville, man. So even a rapper we got here, ESTG, the one signing Yo Gotti, they be up here all the time. And so ESG, he came here last year for, I think, the Summer Bash or whatever. He came and performed here. Bro, they said, like, right after his concert, I think his manager was over here parked in the car. They said somebody killed his manager right over here, dude. Literally, right after the concert, dog. And then the week after, one of his artists was up in the Highlands, man. He got killed, too. Like, bro, everybody around this dude dies, man. They go to federal custody, they die, man. I said, bro, this city, I told you, man, this city got a death spirit on it, man. Like, this city is terrible, man. City terrible, man. Look at this. This is atrocious. I hate even being down here, bro. This is atrocious. So many bad but good memories out here. Hey, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I remember back in 2020, this is when I was extreme liberal. I'm not liberal or conservative no more. But I remember I hated Trump like everybody else. So I stood right here, I had a big old flag that said Trump sucks, bro. It was a big old flag. I stood right there on the corner almost every day, man. And I was flying that flag. I stood there and just was playing my music. And I was like, man, I don't like Donald Trump. I said, man, Trump sucks. You know what I'm saying? This is during mask season, so everybody's wearing masks. So I had people around past. They said, yeah. They said, yeah, Trump sucks. They said, yeah. And then some people was mad, bro. All these white people was mad. They was like, F you, and Biden. I said, look, I don't care about Biden either. But I was just like, it's whatever. And so they'd be like, F you. I'll just be like, I would give them like the uppercut. You know what I'm saying? They would flick me off. I'm like, that's the best you got? Like, that's all y'all can do? Hey, these white people was getting mad, bro. They said, F you. They said, nigger. They said, nigger. I said, your mama cracker. I said, come back and say it to my face, you limp noodle, you honky. I said, nigger's the best you got? I said, bro, come on, man. I said, come on, man. You know better than that. Because, again, they put the hard ER on it. They put nigger. I was like, yeah, so is you your honky. I was like, man, y'all ain't scaring nobody over here, man. They said 4 more years. I said, watch, Bayern gonna win. And then watch, Bayern won. And they was mad. Ah! Oh, they was mad. I said, yeah, honky. I said, yeah, Wonder Bread. I thought you said he was gonna win. Yeah, shut up. I still like white girls at the time. And the white girls on our side, they was like, yeah, we don't like. They said, look, we don't like our people. They was like, look. They was like, yeah, we don't like them. And then after that, that's when they did the January 6th Capitol riots. I said, look at these. Hey, I was at the barbershop. Hey, I was at the barbershop. Yeah. Hey, we was watching it on the news. They was in there. They said, man, look at these crackers. They said, look at these crackers. I lost their mind. He said, I said, yo, man. I said, hey, man. Hey, bro, where we gonna go at next, man? I don't know where we going at, dog. I was like, bro, I don't hurt my feelings because you called me a nigger with the ER. I'm like, well, yeah, you wouldn't say it to my face. I said, it's mighty funny. They all did it on the green light. When the green light came, they were right past and do it. I said, I bet you if it was a red light, you wouldn't do it. Would have took that flagpole and jumped it in your car, just and poked your eye out your socket. You wouldn't say it again. Where we going at, y'all? I don't know where to go at now. I ain't going down there. That's the West End. West End is... That's straight nigga territory. You want to see him out? They out there. Don't go down there. I always tell people, I said, don't go past that McDonald's. You see that McDonald's? Don't go past there. I said, that's where we grew up at most of our life. I'll probably take y'all to my childhood home. Y'all want to see that? Y'all want to see my childhood home? That's where we had our first church service at in the house, man. Changed life. That was the very first church service, man. It was in our house right there. That's when Daddy, at one Sunday, he decided to start the church. Yeah, we did it there. But yeah, this is my life, man. My crazy life. Mi la vida loca. Literally, man. It's just too much going on in this city, man. I hate it here, bro. I can't stand it no more. Oh. That's why I said I don't know how people live up here, man. Like, I don't like here. I don't like Indiana. I don't like Tennessee. I don't like Ohio. Like, I just hate it up here, man. Like, so that's why I said I come back for 3 days. I only come back because of the ministry. If it wasn't for the church and my family being here, I said, man, I would not come back to the city, man. I said I love my peoples, but I said I don't love my friends that much. Like, I don't even hang with some of them fools no more. You feel me? Because I'm just like, man, no offense. It's just like I don't even really around a lot of people right now. But I said it ain't nothing here, man. I don't know how y'all live here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to come up here all the time. So it's 4th Street Live, so this is where it be like kind of jumping at. Like it's boring. I said that was boring, man. But during the 2020, they had all this boarded up, man. All the windows was broke. Like everybody broke stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it was wild out here, man. I don't know how people do it no more, man. Yeah, I don't know how y'all do it, man. So if I got anybody from Louisville watching, man, and y'all live here, don't know how you do it. Don't know how, but you did it. That's why I had to get out, man. That's why I said I was trying to get out years and years before. That's why I told you, man. I was trying to get out of Louisville for years and years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, over a decade I've been trying to move, man. Over a decade I've been trying to move. Because I knew what was here, bro. I knew, like, ain't nothing here for you. And I said, if you stay here, man, I said, you gonna waste your life, man. I said, you ain't got nothing good going on here. You know what I'm saying? Not that I ain't got nothing good, but just, you know what I'm saying? There's more out there than just this, man. And we going into the West End territory now, boy. It's getting dark. It get dark down here. Like, bro, it literally gets dark down here, man. Like, it get crazy there. Yeah, man. And I said, I'll show y'all, man. We got the maybe some of the projects up here. Like we're going down to deep territory. Like usually you keep going. This is Portland. Portland is where all the white people, like the what they call the white trash. Like them is the ones that live down there. They just as bad as everybody else. They don't care neither. That's why I said this place, man. It's not a place for the weak. And that's why I told people. That's why Daddy was saying. He said a lot of people were saying because of the ministry, they be watching online. They said, "Oh, I'm about to move down to Louisville." Oh, I'm about to say, and he was like, "Don't do that." And also I told people, I said, "You a fool if you move to Louisville. You are a fool." It's like, you don't understand the ministry there. I said, yeah, but you a fool though. I said, bro, don't move just because the ministry here. I said, you gotta know the city, man. And then when you realize that the city ain't like where you from, and he said, no, we're not gonna be liable for you coming down here. And they be like, well, that's the ministry made me move there, and I got robbed, and we ain't liable for that. This is not a place, like I said, it's not a place you really want to move at. That ain't even a place you even want to visit, for real. But Cause everybody lose their mind over the Kentucky Derby, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mom come here, so they like, oh, Kodak Black then was here, and Bryson Tiller and everybody come into town. I said, bro, who cares? Like, I don't do the Kentucky Derby. I don't even like that, man. Nobody wants to be a part of that, man. I said every time that happens, man, somebody gets shot, man. Somebody dies. It's just you can't have nothing in the city without somebody dying, bro. It's sad, man. But I'll take y'all over here. Like, this is, you getting into hood territory now. Like, this is the hood over here. Like, I remember being a kid over here. We was over here in some of these spots. For real. But, I'll let this do kind of remind me of the first church, man. Like, when we first started our ministry, because we used to be down here a lot. You know what I'm saying? We used to live over here. And so we always go to this little chicken spot on the corner. It's called Indies or whatever. See, police done got somebody now, boy. This is a red zone too, man, for stuff. These areas, man, that's why I tell you, these areas, man, they don't be sweet out here, man. Like, it be pretty bad out here. Like, for real. Turn this way. So yeah, this is straight hood territory right here, boy. They done got somebody. They done got one of the YNs, boy. They got one of them. And so, but yeah, that's why I said you can tell this is the hood. You start to get to the hood. Like, this spot right here, bro, this is one of the best spots out here, man. Like, Indies is one of the best. This is where Jack Harlan did a music video. But this is literally, bro, this is literally one of the best chicken spots, bro. I love these, man. We don't got these in San Antonio like that. So I love these spots right here, man. Like, you get some of the best soul food chicken out there, man. That's, shoot. Every time I come back to Louisville, man, I go there. Chicken King or somebody. Like, we starting to get down into deep West territory. I want to take y'all to my old childhood home, but I don't even like going down that way. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I do not like going. It's just so dry. It's been dry since I was a kid. I was like, bro, I hated it, man. Like, if y'all want me to go, I'll go. But, you know, I really don't want to. It's like, we'll go down there if you want to. If y'all want to go down there, let me know. Yes, I know. Because if so, man, I'll go. It ain't like too far away, but I just don't like going down there, man. It brings like so many bad memories. So many bad memories. We was in the hood, didn't you? I knew we was in the hood. We was a kid. I just didn't know it was the hood at the time. I kept saying, I said, bro, it is so dull down there. Like, ain't no life. You feel me? Like, ain't nothing there. Y'all stay safe. Like I said, I ride with the Blicky. I'll definitely ride with the Blicky. I gotta cock this thing, because here you can't just ride with it. You gotta make sure it's cocked, because you might have to up it. Like, you really have to up it, man, because I'm like, you got to be prepared out here, because people just, they do stuff fast out here, man. You feel me? No, it ain't traumatic. It's just, I don't know, it's just old. Like I said, it's just, you know, like I said, it was just boring, man. Like, it's always just, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't think that part's really unsafe. It was a lot that went on over there, but it wasn't like, I think at that time it wasn't like that bad, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how it is now, because this is over 20 years ago, so I don't know what's going on down there. But hey, this is the KFC right here. It's the KFC Daddy took us to every Sunday at the church. Every other Sunday or every single Sunday, this KFC, because this is the hood KFC, this is the best KFC in the city. Bro, Daddy that's why I don't like KFC no more. We ate that KFC, nigga. We ate that KFC every day. Bro, I still got the taste of KFC in my mouth, and I ain't had it in forever, bro. Daddy took us to that KFC every Sunday after church. You knew what was after church? What you was going to eat? Long John Silver's or KFC. It was one of the two. We went to that same KFC, bro. That is the most ratchet, but good, because they put spices in there. Like I said, like, we moved to Indiana. You know, some white people don't like the spices, so the chicken is plain. So whenever we went to the KFC, Daddy always had us go to the hood KFC. He said, because they use the best spices. Bro, we went to that same KFC every Sunday, man. Daddy always got that nasty coleslaw and nasty mashed taters. Like, bro, it was the worst. I said, Daddy, why do you eat this, man? But I remember over here, like, now they got an auto parts store right there. That was a Blockbuster. Man, this is the good part. It's the good times right here. This was Blockbuster, man. We used to go there all the time, man, get our movies, our VHS cassette tapes, man. Like, we be playing Disney, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's when life was more simple, man. That was like the late 90s, early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? Like, Daddy always took us to Blockbuster, man, to go get a movie to rent, you know what I'm saying? Like, I miss that, man. You go get a movie, and then, you know, he'll get us like some little sweets. I remember that was that story I told y'all where he had took us to it was my birthday. I think it was like five. I was turning like 5 or 6. And so I remember I liked Buzz Lightyear at the time. So he had mama go get that Buzz Lightyear movie for me with a lemon cake with McDonald's. We ate McDonald's, had a lemon cake. Oh, they closed that down. I've been doing it forever. But he had lemon cake and everything. And so he said, and he was like, "Happy birthday, son." He got me that little gift. And I said, "Oh wow!" I said, "Thanks, Dad." I said, "You got me the Buzz Lightyear." Oh man, I was so happy, man. You know what I'm saying? And then years later, Mama told me that story. She said, "Steve, we were struggling at that time." She said, "Your father took his last $20." She said he took our last $20 and was like, "Missy, go get him this tape and get him a meal for his birthday." You know what I'm saying? I mean, she told us, she actually preached it first. She preached it on stage, and I was like, bro, it almost made me cry because I was like, bro, I remember that, man. I said, I remember that moment. I was a kid. I didn't know what was going on at that time. I didn't even know what we was going through. You know what I'm saying? And I said, I remember that like it was yesterday. And I said, dude, I remember just being so grateful, man, because they knew I loved Buzz Lightyear at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I said, dang, man, that hit home, man. That hit my soul, man, when I heard that. You know what I'm saying? I said, dang, man, you know, that was good times, bro. That was definitely good times, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember Daddy still had on like his construction outfit because he had just came from work or whatever. And so, you know, he was just like, again, I didn't know at the time we was broke. We was struggling, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that because I was young. You know, you're a kid, you don't know nothing. And so, you know, when you realize it now, it's just like, man, it hits home differently, man. It hit home a lot different. Yeah, even going down this block, bro. I ain't been on this block in like 20 years, man. This is throwback, dog. Dang, this is throwback, man. I remember there was a neighbor, man. She had a light-skinned daughter, man. She was cool. She was always cool walking her dog. And it was one of these houses up here, man. Back in it was Halloween, man. Halloween 2003. Early in the morning, man. Her house had caught on fire. And she died, man. That was sad, man. She was a good woman too, bro. She was a real cool woman, man. And yeah, that's sad though, man. She died though. But we used to see her all the time, man, walking her dog and stuff. We knew her, you know what I'm saying? We knew her mom because her mama lived right next door to us, you know what I'm saying? So bro, this is old, bro. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. This is bringing back so many memories, man. Oh my God, bro. Hold on, man. Hold on. I might have to cut this camera off. Start crying over here. Bro, I'll start crying over here, man. Like, hold on, bro. This is bringing back a lot of memories over here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna show you. Bro, I just got Disney Channel in my head, man. I got so many throwbacks. Jesus, man. Hold on, man. I'm gonna show y'all. Show y'all what's good on here. Bro, this is crazy, man. Dude, I haven't been over here in 20 years, man. Dang, I remember we moved from here back in 2004, man. So, I remember this like it was yesterday, bro. Check this out. You see this house right here? That house right there, that was our house, man. Right there was the front room. That's where we had our very first church service. The very, very first church service, dude. Very, very first church service was right there in that house. I'm talking about, man, I ain't been on the street in 20 years, man. I'm with y'all now. I ain't been on the street in 20 years, man. It's changed so much, bro. 643 East Line Avenue, bro. Remember that? 643 East Line Avenue, bro. That is crazy. And then over here, you see? Over here, that shed in the back, Daddy used to have his dry top right there where that car is. He had his dry top. He would always wrap it up. And, oh, my God, man. Bro, and then my homies used to live right in this house over here, man. I think we had some Puerto Ricans. We lived next to some Puerto Ricans. And so, and then we had some homies on the other block. And so we used to come up here all the time, man. It was, oh, my gosh, man. Dude, this brings back so many memories. Bro, I'm telling you, man, this brings back a lot of memories, man. I have not been over here in 21 years, dude. Like, Jesus. Because we used to play on the block, man. I remember that, man. And then, like, we would walk to the store. We would kind of, like, go this way sometime. You feel me? And, Jesus, man, this is... Hold on, y'all. Let me think, bro, because I'm getting hit with old nostalgic memories, man. I don't remember nothing. You feel me? Oh, that camera's up there whistling at me. I thought somebody was whistling at me. I was about to say, oh, Hebrew Israelites caught me. This is funny about you, man. Something in the brain. I want to say that. Nah, for real, man. That's amazing. I think that's why I say I like San Antonio because it's different, but it's I don't know, man. I'm getting taken back by this, man. You feel me? Like this is different, bro. Cause bro, we used to come up this street all the time, man. We used to walk to school on the street. Tisha would walk to school on the street. We would go that way. So it's actually a pretty nice. It was always a pretty good neighborhood. But the surrounding area was kind of rough. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of rough. But this part was actually pretty good. And I remember back, it's 2003. I remember back when we first started the church. This house right here, this dude had he got mad at his mama, and so he pretty much like had set our house on fire and whatever. And so we came home, and the dude told Daddy, because Daddy wrote up. He said, "Hey man, I just set my mama crib on fire." And so Daddy was like, "Man, I'm calling police." So Daddy called police. Crazy, man. He pretty much burnt our house down, man, over something. He got mad about something, so he burnt the house down. And then, like I said, back in 2003 too, um, that house down there, it was early in the morning, man. And so the the ambulance, the fire department. So Hannah was a kid, so Hannah was upstairs screaming, crying. Bro, I ain't never heard Mom and Daddy door whip up with so fast. Mama was the first one up the steps. I'm talking about, bro, they fell going up the steps. How do you fall going up the steps? Mama, I mean, they ran. Hannah screaming, and so they ran up her, and they was like, oh, there was a fire down the street. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we found out that woman down there, her daughter, she had died, man. That was a sad story, bro. Like, she was cool, man. She used to come up here all the time on the block and walk her dog. She would walk her dog up here. And her mama lived right there at the time. I don't know if she still do, but that was at the time she did. But we had a German Shepherd over here. His name was Silk, or Righteous. It was Righteous, you know what I'm saying? Right in the front, bro. I remember the side porch and all of that, bro. The backyard. Bro, I'm telling y'all, right here in this house, y'all, that was our very first church service, man. Very first church service, right there in that house, man. Right there on a Sunday in 2000, and I believe it was 2002. It was either 2002 or 2003. And Daddy said, he said, you know what? We're going to have church service. Stephen Darby Ministry started right there in that house, y'all. Right there in that house. East Line Avenue, man. Talking about my childhood, man. It's and y'all see these windows. And windows is new now. I broke every window over there. At the time, I broke every window in the house, bro. So, like I said, all is new now. But at the time, man, I broke every window in that daggone house. I'm talking about, y'all, this is... I got to go home and watch Disney Channel now. Bro, I can't believe that's over 20 years ago, man. Man, that's crazy. I'm really trying to soak all of this in, y'all. This is 20 years ago, man. This is crazy. Man, it don't feel like it, dude. It don't feel like it at all, bro. Like, and so I remember across the street over here, man, there was this dude. I don't know what this whole situation that was going on. I don't know if it was his girlfriend or whatever. He was trying to kidnap some girl. But I remember he was grabbing some girl, man. And so Mama came out the door. She said, hey, I'm calling the police. She said, let her know I'm calling the police. And so he hurried up and took off running, you know what I'm saying? He hurried up and took off. And so I don't know if I think he was trying to do something. I can't say the word on YouTube. They probably gonna demonetize me. But I think he had like took her shorts off or her pants off or something, man. It was a broad day. He was trying to grab her and everything. So Mama came outside with a change of her clothes. And I said, why Mama bringing her clothes? I didn't know what was going on. I was young. So I said, why Mama bringing her some clothes, man? And so I thought they was playing because he was grabbing her. And so it looked like she was laughing. I don't know if she was like crying or screaming or something. But he was trying to do something to her. So Mama came outside like, I'm calling police. You know what I'm saying? And so Mama told Steve, she said, go get a pair of my clothes, hoses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think we went out there to go give it to her. And then I went outside and you could see like her, I think you could see like her shorts or something on the ground or something. Or her skirt, she was wearing something. I guess he had took it off or something. Crazy, man. But this area, man, it was cool, man. It was cool. I remember it was around the corner, man. It was a dude. Hey, me and Stisha knew this little nigga. We went to school with, bro. His name was Fred, bro. Fred was a menace. Fred was a menace, bro. That nigga had a grill in the 5th grade. How you have a grill in the 5th grade, dog? Like, man, he was one, again, this is the hood, so he was a hood kid, you know what I'm saying? Fred was the type dude that beat you up, you know what I'm saying? So Fred had went, it was a little dude I went to school with. I guess he was running his mouth. And so he ran up in my yard after we got off the bus. I said, what's up, man? Because Mama had a home daycare. And so he ran up in the yard. He said, hey, man, Fred's trying to beat me up. I said, what you done did to Fred? Fred was cool with us. So I said, what you done did to Fred? And so he was like, I don't know. He was scared. And so he tried to walk back home. Fred was chasing him. So he came back to the yard. And Mama, she said, hey, dude, what you doing? He's so crazy. He said, Fred trying to beat me up. And so Stisha was like, she's like, I'll walk him home because we knew Fred. And so Stisha went over to Fred. She said, Fred, what you doing this dude? Leave him alone. She had to stop Fred from whooping this nigga. Fred was a hood nigga, though. Fred was hood, though. I told you, that nigga he had a grill in like the 5th grade, man. I don't know how that nigga had a grill. I think he was in middle school at the time. We was still in elementary, but he was in like middle school. But I remember that was a dude that came. I think his sister had kids that went to our daycare, so he came in the yard with two dudes, with like two little younger dudes, and so Daddy had seen that from the window, and so he went outside. He had already left at the time, so I guess Daddy had seen him last minute. So Daddy told him, he said, hey man, he said, hey Missy, why you let that dude walk up on? He said, why you let that dude walk up on you like that? And she was like, oh well, no, Steve, he know. He said, Missy, I don't care who that nigga know. He said, Missy, don't you know? He said, don't you know? I would have shot that nigga. Then he said, Missy, don't you know I was about to shoot that nigga? He said, don't you be letting nobody walk up in the yard. I said, yo. I said, oh my gosh, bro. I didn't know that because I was a kid at the time. So I told her, I said, no, Daddy wouldn't shoot nobody. He's a pastor. I didn't know, like, again, I was a kid. I didn't know, like, how stuff went. You feel me? So I said, no, Daddy wouldn't shoot nobody. He's a pastor. No way. He said, Missy, don't you know if you would have came around, would have shot that nigga? he said, don't you talk to no man. Don't you let no man come in my yard talk to you like, yes, Miss, I would kill that nigga. Hey, man. Wild times. So I said, looking at some of these places is gone. Dang, that was a factory where they tore that down. I didn't even know they tore that down. Yeah, they tore that down too. They tore a lot of stuff down. Dang, bro, a lot of stuff changed over here, man. Boy, life has definitely changed over here, man. It's like it's still home, though. You know what I mean? Like it's still like home. You feel me? Dang, I remember that too, man. I'm starting to get dull with this West End, bro. I hate being over here. This is like cut off from society. It was always like a cut off from society over here, man. Like, ain't no Walmarts over here. Ain't no luxury, nothing, man. It's just straight hood. It's straight hood over here. So that's why I said when we used to go to Indiana when we was kids, like that's where everything was, man. All the malls, all the movie theaters and stuff. I remember going to seeing what's that movie? Toy Story 2 in theaters. You know what I'm saying? That was like what, 1999? We went to go see that in theaters. Like, bro, that was, man. And then I remember we used to go to this park up here, man. I don't know how it is now, but it was a pretty cool park, man, when we came. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of violence that used to go on in these areas, man. But like I said, it started getting a little cooler. You know what I mean? So I feel like not much changed at this park either, man. It's just, I don't know, man. Stuff don't really change over here. Stuff be the same for 20, 30, 40 years, man. It ain't changed nothing. Yeah, what's up with y'all, man? Let me know who's still watching me, man. Are y'all enjoying the stream so far? I'm taking y'all over my childhood, man. All my trauma. I'm gonna need a therapy session after this, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna need a therapy session after this because I'm a little messed up right now. Come on, man, let's go. That's why I said, like, a lot of times you forget where you is, man. So I forget I have to, like, you know, when you come to Louisville, I forget you have to ride around with the strap sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really got to do it in San Antonio, but I said in Louisville you have to do that, man. Because again, you forget where you be at. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm in the hood area, so I say just keep it on your lap. Just keep it on your lap. It's like, okay. Yeah, now we getting into deeper hood area. Like, it's the areas I used to hate, man, as a kid, because it was just so boring, man. It wasn't nothing here. It was just boring. Yeah, it's good and bad, man. Like, and a lot of it, man, it reminded me of, like I said, mom and daddy struggled a lot, you know what I'm saying, during these times, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know, like, they was going through this stuff at the time. So I was a kid. And so, you know, it makes sense now why they was kind of strict, man, why they was kind of, like, on certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, why sometimes they would kind of feel the way they did. You know what I'm saying? We would kind of see them going through that because of the stuff that they went through, man. You know what I'm saying? We was going through it financially, man. We was going through, like, even mama was saying, she said, man, she was like, you know, it was hard at that time, man. We were surviving off of $20, $25 a week. You feel me? And when Dixie was up the road, you know what I'm saying? So we lived off of $20, $25 a week, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, budgets was getting tight, man. You know what I'm saying? Stuff was getting tight. So a lot of times mom and daddy went through that, man, you know what I'm saying? And I hate the fact they even knowing. That's why I said, like, man, you know, I know why a lot of these rappers and everybody else, when they get rich or they get out the hood, you know what I'm saying, they get their peoples on, man, because their mama and their daddy then was the one that kind of struggled, man, you know what I'm saying? They was the one that went through that. I know a girl now, she's a millionaire. She said, man, I hated seeing they came from Lebanon. And she was like, yeah, she said, I hated seeing my mama every day, man, just working 3 jobs. She said, I was working hard myself. She said, I was 15 working hard myself. And she said, I didn't like seeing my mama like that, man. She was like, she struggled so hard, man. Boy, man, I didn't want her living like that. And so she said she started learning the keys to the game. And now she a millionaire, you know what I'm saying? She said she retired her mama at the age retired my mama. She said, I fly high out wherever she want to go, whatever she want to do, I take care of her. She said, I do the same thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just want to be a blessing, man. I remember this used to be I remember being a kid, man. This used to be a funeral home. I remember me and Daddy went in there one time. I don't remember who it was who died or whatever, but we went in there one time. I was like 4. I was like 5, I think. I don't know how I remember that. But like, I remember a lot of places Daddy took us around the city, man. Like, it's like bittersweet moments, you know what I'm saying? And then me and Daddy used to always go to this AutoZone because Daddy was a car dude, so he used to always we went to this AutoZone right there, and we used to fix up on his cars. He would install his sound systems. Every Cadillac he got, man, he put the best sound system in that thing, bro. I promise you. He was a big Cadillac dude, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, it ain't much in this city, man. I feel like stuff changes. It's like it changes, but it don't change at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I be trying to think of where else I can take y'all, but ain't much. I can take y'all to the other hood we was at. That's right up the street from me. I don't even want to go over there, man. I hated that place, bro. That was in my little Negro stage. That place got me in so much trouble, man. I don't even want to go over there. Like, that's when we had all our businesses over there. I hated that place so much with a passion, bro. I hated that place, man. That's when we really had to start upping it up and fighting, man. Because like I said, them little Negroes over there is different. Like they ain't got nothing better to do. This is the West End, so they ain't got nothing better to do over here. So they was messing with me and Joe for no reason, you know what I'm saying? So me and Joe was always fighting, man. We was fighting in school, we was fighting after school. We fought on the daycare property, you know what I'm saying? We had to fight them, taking out the trash, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was always fighting little niggas, man. They was bothering us. So it's like we had to always kind of be on guard, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't affiliated, but when you live there, you pretty much are affiliated. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no option. You got to defend yourself, man. Negroes will take your stuff, man. They be out there bothering you. One little dude, man, I was ready to whoop him and his mama, man. His mama, his brother, them, and all of them. They was just the worst, man. Like, I mean, his name was Pooh, man. It might have been Pooh Shiesty. Probably Pooh Shiesty now. His name was Pooh, man. I remember that. Little bit of little Negro, man. He was pretty cool, though. He was pretty cool, but his family was the worst, man. I ain't like his brother, man. I almost fought his brother a couple of times. Like. And Joe ended up fighting one of his little brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, he fought him. I was like, man, these Negroes is the worst, bro. There probably is Pooh Shiesty nowadays, bro. It's modern Pooh Shiesty, you know. Yeah, these are good moments, man, but it's also not good moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot has changed, but a lot ain't changed, man. I don't miss it. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, I miss the good times. And you know, like the days I used to live here, like I miss those times, but I said I don't want to live here no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel like I'm stuck here. You feel me? Like, I don't mind coming back, but I can only come back for about 3 days. I can't stay for more than 3 days, man. It's just, I don't know what it is, man. It's just something about the city. I can't be here like that no more. I can't, man. I tried. You know what I'm saying? I stayed for about a week before. I said, I can't do that, man. Like, nah, this ain't that, bro. I can't live like this no more. Hold on. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all for listening to me, man. Just rant about my nonsense, man. Y'all listen to my crazy life, my crazy story. Like, I'm giving y'all a rundown. Like I said, I gotta call a therapist or something to go to therapy. Because I'm like, man, I didn't realize how messed up I was. Didn't realize how traumatic I was. Like, oh man, like having night terrors and you go talk to somebody. I said, man, you know what I'm saying? Like. So that's why I said, like, you know, I be wanting to help people, man, that's stuck on these streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to help a lot of people because I don't like seeing nobody go through this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said, like, keep in mind, I'm not affiliated, man. I ain't jump off the porch. I ain't in the streets, but life still be life, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna think about somebody that really is. When you from Louisville, you ain't really got no option. You're gonna be involved in something. You feel me? If you live in these areas, you're gonna pretty much be in it. So that's why I said, like, I'm thinking the people that really is in this, man. I feel sorry for them because they don't know there's a big world out here, man. They don't know there's somewhere they can go. They feel like that the streets is it, man. The trenches is it. And I'm just like, I don't want them to feel like that, bro. Like, there's a lot to do, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say even people roll up. But see, I'm looking, people roll up on me now. I got the I got the piece like, bro, they roll up on me a little too fast. Like, hold on, bro, what you want? Like, you gotta do that here. Like I said, if somebody ride up on your side, you gotta make sure like they ain't trying nothing. Like, I'm gonna have to bust. I'm gonna have to bust something on you, man. You feel me? No Diddy, but I'm like, bro, I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Shoulder here, man. That's what I don't like. I don't miss that, man. You gotta always look, because people will try you, man. They would do something here. I said, you know, you pray every day. God forbid they don't, but I'm like, they really will. Somebody just shot that up the other month. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just, they don't care, man. They don't care out here. You know what I'm saying? They don't care in broad day in front of police. They don't care, man. Negroes don't care no more. They don't got nothing to live for. They don't care, man. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, and that's why I said I didn't realize how therapeutic live stream really do be, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be talking to y'all, but I'm talking to me too. Like, with helping y'all, it's helping me. You know what I'm saying? And so looking at my life, I'm just like, man, like, you really don't realize, like, man, you went through a whole lot here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I said, like, you almost didn't make it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you either would have died here or you would have been, you know, stuck here, just living here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look every day and I'm just like, I don't want to die at all. But I told God, I said, God, I don't want to die in this city, man. I said, Lord, let me not die at all. But I said, just definitely don't let me die in this city, man. I can't do it. Like, I can't do it, bro. That's why when Daddy died, man, they was in the countryside. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a little bit further away. It's about 45 minutes from Louisville. So at least he didn't die in the city. You know what I'm saying? He actually died out in the country with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, this ain't a place you want to go, man. I mean, you don't want to take your last breath ever, but definitely not here, man. I'm just like, nah, man, this ain't it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I'm gonna take y'all to the. I know they closed, cemetery closed, but I'm gonna take y'all near the cemetery because all this is close by. So I'm gonna show y'all a lot of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, again, I don't really know what people really see in this city, man. I don't really know what people see in a lot of their hometown. Like, a lot of people see San Antonio the same way because they from there. So they just like, oh, why would you come here? You know? And then I told them, I said, no, you wouldn't want to come here. And people thought I said that. And then they was coming to me, they said, bro, I've been watching the first 48. They said, dude, your city crazy. I said, I told y'all. They said, bro, we didn't know it get down like. I said, yeah, it get down like that, dude. You feel me? Like, no, I'm not going in the cemetery. I'm driving past it. Like, it ain't open. But this is the one that Muhammad Ali did bury there. They buried Muhammad Ali there. Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders is buried there. They was trying to get Daddy buried next to Muhammad Ali. I said, nah, man. We was like, nah, because it attract a lot of people. Daddy didn't like people. So we got him in a nice little spot by a little lake. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a little lake. And it's got like little ducks over there. It's peaceful, quiet, peaceful. And I said, that's exactly how Daddy would have wanted it. And he was like, even in death, he got him a nice little resting spot. Like, he's literally a spot. It's just like, he's cooling. You feel me? Like, I seen a duck, man. I was up there talking to him. It would be little geese up there and little ducks walking all on his too. I said, hey, man. I said, get off his stone. I was talking to them like they was people. I said, hey, man, move. Get off his stone, man. You don't deserve to walk here. Like, you don't deserve to even cross paths with this man. I'm over clean off his headstone. I said, don't you ever disrespect his site like this, man. Don't you be doing that. I don't think I never bring him flowers, though. I don't really do the flower thing, but I'll just come up here and kind of like clean his headstone, talk to him a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's actually peaceful, man. Usually every time I come back to Louisville, I'll try to spend a day, you know what I'm saying? Like, take a day out the week. Because when I get my hair done, I get my hairstylist. She literally right across the street from over there. You know what I'm saying? And so I'll go over there and you know what I'm saying, like before I get my dreads done or whatever, and I'll just talk to him for a little bit, and then, you know, after that I'll go get my hair did, whatever. But, you know, at first I stopped going for a while, man. Then I told him, I said, nah, I'm gonna try to come back every time I come back to Louisville. I said, because I wouldn't come back to Louisville that much, and then when I wasn't really going over there, and I said, nah, I'm gonna definitely always pay my respects, man. I said, I'm gonna try at least once or twice, you know, every time I'm here, you know what I'm saying, try to go and have a couple of words. I just updated on life, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just be like, oh, you know, life doing good, so daddy, grandbaby doing good, mama doing good, church doing good, and I'm doing good, you know what I'm saying? Like, God's good, like, you know. And I just have some words. It's therapeutic for me, you know what I'm saying? Some people may not do that, but I do it because it's therapeutic for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay to do that. If you gotta go talk to the headstone, you gotta go talk, like, just speak, man. Go say something, you know what I'm saying? Just go talk to him. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, God might let them hear you. Like, God probably let them hear us talking, you know what I'm saying? We don't know that, you know? But I have to say it for myself because that's therapeutic for me, you know what I'm saying? remember one time, man, it's always a weird nigga, man. It's always weird niggas in here. They ain't never been through nothing, don't know nothing. So I'm like, well, yeah, I get it, but you know, you don't really have to do that because they can't hear you. I'm like, nigga, I don't care if they can hear me. I'm saying it for me. It ain't me talking. It's me saying it for me, dummy. Like, that's why I be saying that stuff. You feel me? I said, it might not work for you, but you ain't lost nobody. You ain't had to go over there and say that. I said, I lost somebody, so I had to go over and say that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that was crazy, too, until you lose somebody you love, and then you got to go over and do that. You know what I'm saying? I said, bro, learn to leave Negroes alone and shut up, man. Like, I know people probably wasn't saying it like that, but I said, I don't care. I don't need you saying that at all. Until you in them shoes and you feel that, then you can come talk. Until then, be quiet. I don't know what it's like. I said, no, Negroes just run their mouth, talk to them. Oh, no, check this out. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's dark. We got Jack Harlow's picture up here. Y'all probably can't see that. It's dark. It's Jack Harlow's picture up here. They done gave that man a mural or something. You know what I'm saying? Get over there. Hold on. That's why I said a lot of stuff is just therapeutic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you lost somebody, man, like I said, it don't hurt to think about them, man. It don't hurt to go to the... That's what the graveyard is for, man. You're supposed to go there and just spend times, man. Talk. Pay your respects. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to be technical and everything, man. They supposed to be weird. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all something, though. Hold on. I hate even coming up this street, bro. This street is atrocious, man. It brings back so many bad memories, because, this street sucks. But, hold on, let me see something real quick. But nah, this is the, can I turn around? I think I turn around. Hold on, yeah, let me turn around, because you get lost, not lost, but just, these streets up here are small. So that's the only part about this part I don't like. Like, I don't like anything up here, but these streets be small, man. It's like European streets. Like, they be like real small, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate coming up this area, man. This area is just filled with just bad nostalgia. Just, ugh. Hold up. I don't know if y'all can see nothing, boy. It's dark. Try to take you up here. Nah, this is, hold on, let me see. Can I go out this way? Yeah, I'll go out this way. But nah, this is the, yeah, this is the cemetery where he's buried at, man. It's the one he's at, you feel me? And it's actually the nicest one in Kentucky, I think. Like, it's a real nice one, man. He's buried over there somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It was hard coming up here, man. You know, because like I said, that's all, you know. This is another side. I don't really know what this side is. He's buried on the other side over there, but that's the cemetery he buried at, man. So, you get lost in, that's huge, man. It's huge. They got some of the nicest headstones you would ever see, man. That's huge in there. Super huge, but it was hard coming over there, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the first couple of months, man, it was hard going over there, because, you know what I'm saying, I couldn't believe I was actually over there, man. I still was like, nah, man, this ain't real, you feel me? Like, this ain't real, you know what I'm saying? If it was daytime, it was open, I would have took y'all there, you know what I'm saying? I would have. But if it was daytime, I would have took y'all over there. But they closed early. So. That's why I was trying to get into town, man. Usually when I get into town, I got time. You know, I got stuff in the airport, but I was trying to get over there and just, you know, go have a couple of words. I'll probably go tomorrow and have a couple of words with him. You know what I'm saying? But it's an iconic place, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember I hated going over there, man. Just going over there, just the day after his funeral, man, was that Sunday. You know, so we had a Sunday service, and you know, word was still good. You know, word was good and everything. And then I went over there later on that night and just had a real heart-to-heart with him, man. And I was just pouring out what I was feeling, you know what I'm saying? And I told him, I said, man, I wouldn't have been the man that I am today, man, if it wasn't for you. I said, I wouldn't have had nothing, man, if it wasn't for you, you know what I'm saying? And I said, I thank God that he allowed you to be my father, you know what I'm saying? That you was actually, you know, you stood up, man. You didn't abandon us, you know what I'm saying? You didn't do us how your daddy did you, you know what I'm saying? That you actually, you know, was here for 23 years of my life. I said, even though we didn't always see eye to eye, you know what I'm saying? But we was, you know, you still my father, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I was saying, I was like, you know, I had a real heart to heart, man. Just just being out there talking to him, man. I remember just, you know, letting it out, man. Whatever you got feel, man, you got feel. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was feeling it at the time, man. You know what I'm saying? So, but I remember after that, man, I was an emotional wreck, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really know how to feel. I was with my ex at the time, and so she was the only one I really talked to about it, man. I didn't. That's why I said, as bad as she was, I call her the El Diablo all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got into it. We did not like each other, but I definitely appreciate her for some of the good she did, because she actually did help me through a lot of that. You know, even though she was herself, but you know, she was one person I did vent to, because again, like, she lost her cousin a couple of months before Daddy died. You know what I'm saying? And so her cousin was like her sister. You know what I'm saying? And so she opened up and told me about it, you know. So I was able to tell her about, you know, I had another friend, man. She up in Chicago, another Mexican. She live in Little Village. That's where like most of the Mexicans and stuff stay at. So I've been knowing her for some years. So her mama had died, man. Her mama had cancer, you know what I'm saying? And she died that year, the same year. And so she was upset about it at first, because she was just like, my mom's going through a lot. You know, she was just like, you know, she knows she's about to go. And then she died. And I checked up on her. I was like, how you doing, man? She was like, it's not easy. And so I told her, I was like, and that's when I told her, I said, yeah, man, I don't know what that's like. And then I didn't even know, shortly after that, Daddy died. I didn't know what that was going to be like, you know what I'm saying? And so I told her, I said, man, I know what you feeling, man. Like, it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So that's why I said, like, man, just honor your parents, man. Like I said, if they still living, even if you ain't got the best relationship with them, man, like, definitely honor them, man. Talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I hate being on the street, bro. The street is just tacky. Ugh. Brings back so many bad memories. But no, real talk, man. Like, honor your peoples, man, because when they gone, man, they gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no restart, ain't no Mario or Sonic, man. Like, it's done. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you want to make sure that you always leave a good impression with them, man. That you know, you respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that was the hard one in the world. They blocking off the street. See, now as I say something, the police get out there, somebody done did something else. Boy, I tell you, this city is just the most atrocious place ever, man. Like, now I got to circle around and see what's going on. Now I got to go vlog what's going on over here, bro. I told you, this street up here, man, this is ground zero, too, for everything bad happening, man. So many people died up this street. Like, man, let me go turn around and see what they doing now. I got to go see the chaos. Somebody done this something. Bro, literally, when I told you, every time I'm somewhere, somebody do something. I'm hoping I'm not a magnet for bad stuff, because every time I go somewhere, there's a hostage situation, there's a shootout, there's a fight, there's something, man. Somebody done did something, man. Like, it's always right there when I'm right there. I'm just like, man, I hope it's ain't me. I hope I'm not, you know, bringing that around people. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess he decided to cancel it now. I don't know. Maybe he did. Was it a false alarm? Let me see. He just got out the street. Man, they be on go here, but he just disappeared. I guess he got who he wanted. That was quick. Hey, man, this is sad, y'all. We got to change the way we live, man. We got to change the way we do stuff. That's why I said people up here, man, they got to change, like, just the way that they are, man. This is just sad, man. That's why I said when I came back here, man, like when I moved back up, or not moved, definitely not moved, but when I was just seeing what was going on up here when I would come visit, I'm like, man, I don't miss any of this, man. Like, people say, oh, let's go dancing, let's go. Nope, I don't want to. Oh, let's go hang out. Nope, don't want to. Let's go get food. Nope, don't want to. Like, I don't want to do anything up here, man. Like, I don't, if it ain't church, if it ain't ministry, man, I said, look, I come back on business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hung with y'all fools for years. I'm like, I'm back on business. I'll say what's up to y'all, but I said, I ain't really trying to be around y'all like that. Because I said, it's just, I can't live like that, man. I can't do that no more, man. You know what I'm saying? So looking at the way that I was once living my life, man, it's just, I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? This ain't it. But, yeah, y'all still watching your boy. Still kicking it with me, huh? Yeah, just to see mama, man, and, you know what I'm saying, just, I don't know. I mainly come back on church business, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Once again, that's the infamous cemetery where Daddy at, man. Daddy over there, you know what I'm saying? You go right through them gates, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful. It's really nice, man. People be jogging through there. It's a real beautiful, nice cemetery, you know what I'm saying? You go right through there, you know what I'm saying? And he's on the other side somewhere. Like, you get lost, bro. Like, you still get lost to this day, bro. That thing's huge. You know what I'm saying? And so he on the other side, man, because you'll see a lot of people's tombstones. They big. They be like them big old. They be having like Sphinx tombstones. They be having like little mini home tombstones. You know what I'm saying? Big old large tombstone. You know what I'm saying? Like, them is more like the rich. I think it's like real rich people. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. It's just, I don't know, man. That's why I said sometimes you think about everything. You don't really know how to feel about everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be, you know, 1 minute you cool. I remember at first, man, I was tore up every day, man. It was like, and then it would come and go. That's the worst. Like, it wouldn't hit as strong, and then it would at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be cool, and then it hit you. You know what I'm saying? And so I really, you know, like I said, I ain't trying to blame my ex on them, but I said I really feel like that with us being toxic a lot, man, we was always doing that. That really brought out a lot of it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so I didn't really, and I told her, I can't deal with you and deal with this at the same time. I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, one's got to go. And I said, you know, if you ain't going to help me, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we always had a bit, because we knew I don't know if it was like we was trauma bound or whatever, because we both knew what that was like. Like, that's one thing we always agreed not to disrespect. I said, I might not like you, I might not respect you like I used to no more. I said, but I would never disrespect that. And she was like, I'll never disrespect that either. You know what I'm saying? So even though we ain't cool no more, it's like we still got a mutual respect for that, you know. But so that's why I say a lot of people just they just be dissing their ex all the time. I said I do, but you know, I always acknowledge like, well, they was here for that. Like, I will always respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was always a real one for that one. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's, I don't know, man. But I told you, I said we you know, after the funeral service, man, like I said, we took Daddy and rode him around the church one last time, man. You know what I'm saying? Took him around his congregation one last time. You know what I'm saying? That was a powerful moment too, man. And I didn't really know. I mean, I always knew Darby Ministry was kind of big. I didn't know how big it was. They got bigger after, because when somebody died, like I said, your name get bigger. It's the same with a celebrity. Like, nobody really care about them when they living, but when they die, they idolize them. You know what I'm saying? Then they get bigger. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when he died, that's probably why, because most people couldn't believe that he died. So when they was like, they heard this man of God, they just heard this message, and then they was like, he died. They was like, what? He died? Like, what? That's what people were saying. They said They say I was watching all his messages. And then I turned on talking about he died. I was like, what do you mean he died? Like, what? And so that's why he got bigger, because it's just like, no, that's impossible. Like, no, man, who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I said I can understand when some people do. Again, if you don't know, you looking from the outside in. If you found out what he preaches on and then you found out he died, you would think like, oh, well, they killed him. Like, no, that's not what happened. But you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I said, if you wasn't there, you don't know. So, you know, sometimes, like I said, a lot of times, man, people, this stuff wasn't here either. They just built this too. Damn, they work fast. But I was like, got people calling me, man. People calling me right now. I can't talk. Who is this? Brandon. Do I know them? I'm trying to think of it. I do this. Who is this? I know a lot of Brandons, but I was gonna take y'all down to the walk. What time is it? Nah, I ain't gonna take y'all down to the walk. It's late. They gonna told me for going down there. I hate going down there too, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another live stream, because we doing a Juneteenth thing here, so maybe I'll do another live stream. But I don't know, man. These areas, what was I saying, y'all? I was saying something about oh yeah, Daddy. Yeah. I could have took y'all to the Louisville Slugger Field. That's the home of the Whopper. Yeah, but like I said, when Daddy when Daddy died, I could see why a lot of people would think it, because of the way he preached. But I'm just like, but if you don't know what happened, man, you just speculate. You can't speculate stuff because you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, you know, stuff just happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? Is part of God's plan. Don't know why. Don't ask me, ask God. Like, I don't know. You gotta ask him. So I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, that's why a lot of people, they was saying, they was like, when they found that Darby died, they was like, bro, they was crying. They said they was crying like babies, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was tough, you know. So, and that's why I said ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You know, it happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, how you think we felt, man? This ain't even your family. How you think his real family felt, man? We was tore up. We still tore up over that. You know what I'm saying? But check out this is the Louisville Slugger Field. The most popular bats in the world, and the ones y'all be seeing on TV, Carrie Underwood and them. Like, that's baseball stadium. And then this building over here, man. This is hold on. Actually, I'll get out over here. I'm gonna get out over here. Get out one last time, and then I'm gonna head on to the crib. I've been out for a good minute. Good old minute. on that. Yeah. Can I park? It's so hard finding parking sometimes. You don't know where you can go at. But yeah, I park right here. I remember, I'll tell you something though. I remember for right before I moved, man, it wasn't Cinco de Mayo. It was what was it, man? I think it was Mexican Independence Day. That's what it was. All right, is that Cinco de Mayo? It was something, man. It was something going on here. And so, cause like I said, you know, I always fit in the Mexicans. I've been with Mexicans all the time. And so, we was over here. Oh, let me turn this off. And then we was over here in this big old parking lot, man. This big old parking lot. They got their Dodge Chargers, Dodge Challengers all out here. You feel me? And so like they doing donut, like you can still see some of the tire scruff marks. So, like they be out here doing like speed demons all the time. And so this place is filled up with number like Mexican flags. It's just Mexicans everywhere, man. Mexicans. And they just like they racing. They doing like donuts, you know what I'm saying, playing their loud music. And that's why I said, like I said, Mexicans and blacks, man, we roll together. So you had a lot of black folk out here. We was in our militia gear, you know what I'm saying? We was strapped up, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that nobody come out here and do nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? And so we was out here just having a good old time, man, you know what I'm saying? They was racing, just barbecuing, all type of stuff. Like, they love Mexico over here. And so one of them came, they said, the fair's coming, y'all. They said, 12 coming. So, I mean, everybody's scattering like roaches, dog. Everybody started running. And I said, you know, I ain't know what's happening. But, you know, black folk, you see somebody run, you start running too. So everybody started taking out running. And so they said, El policía aquí. So we all start running. Which means police is here, police over here. And so we was like, all right, let's start taking out running. I ain't even know police over here. I was just like, everybody running. So I said, well, I'm gonna start running too. I'm gonna start running. And so the police came over here, was trying to shut everybody down, trying to lock people up. And so the speed demons took their car. They was doing donuts in front of the police. And then they hurried up and like zoomed out there. They zoomed out that way. I was like, man, you can't catch a Mexican, man. You can't catch Mexicans. They too fast. You can't catch us either. We too fast, boy. But I came back a couple of months later when I moved, man. That's when we had a mass shooting over here. That mass shooting happened at that building right there. And they had this whole thing was blocked off, man. Had this whole thing blocked off. Yeah, they said, Policia aquí, police. They said, hurry up, 12 coming. So everybody took off, boy. They was racing. Police couldn't catch them, boy. They was too fast, boy. They was racing down there. And so yeah, they had this whole thing blocked off, man. And so the mass shooting happened like up here. This dude, man, I think this is a bank up here or something. Like he got mad because he got fired or something like that. So he came back with, you know, it's mighty funny. Ain't it mighty funny they always talk about black folk? Ain't it? It's always the white people that shoot up stuff, ain't it? It's always the white people that gotta go mass kill everybody. They won't talk about us, man. Please don't ever let them talk about you. That's why I said, like, man, please. We get mad, yeah. We say a couple of words, niggas might cuss you out and go on about their business. Like, these people get mad, want to kill everybody. Like, man. I say, I'm starting to notice it's a trend. Like, they call us, remember they say with us, they say it's typical behavior. They're like, what's typical behavior? I said, I'm starting to notice with y'all, there's a lot of typical behavior with y'all, too. I said, you know, y'all always want to mass kill something. You know, it's mighty funny. Y'all won't talk. Be one want to run their mouth. And I said, nah, I'm starting to see a lot of typical patterns with y'all, too, man. Y'all just love killing people, man. I told you, man, white people love murder. As much as they talk about drill music glorifies it, don't nobody love murder more than them, boy. They murder everything. They out there messing with the daggone lions, man. Why you want to kill a lion? What a lion do to you? I say, you got to kill the lion. Now the lion's killing them. I say, yo, you getting down, the lion's is giving y'all just desserts. Just got to kill everything breathing. It's like, what is it with y'all murder, man? Y'all just so obsessed with murder all the time. You feel me? Yeah, you don't like it when they bring up their violence. Well, we're going to bring up y'all violence. So they had a whole memorial. This is where it happened at. This building right here. This is where it all happened at. And this whole thing was filled with like memorials, man. Just like, I forgot how many people got killed over here. And so the dude, it was a police officer, man. He actually stopped dude. But while he did that, the dude had shot him. He had shot him in his head, man. And so the police officer still lived. He just recovered, actually. I said, yeah, everybody loved that guy, man. He was a good guy. And yeah, this whole thing was filled with like candles and memorials and stuff. And this is when I just kind of first moved from here, you feel me? I was here on the last day. The last day I was about to go back home, about to fly out. And then somebody was like, yeah, they just did something downtown. So before I caught my flight, I came downtown and seen, man, I was documenting everything that was going on, man. This is all blocked off, man. It's crazy, man. They had this whole street, everything blocked off, man. And I said, it's crazy because stuff like that usually never happens in Louisville, man. It usually don't happen like that. But I told you, everybody losing their mind, man. Louisville is just ground zero for everything. Everybody everywhere now is here. This city it's ground zero for anything. They don't even care no more. People just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said, like, it's unfortunate, man, the stuff that goes on now. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, people don't got God, man. They ain't got no soul no more. So nobody cared. You know what I'm saying? Nobody care about nothing no more. But yeah, I don't know what they doing now. I don't know if it's still open or not, because again, I don't live here, so I don't know what really goes on here no more. But you see Louisville Slugger Field. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Stuff happen again. It's a pretty small place, so stuff happens within like a block radius. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get to somewhere here from like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's everything is so nearby. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I didn't like it too, because I'm like, in San Antonio, it'll take you a good 25, 30 minutes to get to places, you know what I'm saying? Like, versus Louisville, like, you know, it's so small, you feel me? Like, everybody know everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody go to the same clubs, they go to the same bars, the same places, like, you know what I'm saying? You was just on that side of town, you'll see somebody on that same side of town 5 minutes later, because everybody goes to the same spots. Like, it's sad, bro. Like, it's really sad. This is a really small reality, man. And people just, this is what they do, you feel me? This is how they live. And so it's just, I don't know, man. I can't get with it no more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me not get started on Esau, man. I really think I'm about to join the Hebrew Israelite camp. Hey, man, I think I'm about to be one of the Hebrew Israelites, man. I say, you know what, them niggas got a point, boy. Oh boy. I was like, man, I ain't trying to do that right there, man. I said, when the time comes, brother, stand by, stand alert. I'll let y'all know. I ain't got no war with them no more, man. I was like, bro, yeah. I mean, it's not really a war. They can't bother me first, but not all of them. They be cool. A lot of them be cool. Hold on, y'all. Let me text somebody back. Hold on. I gotta text somebody back real quick. Stand by, stand alert. Hold on. All right, we good. Are we hot? Are we live? All right, we good. Are we hot? Are we live? But yeah, like I said, I do hope y'all enjoying the stream now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know, talking my life and showing y'all my city, and, you know, let y'all know how active it get, bro. It gets active here, man. And so that's why I said, I knew when I came to San Antonio, I said, man, it's for a reason, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said I want to do some big, good things, man. I just felt like I couldn't really do a lot of it here. Just like Daddy couldn't do a lot of his big ministry here, man, because people just, I don't know, man. People just special type of stupid or something, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's just, nah, I didn't, man. I actually needed to, I was going to edit some before I left, man, but they was doing that work on my apartment, man, so I couldn't really do music because the stuff is loud and it takes away a lot of my focus, man. I ain't trying to do it right now. That's why I said stand by for the Sunbird album, man. That album's coming out. That's going to be one of the freshest albums I've ever done, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. I got a good setup for it, too. So I'm going to make sure that we get some traffic. It gets some big traction, man, to where it's on playlists, like big old worldwide type playlist. You feel me? Like, I want that to be big. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, man, I don't know, man. That's why I said lately, man, with just how I'm feeling, man, I'm just, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm okay, man. I said, God got me, man. That's what I even told Mama that. So, Mama, I just been letting God just have me, man. You know, he's just been taking care of me, man. And, you know what I mean? Like, just, so that's why I said a lot of times, hold on, let me see something real quick. Oh, yeah, I gotta let Mama, I'm gonna let Mama hear something. I said, yeah, Mom, I was telling her about the little place I went to. I said, yeah, they was playing your old gospel music, Mom. I said, you know how you feel about that? Oh, they got White Castle. We ain't got White Castle in San Antonio. That sound kind of good. What up, Jones? Yeah, I just text you back, bro. I just told you I'm on live stream, so I figured you came over here. But nah, man, that's what I was saying. What was I saying, bro? I forgot what I was saying. Oh, something about I just forgot. Dang, I just forgot. I gotta remember. I gotta bring back to my remembrance. Man, what was I saying? Y'all remind me. I forgot. I literally just forgot, man. Distract me with the Sunbird flow. Nah, Jones, I was all over the city today. I was just showing them some old places, man. Like some old childhood homes and all that, you know what I'm saying? Uh, no, before the gospel part, I was talking about something else, man. I forgot. Did they tear that down? But they tore that down too. Dang, they turned that everything. Man, they are just changing a lot, bro. I've been gone for a minute. I really forgot what I was saying, y'all. Dang, I forgot. Head on back to the cribbo. Yeah, hey, Jones, I tried to tell Kat what's up, man. She said she'll try it tomorrow, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I told Deanna. Deanna said she can't do it today, but she'll try to get with us tomorrow or something. Go do something, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't like as much to do here, but yeah, since I'm on the way to the crib, man, I'll talk to y'all, man, for about 20, 25 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, Mama live in the nice parts. That's why I'm glad she don't live really where a lot of that stuff go down. So I'm happy about that. But what was I saying, man? I forgot what I was saying. Bro, what was I saying before that? I had a good point. I was saying something about God got me. And then I said, oh, that's what it was. So I was talking about, I almost forgot again. See? I think I just did forget. I just forget. Yeah, for sure. I got you, Jones. I'm gonna let you know. Because I got tomorrow, I got Tuesday, I got Wednesday, and then I'm out Thursday morning. So I'm gonna let you know. Oh, that's what I was saying. So a lot of times I was saying I like to reflect on like a lot of the old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not a person on the past, man. I don't like really thinking of the past. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think about it too because I said the past, man, is what shapes you. You feel me? And I know I'm darker here. Y'all probably can see it. But I said, but the past is what shapes you. You feel me? And I said, you know, I think back on a lot of the times, man. I really think back up more on like the bad times because I remember where I was. I remember the bad times. You feel like it ain't gonna never feel better. Like you ain't gonna never be better than what you is now. You know what I'm saying? And then you look and you just like, man, I'm so much further than where I used to be, man. I'm so much further than how I used to think, how I used to act. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't feel that way no more. You know what I mean? Like, and so when I moved from Louisville to San Antonio, I remember, man, I felt like my world was over, man. Like I ain't know what to think. I ain't know what to feel. You know what I'm saying? When you going through a little breakup at that time, you know what I'm saying? And you going through it, struggling. These jobs wouldn't call me back. My finance starting to get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going through it mentally, man. Like your boy was mental. I almost checked into an asylum. Like bro, I was going crazy. I was mad all the time. You know what I'm saying? Acting like an old angry grandpa or something, man. I was mad. You know what I'm saying? Get mad at the dog. Like I'm getting mad at everybody. And I told him, I said, man, I was really thinking hard, man, on how I was feeling. It's coming up. It's actually 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago that all that happened. I've been in San Antonio for 2 years, and so around this time 2 years ago, like 2 years, bro, it was mental, man. So that's why when I would come back to Louisville, I would hang with Jones all the time. Me and Jones go out dancing. Like, we go somewhere. You feel me? Like we was always just going out having a good time, man. Even though that was good, that was self-medicating. I felt like that I was distracting myself from my real problems, man. Because I wasn't really dealing with my problems head on, you know what I'm saying? I was still mad about stuff. I was still feeling some kind of way. You feel alright for a minute, and then you go right back to what you was feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was dealing with it heavy, man. You feel me? And so, that's why I said I do thank God for somebody like Jones, man. Like you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't really hang with a lot of homies like I did, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really want to be around a lot of people in the city when I came back, because they ain't on them, you know what I'm saying? Like, he like me, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I would hang with him, man, because we got the same ideology, the same mindset. So I kept saying, I was like, man, I just wanted more, and I was looking for that in San Antonio. So I said, I know it's gonna come. It's gonna take a little time, but I said, but I'm looking for that family love feeling. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for, you know what I'm saying, to be established. And I wish I would have moved there better. Like I wish I would have been smart about it instead of just hurrying, because I was hurrying trying to do it because I hated living in Louisville. And I said, I don't regret doing it. It's just I wish I would have did it better. And so when I came to San Antonio, man, I was like, I want more out of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like. And I said, you're going to find them people. You're going to find what you're looking for. But I remember in the bad times, man, when I was struggling, man, I was going through it. And I look back on it now, and I'm just like, I was so dumb, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, not really, because that's how I was feeling at the time. And I said, I thought I was never going to get over it. And then you look like you got over it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you think you ain't going to never get over that girl or that dude, you know what I'm saying? And you look, you over there. You ain't thinking about them niggas no more, you know what I'm saying? You go on about your business. You found somebody else. Or you just love life now. You got a nice, successful career where you get paid all the time, so you ain't worried about nobody. You doing your thing. And I said, that's what I like now, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think about the, and And I said, you know, I miss the old days. A lot of times I do miss the old days when I lived here. You know what I'm saying? That was some good times. You know what I'm saying? But I try not to really be stuck on it that much because I'm like, that's old, that's done. Like, you gotta learn to just be done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was cool for a minute. I had those people in my life for a minute because I needed them. I said, but now I'm further than that. I don't need that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm further than that. I need more. You know, and now that I look at the people that's in my life, they, you know, and I ain't dissing nobody, but I said, but these people are better. These people want more. These people love life. And I'm around people that love life, man. I told you, I've been around death and destruction for years. Living in Louisville, man, people dying all the time, man. People you know dying. You know what I'm saying? People just, you know, get locked up, man. People ain't got no potential, man. They losing their life. They losing they possessions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you realize, man, you want more out of life, man. I don't want to live like this no more. I don't want to live around that stuff no more, man. When I came to San Antonio and I started seeing that, like, I know what normal is now. That's why I said I love the place I live in, because I'm like, that was the first nice thing I've ever really had, bro. You gotta understand, like, we did what we could. But I said that was really the first nice area I ever really lived at. The first nice thing I really ever purchased with my money. You know what I'm saying? I said because it was, I don't know, man. And so that's why I said now that I know what normalcy is, like, I'm not going back to being a nigga. I'm not going back to hood living, you know what I'm saying? Like, struggling and, you know, living on the prayers. Like, nah, man, I want more. And I told myself, I said, yeah, you was upset about that stuff at first, at the time. I said, but bro, you further now, you know what I'm saying? You ain't crying over ex no more, you man. You ain't crying over old friends and, you know, you homesick. I ain't homesick. I had to learn to make San Antonio my home, man. San Antonio's home now. To where it's like, I thought they was playing. They was like, you gonna get tired of coming back to Louisville? I said, no, I love it here. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I love coming back. And now I'm like, bro, I barely want to go back half time. Like, I'm like, bro, I like San Antonio. I ain't go back the longest in like 3 months. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I like being there where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? I got that family feeling, man. That friendship established there. I'm trying to get some people from Louisville to come out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I said, like, the goal is, I said, no, you came out here for a reason. I always told myself, I said, what would Daddy say to you, man? What would Daddy say to you if he seen you right here? When you talk about you don't know if you're going to move back and you don't know if you did the right thing. I said, what did Daddy tell you when you make decisions? I said, didn't Daddy tell you to stand on stuff like a man? Didn't he say, when you out here, do what you got to do? Didn't Daddy tell you that? I said, okay, remember what he told you. I said, ain't no cowering now. You ain't going to move back because it's hard. I said, Daddy didn't care if it was hard. He made you do it anyways. And I'm glad that he did that, because now when life start hitting you and life is whooping you, you know, you ain't soft. You know what to do. Like, okay, well, Daddy raised a soldier, man. Mama ain't raised no punk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, had I been a coward or, you know, somebody that was just always used to having the easy way out, I would have moved back home. And I'm like, I would have been the ultimate defeated. I would have been less than 5 steps to where I was. I would have been right back where I was minus 5 steps. You know what I'm saying? And then I would have regretted it and wanted to move back to San Antonio. I said, bro, why didn't you come out here? You didn't just come out here just to get away from Louisville. You came out here for a reason. So what is it? And I said, you got to find your reason. And I even told Mama today, I said, Mama, I know, I said, I'm telling people now, I know what you and Daddy meant by we can't go off your prayers no more. And she said, amen. She said, see, I said, yeah. I said, I know now. I said, Mama, because when I came out there, I said, I had no God for myself. I still got no God for myself every day. I said, Mama, I don't expect you to pray for me. I don't expect you to do nothing. I don't expect, Daddy gone, he can't do nothing. So I was like, I don't expect y'all to no more. I said, it's my job. I'm 30 years old. I'll be 31 in 2 months. I said, it's my job, man, to figure out what I'm doing, man, to call God for myself, man. I said, Mama, I've been calling God more than I ever have now. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, I'm not saying my grace has been cut off from y'all, but I feel like that now it's definitely a season where God is getting you by yourself, man. I've been by myself for about a year now. God's just been doing nothing but talking to me. You know what I'm saying? Just showing me. Do I always do the right thing? No. Am I the best person? No. But I said at the same time, God working on me. You know what I'm saying? And I said it's been a time, man, just to, you know what I'm saying, speak with him, man, and just, you know, figure out some stuff in my life, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's why I said, like, bro, if you on a journey, man, which, you know, if you like me, if you move from your hometown or you in a situation where you don't know what to do, I'm telling you, man, learn to thug it out, bro. Learn to think. All it took me was to think. I kept saying, I said, Steve, think, man. I said, but see, being in Louisville, what I told y'all, being in Louisville, you don't think. In Louisville, you don't think, man. That's why I said people be out here so. A lot of people is slow because they want to be, and a lot of people just ignorant. They don't know, man, because they don't think. They not taught to think. Just it is. That's why we get that saying. It is what it is. That's what we do. Because we're just like, well, you know, I'm struggling. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we say. Like, well, you know, it's at least I got enough money to pay the bill. Like that's how we think. We don't think, bro. And so when we get out here in these tough decisions, we don't know about life. We're not taught to really use our common sense. You know what I'm saying? We just, well, it is what it is. You know, well, you know, hopefully somebody look out for me. It's like, nah, man, look out for yourself. And I said, when I got out to San Antonio, I said, bro, you are in the real world. You in a real man's land out here. You feel me? Texas don't care. Texas is not soft, man. Like, they make you take care of you. You got work. You got to know what to do out there. I said, dude, you came out here by yourself. And I said, now it's up to you. And I said, now all the people I know is causing me. All the connections I got is causing me. The stuff that I'm working on is between me and God. I said, bro, I had to learn how to do that for myself, bro. I said, you ain't in Louisville where you up the block from mom and them, or you up the block from your homies, man. Some girl you talking to, you know what I'm saying? Have some little white girl come over your house all the time, and y'all cooling it and going to get food all the time and playing around. I said, you ain't doing it with your life, dog. And I came out to Louisville, I came out to San Antonio, and I said, now, old white girl gone. She far away. Even when we was talking, like, she far away, man. I said, you far away from everybody you know. Your old lifestyle in Louisville's dead. I said, that Louisville Steve's dead. You done with that. I said, this is San Antonio Steve. You got to think, man. You ain't no kid no more. You know what I'm saying? I said, you 30, man. Start acting like it. Start living like it. And I said, there's a certain stuff you got to stop doing. Certain people you got to cut off. Certain stuff you got to cut off. That's why I stopped doing video games. Man, you ain't getting no money playing no video games, man. You ain't getting no money, dog. You ain't doing nothing with your life, man. I ain't played video games in almost a year, man. I love video games, man. That's all we did, play video games. I said, I don't play that no more. I said, bro, I'm learning about making money, business, music, stuff like that. I furthered myself within the last 2 months, man, to where I'm like, bro, my life is so different now, man. It's coming up on a year, man. I did this channel. Coming up on a year. And I said, my life is so different than what it used to be. And I said, look at what you've done since you cut off video games, you cut women off, stop talking to some relationship. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to look for a new friend group and stuff like, bro, you just been to yourself. And I said, look at what the good's coming in your life, man. My Southern's coming out strong. Dang, still strong. Jeremiah 29, I heard it. Yeah, that's why I said I didn't want to rely. I kept saying, I said, Steve, I told mom and daddy, I said, look, I love y'all, love what y'all doing, but I said, we can't rely on y'all all the time. We got to be grown and do it ourselves. And then words came back to bite me. So when I got out there by myself and realized that, yeah, remember you said that? Now you out here by yourself. You can't call mama. I said, boy, you better not call mama. I called mama one time. I said, mama, look, I don't know what to think right now. You know what I'm saying? And she said, I understand, son. She said, but son, you're a grown man. She said, if you feel like it's for you, stay there. She said, if you want to come back, she said, you always welcome to come back in the crib. She said, I got the basement for you. And I said, nah, man, my pride is a man. I said, mama, nah, I can't live in your house. I said, mama, I'm taking 5 steps back, then a step back. I said, nah, mama. I said, that's gonna make me feel even less than. I said, mama, I'm not moving back there. I said, I appreciate the hospitality, but I said, mama, I'm not moving back in your house. I said, I love living on my own. I've been living on my own since I was like 20. So I said, bro, I'm good. And I said, Steve, you came out here as a grown man. I said, you knew what you, I said, Steve, you worked all year to come here. So what did you come here for? I kept saying, well, maybe I did it too fast. Okay, maybe you did, but you still came here. It don't matter no more. You here now. Your name is on your apartment lease. You signed it, right? I said, so what are you doing out here? What do you want? I kept saying, well, I just need to go. I said, no. We done with Louisville. I said, Steve, you done with Louisville. You didn't do all this just to move from Louisville to go back to Louisville. Like, no, we're not doing that. I said, you come back for church business. You know what I'm saying? You come back to see family. But I said, but you ain't moving back to Louisville. You ain't stuck in Louisville. You in San Antonio now, man. Start acting like it. And that's why I stopped coming back to Louisville as much, because I kept saying, I said, if I keep coming back to Louisville, I'm never going to be able to get settled in there. I was coming back every 2 weeks, man. Every 2 weeks. I was always on a plane, dude. I didn't know what it's like to not be on a plane every 2 weeks. 2 different planes, catch my flight there. And I said, Steve, if you keep coming back to look, because I was staying for about a week, trying to get all familiar, you know what I'm saying? I was missing my friends, missing this little white girl I talked to, you know what I'm saying? I was missing the old situations. And I said, no, man. No. I said, Steve, you ain't gonna never grow up, man. You ain't gonna never grow up if you keep doing this. And I said, if you keep trying to surround yourself with Louisville, you gonna be in Louisville. You live in another city. You're pretty much by Mexico, man. I said, you don't live in Kentucky no more. Start using your Texas mindset. You are a Texan now. You're not a Kentuckian no more. You're a Texan. Start thinking. Louisville's always gonna be home, but I said, boy, you don't live here no more. I said it costs a pretty penny to come out here and live, man. You ain't gonna pack it all up and then go right back to Kentucky. Like, what was that all for? What was the year you wasted working all for? You know what you wanted. You know what you was doing. So stand on it. I kept saying, well, I'm mental. So what? Be mental until you ain't mental no more. I said, do what you got to do. And I told myself, I said, man, I'm going to thug inside every day till I find a situation, till I find a way. And that's exactly what I did. To where I don't think that no more. You feel me? That's why I said, I'm like, man, you know, you can't quit when it get hard, man. And I kept saying, I said, bro, what would Daddy say, man? What would Daddy tell you right now? If he was standing right across from you, I said, what would he say to you? About my Daddy, you know, every time we tell Daddy, he's like, Daddy, it's hard. Daddy, he did not go for that. Daddy ain't going for that punk stuff, man. He said, so what is hard? He said, boy, do it. He said, I know it's hard. Do it anyways. You can do it. That was times Mama told me. She told me that reason. She said, man, y'all don't know. A lot of times when you and Joe be out there cutting the grass, she said, your daddy be out there looking out the window, like, she be like, man, your daddy be like, boy, she be like, your daddy be like, man, look at that boy. He cold out there. Look at him. He out there cold with that lawnmower. Look at him, man. He cold out there cutting that grass. I said, I didn't even know Daddy was saying that, man. I said, he was always just like, go cut the yard, man. Go cut the yard. I didn't even know he was even saying that. She said, Missy, he cold out there. Look, she's like, Missy, look at him over with the weed eater. Look at him, man. He cold out there, being a man out there working. I said, I didn't know Daddy said that. Maybe that would have made me want to do it more if I would have heard him say it. It was always, boy, get in there and cut the grass, because I said so. That's what Daddy was like. Cut the front and cut the back, and that's the daggone deal. You cut it. But that's why I say, I'm like, man, when you realize that, I was like, Daddy loved the fact that it was hard. That's why he made you do it. He said, I know it's hard out here. That's why you gonna do it. He said, you ain't doing. He said, you ain't quitting. Go do it. And you would do it. That's why I said, don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it get hard, it's good. It means something working. Something definitely working. And that's why I said a lot of people couldn't go with me, man. They couldn't elevate. And that's why I said now that my mind is elevated. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know this is what happens, man. I just thought this was just me. But a lot of people were saying it. It was like, nah, I cut off a lot of people too, man. I don't even talk to people no more. Like, when you get your mindset further, it's not that you think you're better than people, but you just want better. You feel me? You ain't trying to be around people that ain't trying to do nothing. That's why I said I started a channel trying to feed people information that want to do something with their life, because I want to do something in my life. And you got a lot of good people over here. 80% of the crowd's good, but then you got 20% of niggas that's losers, man. They ain't trying to do nothing. Niggas ain't trying to do nothing with their life, man. They trying to listen to a man all day. They trying to talk about politics and color all day. I said, bro, I got a better life to live, dude. That's why I said we all love Pastor Darby, man. We all love his messages and his teachings. I said, but bro, he told you to go apply that word to your life, man. You ain't just got to watch him all day. You binge watching him because you ain't doing nothing about it. When you binge watch him and do something, your life will get better. You won't be on Steve Jr.'s page mad at me talking to me about Pastor Darby, that man you ain't never met. Like I said, I got the knowledge from him. I live with the man. You watch him off YouTube. I live with the dude. 23 years of knowledge. You don't think I know the stuff that you trying to come over and tell me? You don't think he taught me that already? Even with that, man, like I said, I'm doing my music thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting beats on the web. You know what I'm saying? Which I was gonna do that anyways. But some weirdo was over here all like, hey, I ain't trying to sound like that, but do you think your dad would approve? I said, dude, he's the one that taught me how to put beats on the web, you idiot. He's the one that taught me how this stuff goes. See, Negroes don't know nothing. That's why I said, see, you talk because you a fanboy, dude. You watch a man off TV all day because you a fan. You don't know nothing. You ain't never met him. Daddy taught me how to put beats back online back in 2017, dude. 2017 was the year he taught me how to put beats online. He told me, he's the one that told me to sell beats. He's the one that showed me to create a website to sell beats, you idiot. You wasn't there. Stop trying to think you know a man because you watch him, boy. You don't know him. You don't know us. You ain't cool with me. You stay over and watch him. I don't want you over watching me because of that right there. I don't like fanboys, man. Don't be doing that stuff. I said, if you had any idea, he was the one that suggested I make a website and sell my music. He kept telling me to take my music to another level. He told me it's Wix.com. Wix.com was the website that I used to make music. He showed me how to upload audio files. He showed me how to sell music. He's the one that told me how to do that. Duh! Negroes think they watching, man. Like, but you don't know, dude. You ain't never seen dude a day in your life, boy. If I didn't show you the cemetery where he was at, you wouldn't even know where he was buried at. You ain't even been over there. That's why I said, don't be them. Daddy didn't want you to be a fanboy. Daddy wanted you to be a doer. Don't just be a fan of the word. Do the word. Negroes is fans of Darby. That's why they watch him, but they ain't doing the word. They ain't doing what he told them to. That's why they think they know him. You don't know this man, dude. I lived with dude for 23 years. You don't think he taught me everything I need to know? Why do you think I call people spiritual weirdos? Because he called them spiritual weirdos. Why do you think I don't like Negroes on my back? Because they didn't like Negroes either. He's not your friend, and I ain't your friend either. You feel me? Like, you don't know us, man. Pastor Darby didn't want to talk to everybody. He was not a people person. He did not want to talk to you, and I don't want to talk to you. I'm kind of the same, but we're different, but I'm kind of the same. Hold up. Yeah, everybody says something like that. I don't know. I don't always hear it, but nah, man. That's why I said, like, this is why I said think for yourself, man. This is why I tell everybody, like, think, dude. As I said, I came out to San Antonio, man, for you know what I'm saying, for better, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I said a lot of people, man, they don't know stuff, man. That's why I said I don't just want people to watch me. I want people to apply what I'm telling them. I want people to listen to what I'm saying to them. Because again, this could save your life. You know what I'm saying? This could really elevate your life. I don't think I'm no savior or no messiah, man. I'm just trying to teach people how to have a better life, man. People are tired of living a hellish lifestyle, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people wanted me to preach. That's why I said they too stupid to understand that Daddy knew I wasn't a preacher. He kept saying that ain't his thing, man. He kept saying, he was like, because he noticed, like, even when we be out there working, and so he was just like, he said this ain't man's thing. He said I don't want man to mess up his hands. He kept saying that. He said I don't want man to mess up his hands, because he said he's gifted in the music. Even he said that. He said he's gifted. He said that's his field. He said his thing is not construction and carpentry. He said his thing is music. That's why he got mad when we was taking boxing lessons, because he didn't want me to get hit in my temple all the time, to where I get, you know, you turn to Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? You see how Muhammad Ali was? Couldn't function. He kept saying, he said, son, you're going to take too many hits to your face. He said, it's going to mess up your hands, man. That's why he got mad. That's why I understand why he got mad. He said, son, you're going to mess up your gift that God gave you. So even Daddy knew I wasn't no preacher, man. If all these little dumb Negroes come over everything, I'm a preach. I'll never preach, boy. I'll never be on the stage. Never take over Stephen Darby Ministries. Never take over Dance Ministries. Never will. Because even Daddy knew I wasn't supposed to do that. But see, a Negro that think they know your daddy because they watch a man off TV, they think they know. So you don't know nothing. You's a loser, you's a weirdo. That's why you watch him anyways. Not all y'all, but some of them. But that's why I was saying, I was like, bro, this is my thing. And all I've been doing, I said, I knew when I came to San Antonio, I didn't really know exactly what I was going to do, but I knew I came with a plan. I said, I knew the music was going to be one. And I was like, I don't know exactly how. I don't know exactly when, but I knew the music was something that I always wanted to do. I said, bro, this music is going to be something that I really, really do. And I said, so how am I going to go about it? And that's why I said, when I got there, I was doing a little music, working on stuff, you feel me? And then, you know, like I said at the time, I was still a little over-minded. So I was like, well, I just want to go back home. I just want to be here with my friends. I want to talk to people, you know what I'm saying? And then you look, you're like, boy, idiot, stop being an idiot, dude. Be a man, dude. You grown. Learn to cut that stuff off. Do you want to do music? Yeah. Well, then pursue music. I don't know how. Well, then Negro learn. That's what that is. Negro learn. Go watch YouTube. And that's why I started doing watching YouTube. Cut off the relationships. Like, you don't need to be with nobody right now. It was nice to be with somebody for a minute, because again, that did take my mind off of a lot of what I was dealing with. But I said, well, all you doing is sedating your problems with something else. Okay, you over this girl now, but you with this girl, and you still ain't doing nothing. And then when y'all fall out, now where are you? Back to square one. Like, when you gonna stop doing that? And I said, dude, you don't need no relationship right now. I don't care. I've already had them, man. I've no, where's the seatbelt? I've had plenty of, like, bro. I look, like I said, I love women like the next man. I said, but I ain't on that, man. You had them before. I don't care about that no more. I'm trying to have something I ain't never had, man. I want to have a career in music. I want to have a career in what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want something big. I'm thinking big, like Daddy always said, man. He said, son, be the best at everything you do. That's stuff that ain't even my field, but I said, but I want to be the best in it, because that's what he taught me. He said, everything you do, be the best in. So that's why I said, when it comes to music, I don't think I'm the best, but I think I'm the best at the same time. There are a lot of people that's better than me, but ain't nobody better than me, though, because I believe that. Daddy said, be the best. I'm going to be the best. Everybody come to me saying, Steve, your music, like, bro, your music some of the best I ever heard. I'm like, nah, it ain't. But I'm like, then again, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is some of the best you heard, because I want to be the best. And so I want to motivate y'all to be the best. Y'all hear this music in the background? This is me. I said, bro, all I do is make music. All I do is that's what people call me down there in San Antonio. They call me Piano Man, because they know I do the piano. And I said, everywhere I go, I'm known for something. Hospitality, piano, music, coolness. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know me. If they don't know me, because a lot of people don't know me because Pastor Dory, they don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? Which is nice. I actually like those people. I was like, you know, like, but they know Steve is Steve, man. And that's why I said, like, it feels good, man. And this is you building your name. You know what I'm saying? I'm always carry that Darby name, man. It's going to be us deep. Darby running my blood, man. That's why I decided to name my son after me, man, to keep the name going so he can be the third, man. Keep that name going for generation on generation. If God willing, the world's still here in the next 50, 60, 70 years, I want to have a whole lineage of juniors, man. A whole lineage of the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth. You know what I'm saying? Keep that going. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, I realized why I'm doing. I said, Steve, I said, eventually, man, you got to get married. You got to get a wife, man. Get a family. You know what I'm saying? Get a family going. You're 30 now. I told myself, I said, Steve, think about it within the next 2.5 years. I said, I'm going to give myself some time to get everything ready, get everything right. I'm just now getting settled in San Antonio. I said, take some time to really think and get yourself right. Because I said, within the next 2-3 years, I said, I want to have this stuff already established. You ain't got time to be playing games, man. You ain't got time to be worried about people. You got time to be worried about some old weird Negroes and, you know what I'm saying, worry about some little white girl you used to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, get a life. Don't worry about Negroes, man, that watch Darby all day. It's like, bro, they are doing their thing. We ain't doing it over here. I said, dude, we got a life, man. Go live your life, man. I don't got an image or a reputation to uphold, man. I'm me. People know me for me. My family love me for me. People around me love me for me. I ain't got nothing to prove to a Negro that watch Darby. Man, please, you done. Ain't nobody talking to you. And then be the people that ain't got no life. I don't want to be like you. I want to be better than you. And that's why I said, that's why I moved from Louisville in the first place, man. I want to be abundant. And I kept saying, I said, God, I don't know exactly what you're going to do, but I know you're going to do it. At this point, I'm just like, I don't care no more. Just do whatever you want. Like, I'm just like, whatever. It's like, I'm just whatever. And I've been sitting back and letting God do. That's why I said my stress level and my anxiety level went down a whole lot. I just been sitting back letting God do whatever. I said, God, just do it. Just whatever I do it. And he literally does it. So I'm good, man. I don't care. I'm straight. Hope you're able to be the same way too, man. But that's why I said, even taking y'all around the city today, man, even showing y'all the crazy lifestyle, man. Mi vida loca. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it ain't sweet, man. Just because you a pastor's kid, because you come from a church family, so what, man? People still, pastors kids be the worst. Like, we be the worst because we see everything, man. I see the church shenanigans and then I see the street shenanigans, man. I told you, we was around Negroes. We always had everything. I mean, they different. There's still some Negroes. Like, this is still Negroes, man. You see a lot that goes on, man. And look, you don't see it all. Stuff I don't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying to do this type of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me try to find that. Did I put it in this folder? Look, I even get lost in doing my own music. You know what I'm saying? I get trying to find my own songs, man. I got 2 Memphis folders. If I got anybody from Memphis in here, man, tap in, man. I love Memphis, dude. I love Memphis folk. Y'all my homies, man. If anything, y'all my homies down there. But that's why I said, like, bro, that's why I wanted to take y'all around the city, because I wanted to get some refreshing memories of for myself. I took y'all to our first childhood home, man, and I'm like, I ain't been on that block. I remember being up the block when I came back in 2023, Christmas or whatever. But I didn't get out the car. I didn't walk the block, man. That was the first time I walked my childhood block in 21 years, man. I remember we moved, me and Daddy and us, we moved from over there in 04, man, 2004. And we moved to a bigger house, nicer house, you know what I'm saying? But that's where we had our first church service, man, right there in that front room, man. That was the first time Daddy was like, I'm a pastor. Daddy was like, nah, he said, I'm going to do church at home. And he did church right there. I remember my cousin was over at the time. And so it was me, Steve, Hannah, Joe, and my cousin and Daddy. And we had CD players at the time, you know what I'm saying? It was a CD player. And so he was playing some song. I don't remember who it was, but he's playing some song. The song lasted for at least 5-6 minutes. So Daddy, all right, y'all start dancing. So we was dancing, praising God. And so the song went off. He said, no, don't stop, keep dancing. And then he put on the second song. Second song kept going. And so we was praising, dancing. I think he did like 3 songs total. And so I don't remember what the message was about, but I remember we all sat around. We just took all the chairs, you know what I'm saying? I think it was like some little daycare chairs we had too. And we took all the chairs, man, and sat over there. And we just listened to him preach, man. And we did that every Sunday until we got a building. And then he ended up getting a building, you know what I'm saying? And we was working on that. And then I remember, I think it was the second service was a Wednesday night. Either the second or third service was a Wednesday night. And so it was just us in there. It was late, so it was kind of late, so it was just us in there. It was me, teaching Hannah, Joe, Mama, and him. And so he said, y'all, he said, we just gonna do he said, this is a message. Kids message. He's talking about how Adam, created Eve, or how God created Eve, and he took demonstration. And so I remember he said, "Come here, son." And so he was like, lay down. So I laid down right there. And he said, now God took Adam, and Daddy, like I said, when Daddy touch you, he points you, he's like Daddy's force was just like he be poking you. And so I remember he poked my rib. It was funny. It was ticklish at the time but it was aggressive. I was just like, ow. He said, lay down and close your eyes. So I lay down and closed my eyes. And so he said, see, God took Adam's rib and he touched my rib. Like, I remember he touched my rib before, so I was laughing because it was ticklish, but he was aggressive. He said, like, Daddy just, I said, ouch. I said, ouch. And so he was like, yeah, he said he took his rib and it made, I don't remember how I remember that. It was 20 years ago. I said, yeah, he took it and made his, he said he made Eve and whatever. And so that was just a basic message for us who was kids, you know what I'm saying? So Daddy was preaching to us in there, so Mom was laughing because it was just us. And then, like I said, a couple of services after that, man, the church started getting bigger. It was some brothers coming in off the street. Like, Daddy was reaching all type of people, man. I told y'all, he reached this one little dude, man. He reached his whole family, man. His whole brother and them, everybody in there, his mom and them, her daddy, everybody in there came in there. And he was a good brother, man, back in 2003. And he was a good guy, man. And he was Daddy. He was the first person Daddy actually married off in that church, man. So Daddy married off both of them. You know what I'm saying? And he was a good brother, man. And then, you know what I'm saying, one day, man, he got into a fight, dog. You know, he got into a fight, man. Somebody shot him, man. They killed him, dog. You know what I'm saying? He got killed right there. You know what I'm saying? And Daddy was upset, man. He was upset, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a good brother, man. He was a good dude, man. He's trying to take care of his family, man. Trying to get out the hood. Because we was in the hood, man. He was trying to take care of his family, man. And love on his wife. He was a good brother, man. And just happened to get in the fight, man. And, you know, dude went to his car, came back, and shot him, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's sad, though, man. I said, dang, man, another good brother gone. You know, over what? You know what I'm saying? Over what, though? It's because the dude couldn't get whooped. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I can't stand that stuff, man. But it's like it here, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, like, just, you don't want conflict in the city, man. That's why I told myself, I said, seeing how people are now, man, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. So that's why I said, like, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know what else I'm saying, man. I'm just talking to y'all. I'm just talking to y'all at this point, man. I don't know what else to say. But it's just, I mean, that's just how life is there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, life here is a lot different, bro. So that's why I tell everybody, I said, man, like, you don't know about the city, man, if you ain't here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I kept telling people, I said, dude, you would be a fool to move here. I said, I know you love the ministry and Steve Darn ministry. I said, bro, we was telling people, like, y'all fools if y'all move here. This is not a city you won't live in. I said, bro, don't just move because of ministry. Don't just do that. I said, bro, think. You know what I'm saying? If we was in Miami or Texas or something, I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, move here. But I said, we in Kentucky. You don't move here. Don't be a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because we had somebody do it from Cincinnati. They can't move from Cincinnati. And then they moved right back. I said, see, that's why you shouldn't have did that, man. Like, I told people, don't do that, man. Y'all crazy. Don't do that. But at the time, they said, no, you don't understand. They said, the word is just, I was like, we got the word here. So I was like, bro, it's just the word. Like, calm down. They said, no, you don't understand. Like, it changed my life. I said, well, yeah, that's what the word do. I ain't supposed to do that. I said, everybody do this right. They said, no, people don't. You know, they was like, no, it ain't like that. I said, God got his room in every city. They said, yeah, but it ain't Pastor Darby, though. I was like, do it got to be Pastor Darby? Like, do you not just love the word? Just love the word. They said, well, no, you don't understand. I didn't understand what they were saying because, I mean, we was on it all the time. So I was like, y'all just calm down, man. Y'all doing too much. I said, y'all doing too much. And then I start playing Daddy word back myself. I said, I'm over, whoa. I'm over like, yeah, man, it was cold. Yeah, it was cold. I'm just like, dang, I know what people's talking about now. So I know what they talking about now, man. Like, yeah, man. Like he said that message. He said, yeah, he hit different, man. Like he said, see, it hit different, man. See, Pastor Darby hit different, man. See, like, man, do your homework on Pastor Darby, man. See, Pastor Darby hit different, man. You gotta do your homework on Pastor Darby. That's why I said that message. He said he read that scripture. I remember in the front room I was cleaning up too, man. I listened to it. He said, you'll be a byword to the nations. He said, you know what that byword is? He said, nigga. I said, oh my God, it was cold. I remember saying that. I almost threw the remote. I said, oh my God, it was cold. That was a cold word. That was a cold word right there. I was there. I remember being there for that message, but it hit different when I heard it the second time. I said, oh man, I was oh, Daddy, it was cold. I was like, Daddy, you ain't have to do it to him. Daddy, don't do it no more. They ain't ready for you. That's why Daddy kept saying, you ain't hear what I'm saying? You ain't ready for me, man. Like, We kept saying, "Are y'all third?" Because y'all ain't third, man. You ain't ready what he's about to say to y'all. But imagine that for 23 years, man. I got that for 23 years. So believe me when I tell you, I'm good on your little words, Skippy. Like, I don't need your little words, Sparky. You ain't saying nothing over here. As a matter of fact, you bored me with yours because Daddy was interesting. He was a real one, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, man, I don't know, man. As time goes on, man, times change, man. It's coming up on 8 years, man. 8 years of Daddy been gone, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy to think almost a decade. You know what I'm saying? Almost a decade Daddy been gone, man. It don't feel like it. It do, but it don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say the most it feel like it's probably like 5 years ago. I would say 5 years ago I feel like Daddy died, man. It's going on 8 years, bro. It don't not feel like no 8 years, man. I don't care what you say. It did not feel like no 8 years, man. 2020 was 5 years ago. That's crazy, man. It don't feel like it, but that's why I said the time is flying by so fast, man. I'm looking at myself every day. I'm getting older and older, man. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what do you really want to do with life, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's your purpose? You know? I don't know, man. A lot of times I just think, man. That's why I said all I do now is think. It's like, what do you want for real, Steve? What you want in life, man? What you want to do? And I said, remember why you doing it? That's why I said when I was about to quit and give up in San Antonio, I said, nah, man, I'm staying for, you know, my future kids, man. I thought about that. I said, man, I'm working hard for my future wife and my future kids. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got them yet, but I'm grinding. I'm hustling hard, bro. That's why I was stressing myself out so hard because I said, man, I'll do anything for it. Like, I'm working for that. And I said, son, I said, Steve, you gotta have a legacy passed on to your son, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have a little mini you walking around, man. Do your son how Daddy did y'all, man. How Daddy love y'all, show y'all support. I said, do that with your son, man. I want to be able to be the same father to my son that Daddy was us. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that he won't get to see that. You know what I'm saying? Daddy never got to hold his grandbabies, man. He never got to walk his kids down the aisle. You know, that's the part that sucked. It hurt though, but at the same time, it's just like I can live through. He lives through us. You know what I'm saying? And tell my kids like, man, y'all granddaddy, man, was a real one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could have been to the point where I could bring them over and be like, hey, Daddy, you know, y'all watch the kids for a little bit. Me and old girl about to go out. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go do something. I do it with Mama, but I said, but you know, like I said, Daddy ain't here, man. He never got to do that, man. And so I'm like, you know, he'll have to do it from heaven. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? That's why I said seeing my little nieces and nephew now, man, it's just like they'll never get to meet their grandfather, you know what I'm saying? So that does suck, you know what I'm saying? That's why I said I don't care about Negroes that watch us online. We don't know y'all. We don't want to meet y'all. Like, not everybody, but just a lot of them. Like, you ain't cool with us. You don't know Darby, man. You know what I'm saying? Darby cared about his he kept saying a lot of time, his ministry is not his ministry, man. It's his family. He don't care about y'all Negroes. He cared about his family, man. I told y'all, if y'all knew Darby, he was about to shut the church down so many times, man, because of y'all Negroes. He got tired of Negroes, man. Like, he don't want y'all. He want his family, man. And he said, I will shut the church down before I let it destroy my family. He said, before I get divorced from my wife, and before I let my kids out here in the street and lose my kids to the devil, he said, I will shut this church down and that'll be the end of this ministry. He almost did it a couple of times. Daddy was not playing, bro. He was not playing. So believe when I tell you, he didn't care about Negro land. He didn't care about who are we and you Negroes. He cared about his family, man. You Negroes came later, but he cared about his family, bro. That's his legacy, not his ministry, not Stephen Darby Ministries. His legacy is his family, man. And along with us is his legacy. And now I get to pass my legacy down to my kids when I have my kids. You know what I'm saying? So hold on, yo. So yeah, man. I'm just sitting there talking to y'all, man. If I go in, you know what I'm saying? How long have I been on live stream, y'all? Let me know. Let me know what's up. I've been on here for a minute, dang. Just hearing tips from Steve, man. I'm gonna go live Wednesday too, cause like I said, we having a little Juneteenth thing going on, so I'm gonna go live there and I'm gonna put Mama on my live, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put some of my peoples on my live too, you know what I'm saying? So y'all look forward to that. That's Wednesday, so that's like what 3 days. So we gonna do that over there, you know. But I just be taking the time to talk to him. I don't even know why I be talking to y'all, bro. I be dealing with life too, like y'all. And I just wanted to show y'all where I was, man, where I was from. And then, like, even in that, man, I have, like, I hate saying a message, but it's kind of like a message in that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said Steve ain't no preacher, man. I'm more of a teacher, an influencer, an inspirationalist, motivationalist, or something like. I'm not here to give you a word. You know what I'm saying? My word is just do what God told you to do. You know what I'm saying? Pray to God to what you need to do, man. I ain't gonna give you nothing deep. Here's the deepest thing you can do, man. Just live your life. Do what God told you to do. Pay your tithes and your taxes. Love people as God said, and shut up and go on about your business. Get a good meal and be quiet. Like, it's as simple as that. If you called to be a pastor or a preacher, good. Go over there and do that. You ain't called to tell me nothing, because Steve ain't gonna listen to you. I don't never listen to nobody. So believe me, I had the greatest teacher in my life for 23 years. I don't think I need to hear anything you got to say. I need to hear nothing you got to say. And then you hear what people got to say. It's like watered down crap stuff. Like, dude, that's it. I'm waiting on like the big pizzazz. It's like, that's what you came up with. Like, you better try hard. I had somebody do that before, man. They tried to do that, try to get B Joe and the other dude a word. I'm like, your word ain't hitting, man. You ain't deep. He was trying to be daddy. I'm like, bro, your word is not hitting. You are not deep, bro. And they get mad when they realize that they ain't pastor. Like I said, they realize they ain't Pastor Darby. They try to mimic it, man. They get mad because you ain't accepting it. It's like, dude, you ain't called, bro. I'm sorry, but you just not called to do that. But maybe you are, but just not yet. Like, not yet. I don't know, man. How long I been on stream? Somebody tell me, because I don't even know. So what time is it? I gotta get back on my thread. So yeah, what else y'all wanna know, man? If I go in the house, man, if I go in the crib, because I'm about to get up off here. I told you I'm gonna go live again Wednesday. So what else y'all wanna know, man? I'm still tired from the airport, man. They had me in Houston, man. I was stuck in Houston for I don't know how long, man. Just kept being delay after delay after delay after delay, man. They made me miss my first flight because of the weather. So my first flight coming here, I was supposed to be here earlier yesterday. Because of that, they had me delayed, man. And so something was wrong with the plane, so we all had to get off. They had a lot of maintenance issues. Hour after hour, kept saying, your flight's delayed, your flight delayed, your flight delayed, your flight delayed. Like, it kept doing it, man. It was pissing me off, man. So I didn't catch the flight home. I was supposed to have already been gone by like 6:30. I didn't catch the flight home, man, until like 12:30 at night. It was like, man, it was about 1 in the morning when we took off, man. I mean, yo, they gave us a free voucher, man, to go get some food. So I went to Chick-fil-A and got some free Chick-fil-A. But I was like, I don't care, man. I don't want a Chick-fil-A. I want to go home. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? So I came home, man, and I got home around my home. Jones actually picked me up from the airport, man. Like, he came and took me on. And I got home around 3, man. And I said, I got to be up in the morning for church. So I was like, it's cool. I don't care. I don't need a couple of hours. I said, I'm going to sleep, man. And stay asleep, man. Oh, man. Yeah. Let me know if y'all can hear me, y'all. Let me know if y'all can hear me before I get up off here. So, I want y'all to ask me something. I'll talk to me before I get off, man, because I'm going to be busy all tomorrow. So y'all ain't going to hear from me till Wednesday, I think. So I don't know how long I've even been on here, bro. I don't even know why I'm even talking to y'all. I think I'm halfway. I bet y'all. Can y'all hear me now? Because I think my phone, its service is bad. Can you hear me? I be talking to y'all, man. Then it'll like do that little loop circle, that like refresh circle. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with this thing, man. I'm about to get up over here anyways. I was just saying if y'all could hear me. So. You hear me? It's like straight Memphis, man. You hear me? That's how we talk, man. You hear me? I be trying to slow it down because, like I said, our slang is bad out here, man. It's bad. So you heard me. You hear me? Yeah, I was saying something, man. I forgot what I was even saying. But I'm about to get up off here, y'all, because I just want to go in. I had Olive Garden today. About to go eat some more Olive Garden and call it a night, man. So, tell me how long I was on stream, y'all, before I get up off here. Tell me how long I was on the stream, because I don't even know, man. Again, they don't tell. It tells, like, the minutes up top. It don't say, like, the hours of that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, welcome to Louisville. That's what I would say. Ooh. I can stand here and show y'all some of my music, man. You want to listen to some beats? I got some beats for you. I forgot I had these. This is old beats too, man. This is a lot of these I made before I moved to San Antonio. That's why I said I gotta find the gotta go to New York, man. Settle some of them dudes, man. Sell them some beats. I got a lot of these beats, man. I don't know. I remember this beat. I used to like this beat, man. Hold on. This is a good old beat. I used to like all of that, man. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta take y'all on a music tour, man. I'm gonna show y'all. I want to show y'all how I make my albums in front of y'all, like how I export it, how I master it. Maybe the next live stream I do with the Pontiac Sunbird, I'll show y'all. Cause I got a lot of it, man. Jesus, I got a lot of stuff, man. Let's see. Hey Steve, did you make this one? Hey, what's up, Alexandra? Happy Father's Day again, man, to all the fathers, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know it's Monday now, so. Yeah, I gotta bring back a lot of my UK drill beats, man. New York City. Yeah, I used to make like soldier music, you know what I'm saying? It used to be good for like working out, man. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm coming up with a workout playlist, man. If you running on whatever, or you working out, pumping iron, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come out with a lot of these for y'all, man. Let me see something real quick. Yeah, I used to make beats, man. Hey Steve, did you make this one? Ooh. Yeah, I gotta bring these back, man. Hold on. Let me do I'm gonna show y'all a couple of it. I'm gonna get up off here, y'all. Y'all be loving the music, so I'll be trying to show y'all some of the music side. Ooh. Hey Steve, did you make this one? Hey, I remember my homie, man. He actually rapped over this beat, and so it's a podcast, man. It's a bunch of dudes from Memphis, and I love Memphis, man. I love Memphis folks. And so it's a bunch of dudes from Memphis. So they actually do like a live podcast, like on Facebook and like online and stuff. And so they played this track to do. And so as soon as the beat came, they said, because this is like Memphis style type beats. They said, what is? They said, hold on. They said, hey man, who made this beat? I said, yours truly. The dude came to me, man. The producer came. He said, hey man, everybody be asking like who made this track, dog. And I told him, I said, well, bro, we Southern. We make more like Detroit or more like Memphis type sound. He said, dude, link up with them. He said, bro, they all from Memphis. I said, bro, tell them to hit me, man. I got a lot of Memphis music for them. I love Memphis, man. Memphis got some of the best, like, beats, man. You know what I'm saying? Best barbecue, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the beat came on. They said, hold on. What is this? Like, who is this right here? I said, that's a Louisville flow, man. It's a Louisville, Kentucky flow. I gotta get rid of some of these, man. They just... anyways, I'm out here, man. I gotta go and eat, bro. I'm hungry, so I'm gonna catch y'all later, bro. Like I said, tune into Wednesday, man. It's the Juneteenth. I'm gonna let y'all know what's up. I'm gonna have my hair did and everything, so we're gonna be looking fresh and looking fine. So just tune in Wednesday, man, and see what's up, bro. I'm gonna catch y'all, man. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Again, happy Father's Day, man, to all the fathers out there, man, and you know, like I said, if you can, bro, tell your father, man. Tell him I said happy Father's Day, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell your mothers I said happy Mother's Day. Tell your father I said happy Father's Day, man. And, you know, y'all stay tuned, man. I love all y'all, man. Y'all stay safe. Please be safe out here. Be careful, man. I support everybody with these, you know, with this protest and all that. Like I said, all y'all be safe, man. You know, power to the people. Y'all stand with each other. And, you know, just believe God got y'all, man. Until then, man, I'm going to catch y'all, man. I'm out of here. One love from Louisville. Till next time, bro. We out of here. Peace.